मेरे को तेरे।
आवाज आ रहा है क्या मेरा? तो मैं इसको पूरा स्लो करता हूँ। अभी तो इसका गाना चल रहा है, कल का मैचेस थोड़ा देखता हूँ। क्या हुआ? अमेरिकन जीत गई।
On overpass, and they are going to need all three here on Nuke. Dualies on Kyler and fast-paced outside for Falcons.
They have just been so good on pistol rounds today. Unstoppable, unrelenting, but this time it is Hades who has become the hard events. Who opens up with the first kill with the pistol, and the second is even better. This is more like it from Ents. The first round of Nuke is looking fantastic. And Poland loved that one. It's just Magisk left this time. And it's gotta feel rough if you're Falcons. They've been on the receiving end this time.
Finally a pistol round for Ents. Finally they get a start in the lead. And that is just dominance. Hades picking up right where he left off. Brilliant triple kill outside.
Ents have dominated every single one of these. but Hades, they talked about him not being a big game player. That's part of the reason he wasn't put into the ENCE team for long. He was removed, he was replaced.
Yeah, well, he's had some time off. He's picked it up since then. He's delivering today on the stage, looking for those semifinals. It's 1-0, and we're not going to get the force buy from Falcons. They're content to descend into just deagles. No armor. Nade damage is massive.
Oh, it's beautiful. And we talked about how Diha was struggling over on his CT roll and overpass. Well, on Nuke, he's kind of carved out one of his own play styles, which is being disruptive towards outside, getting aggressive, playing towards red.
Yeah, but they got to be careful. You can get really discombobulated on Nuke. You can get really disorganized quickly with some of the fast-paced rounds that'll surely come out. For the moment, Hades happy to have an eye outside with no support. He's got a teammate in mini in case they try and turn in.
He's got to be feeling so full of confidence right now, Hades, after a map like that. To kick off the pistol with a 3K is the dream beginning. They've got to be careful they don't drop the ball to the pistols here of Falcons, because they've actually got on by a couple of these crosshairs. But once again, it's Hades stepping up, and Diha's with him, but Magis slips on through the net. And he's got a weapon to play with now in a 1v2. Let's not count him out of this situation, because he definitely has a chance now with the premium rifle. It's the health that worries me. And he's got to be instant on this kill on his former champion in-game leader, and it hasn't connected on the first time of asking, and in fact, it will never connect.
Pretty costly though for ENCE. I think Falcons is going to be more than happy with their production with just deagles. Magisk was brought down to that HP from the nade early on in the round and still nets himself 2 kills. So a lot of rebuys for ENCE. Meanwhile, Falcons going to pick up the AK-47s.
And for the first time, sincere chance of Polska Guram ring out around the spot egg, because they might just come out on top today. Here comes their first challenge on Nuke. They smoke out Heaven. Suggests perhaps a quicker maneuver towards outside. Hades is going to dive down into main. And Sampais is the man at the front of the pack, and he's got the bomb on his back.
I don't know, he might have been spotted. Big fight for Hades to win, but he's caught in the open. A double peek. Diha get nothing done. Even when you add Goofy into the equation, it changes nothing.
And Kylar and Glaive now a 2v3. It's going to be the sprint down the lower bomb site for Falcons. Glaive is trying to get there before them. He might even get there before them. Glaive is now holding this angle, and Sampais gets no step closer. Glaive is looking to give ENCE the perfect start to take out this gun round, and Magisk is below him. Oh, he's below him. Will Glaive detect him? He's starting to read it, and oh, Magisk flicks on up. Despite Glaive having the up on him, Magisk still stays in that position. And Kylar descends down the ladder, now detected and double peaked. Magisk comes in, and it will be Falcons to collect their first gun round.
I'll tell you what, Glaive's trying to use the roar of the crowd to give him a little bit of information. He thought Magisk was going to be behind that smoke. His aim got pulled away. Glaive gets a little bit fooled in that situation, but good trading outside. The follow-up peaks from ENCE can get absolutely nothing done. And it's good to see Sampais having a couple of impactful kills here in that round, because he had a real tough time on overpass. We saw frustration, we saw anger, and we saw him lose out to Hades, his counterpart on ENCE. 0-6 and head-to-head.
Now inside. Happen. And not in this round, though. It doesn't look too pretty, but we'll have to wait and see what ENCE can do with a force buy. We've seen them earlier on overpass be able to pull something off like this, but it's quick through ramp, and Goofy's the player that has to make sure it happens. With that 5-7, Glaive is overrun, and he was the player with the rifle, the player you wanted to step up, and Madden is murdering them once again. And there's just too many angles to worry about. Diha and Kylar, it's not a position to find yourself in if you want to win it.
That second player coming in ramp with a MAC-10 is just so fast. The M4 can't double up covered.
Noise now, and truly the floor, and he's
in the right place, just couldn't convert. Nice thing is for team.
Saved over from the previous, and this could be a classic snappy call. The pressure into this A bomb site with flashes.
Yeah, they're going to try and bust in. Kylar and Goofy are in there for the defense. Hades is close by, up in heaven. No AWP in the field of play, no counter Molotovs to be thrown out from anyone.
They know those smokes outside are going to buy them time for just a few more seconds. Eventually, the timing has to be hit. And Snappy's going to hear that re-smoke coming out, ENCE delaying with their final pieces of utility.
And this, I mean, all the upper defenders are going to be on notice because there's nobody outside.
And look at the setup designed to deal with this. Goofy has to drop off. Here's Kyle from man, and double kill swiftly, removing the lives of Boros and Magisk, and Goofy's peeking up behind him. He stops that Venti, but the ball makes it down. And Madden collects it, but there's no hope in hell for this one. It's a 1v5, and they've already made the rotation. Ents already have this round. Madden's gonna put that bomb, at least fake plant it. It's a good headshot on Clay, but he hears the stomp of the players arriving down the vents. And surely do not let this one slip. He's coming back into position, and finally, from one of the angles the Ents have taken up, they will secure the round that ties up the game again.
And Glaive's pressure, even though he goes down, prevents Madden from getting that bomb plant, prevents extra money from flowing into the pockets of Falcons. They're going to be fine in this one, but that's going to start chipping away at the money. 5 AKs on board. Falcons just execute a little bit early before that smoke plumes, and Kyler's able to take advantage.
Good morning, Cyborg.
And then the pressure will start piling on Snappy to continue finding calls that keep Falcons competitive.
अरेना में चला गया क्या तू? कब तक चालू होगा गेम? पता है क्या कुछ?
Heads outside. Smokes are up. It's not the prettiest smoke execute. It has actually left a huge gap towards man that Boros was hoping he could use in his favor. But look at this from Boros. So elusive, but he walks right into D-Hot, and you can't get past the destroyer. D-Hot stands behind the smokes. His teammates will start to have a look with him, and Diaz just changing position multiple times, worried about being pushed, but it's a flank from some bias that should have been detected, but Diaz steps back and steps to his death.
Yeah, they lost track of it entirely as Dia came out of Big Garage. And look at Madden, he's cleared the upper bomb site. So much attention was brought outside that Madden is able to slip the net, and what can he create? Nobody shifting back. They've got to be so confused of where this defense is. Goofy over and Squeakdoor can stop them from progressing into the bomb site itself. There's no smoke to block it off, so Falcons have a tough read.
It's a difficult round here for the T side. It comes down to some crucial fights that will be fought inside of the lobby. And Goofy is that player. Goofy has to step up. And the time is starting to dwindle.
If Hades tries to get into the upper bomb site, he just climbed the ladder, he's in trouble.
Yeah, Madden's looking at it, and Hades doesn't overextend just yet, but that's the fight that means the most. That's the bomb, and it isn't the double. Madden does catch Hades unaware. So confused as to how Madden is that deep inside of the A bomb site, but it's a golden ticket now for Snappy as he puts that bomb down and looks to close in this 3v2. And Senpais has a move from his earlier fight versus Diha. He's still in position. He's still on the flank. And they peek out to check him. They detect him looking the wrong way. And that was the retreating maneuver from Glaive, but with that kill, perhaps they have eyes on the prize yet again.
They have a kit, they have a smoke. They need to get past Madden and Snappy.
It comes down to timing. Madden looks up, he's blinded, he looks back into it, but it doesn't even matter. He's blinded, but he still will break them. Madden is having a masterclass inside of the spot deck.
Hotel में getting ready should ideally start in 15 to 20 minutes more. Marcos
devoid
baby.
of defense for that long because Goofy has the angle. That's the only explanation. He didn't get there in a timing to see Madden slip in, but that's just a time bomb.
Gentlemen, a blast, third draft presented by Nodwin Gaming. I'm going to be your host, Caster Necro, John alongside with me on the panel will be Shai Shanu. Shai Shanu, day 3. Yesterday, 2 teams bid adieu to us from the lower brackets. I mean, yeah, it is a sad moment, but at the same time, it's something we need to move on with. But as I mentioned, the cruel the format is, the more entertaining the tournament gets.
I mean,
one of the most entertaining.
At A bomb site, he's going to sprint through. He's got space to play with. And he was made for this stage. Boris looks up towards heaven, and it's Glaive that overextends, and Ansu will now fall at the hands of A.
They've been very aggressive and assertive, taking control of that part of the map and building on it from there.
The troubles have been on the CT side for Ents. They win their pistol for the first time. It's given them the start they wanted, but now they've got to stay in it. They've got to stay in this half. Glaive changes it up slightly. It's a deeper angle being taken.
And it gives Glaive a chance to get aggressive from ramp room if he wants to. On a timing, he can push.
Running in towards Kylar.
अरे बहन चोद.
But he eventually brings down his opponent with a sidearm. But Boris once again cuts through Dihat towards outside. And Boris being in this position just starts to ask so many questions for Ents. Where could you have lost map control? Where could they be? And Glaive just doesn't know the answers.
There's something that Falcons saw where they want to attack this. They're being so aggressive and so disrespectful getting into that big garage. And that's going to force ENCE's hands. And that gives Snappy a lot of things to play with. Now that you're having success outside, you can kind of predict that ENCE is going to have to change things up, bring an extra body there, and that's where ramp hits are more effective. That's where upper buffs are more effective. ENCE are reeling in this third map.
And it's got to be a timeout. It just has to be. It's not like they're going to have the resources to get the purchase they desire. It's going to be another round on weaker weapons.
And it's so much money built up for Falcons in this early going. It's been so dominant. They're sitting very nice for the rest of this half. They might not have to save a single time. And ENCE, this kind of shifts into a half where the focus is on recovery.
Some of the problems for Team Falcons was the fact that when this roster came together, there's too many
City में 8 round निकाले लो.
support players. Someone else had to step up and start taking some initiative, start taking some space, and so far that has been Madden.
Madden's been great in this series. He's very rarely going to be the guy who just kind of...
And again, is the reckoning with peak Hades 7.
And they have to get... And I think this is finally the round. ENCE kind of have to respect it a little bit more.
They've definitely got to adjust. Utility does stop Snappy from getting into hot early doors. So Pius, though, is the player to strike with that opening. And once again, we talked about how D-Hawk could be having a better time on the CT side, but he's not. He's gone early. And that spam down from Goofy was damn close to getting the trade to even out these numbers.
Yeah, but another pick, another first kill for Falcons comes outside, and this time they're going away from it. But if you're ENCE, I don't know what you do to recover it. Glaive's dropped into Secret, which leaves ramp wide open. Hades is going to call that out now. He cannot step into the flames and fight. There's nothing to stop Falcons. They've got a clear path to the lower bomb site.
And Glaive has to rotate down early on. His teammates are so far away from being able to join him, though, so if there is going to be a moment, it's got to be greatness from Glaive. He stands waiting for the fight he knows is coming his way. Outmatched. And he is down, and there's no way he can get away with that. Snappy clears him instantly. Glaive without a kill. And this puts ENCE into a 3v5 and the bomb down against them. It's another
Save, yeah.
has been takes a risk.
You have to imagine that's going to mean an upper rush.
And it is, in fact, that upper rush. The P90 swings out in the spot deck, and it's down, it's out. And this looks like a fourth round for ENCE. Just Snappy left.
And it's a good call, too, with how much conditioning they've done to this ENCE defense to expect something outside. Unfortunately, ENCE gonna have a big hole to climb out of in the second half. Snappy. Running away with it. Piling on ENCE.
भाई ऐसा क्राउड अगर मिल जाए ना भाई किसी को भी ऑर्गेजम हो जाएगा कोई भी प्लेयर को आई मीन Falcons का agent corner Falcons का IGL है Snappy bro
and he's got it. That's D-Hud down. And ENCE will have to suffer the rest of this round. 4 players versus 5. They're attempting to trade, they're attempting this split. They overwhelm Madden this time around. Snappy is taken out of play by Hades. This could be a great answer back for ENCE after having an absolute nightmare in the previous. To come back swinging into this, but it has to be Goofy, and he's done it! Goofy! A great headshot out to heaven, and that gets them back into this. That brings a
Goofy
life
Jord.
back
Goofy Jord.
Goofy steps up again just like he did on Overpass.
Jord.
An important clutch there. 1v2, and he nails the shots. Breathes some much needed life back into ENCE, and it's Falcons onto pistols.
Yeah, just pistols here for them, and we know how sharp they can be on those. We just seen it a few rounds prior from Madden. Let's have to run with this now. Diha pushes behind those outside smokes, and he's not making any... Well, he should have probably shifted for a little longer because these pistols come out swinging again. Ents are broken surely this time. Hades and Kylar left in a 2v5. No, 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 Ents. Not like this. They dug so deep to find a way back into it again, and it is snatched so cruelly from their hands. Hades considers the push to the T-roof. Kylar's going to clear it. That's mad and gone at least, but they need much more. 4 more, in fact, and a minute to do it.
It's still possible. Bomb is dropped at red box. Everyone knows it. Boros is outside with Sunpius and Snappy. Magisk will be there very quickly from vents. But Hades, if he can pick one off before committing, he's buying time for Kyler to rotate through the upper bomb site.
Oh, his timing here on the peak. He does just get behind red before that peek from Snappy comes on through. And look at that, Magisk inside of the vent. It's very sneaky, and he's caught a glimpse of his opponent moving towards main. And an important fight for Hades has been collected. Magisk finally breaks open that vent, breaks open Kylar, and they're about to break ends here on the spot deck. Hades has to clutch this, and Boros brings him.
You always come down to the exact same thing, that if in case it's
Upper
Mirage
bracket
Ancient, your mechanics
Hello,
need
Saswat.
to
Good
be
morning,
on
bro.
point. They need
Welcome
to
to
be
the stream.
perfect. Need to be good with those lineups as well, and your executes need to be
Mirage
absolutely on
Ancient
point. You need to
Inferno.
check those corners, of course. I mean, come on.
I mean, that's
Mirage
pretty much like the
Ancient
basic for every single
Inferno.
map inside the game.
Like
So
Ancient
you
to-
need everything on point for every single map in the game. But for
think-
Mirage, in general, it's more about how your communication
I think it's a
be like,
2-0
because
for
once again, it's
Marcos.
the basic map out there, and for executions, everyone's going to be on the equal page, right? I mean, yeah, basic smokes, if you're trying to execute the A side, of course, first thing that's going to be smoked off is the jungle, stairs, the ticket booth. That's like the basic execution.
Either
Then
2-0 or
Molly
2-1.
the-
Last
Molly
map kya
the
hai?
Under Palace, that's going to be out of the way. Firebox mollied, and in general, you're good to go.
paper
Just
leke aaya
move
bhai,
on board and
Marquia.
execute the site, because every single CT will be forced out of their comfort zone at that point. So once again, basic executions. At that point, considering we are inside the Indian region, and clearly, even yesterday, HSB mentioned that you really need to focus on the communication. We have got
Bhavesh
a
ne
lot of
mousepad kab
individual
change kiya? What the
firepower.
fuck?
We need to work on that team play. And sometimes our players do kind of succumb over there because those minute details in the communication really do matter.
They definitely do. It's going to be a crucial piece of the puzzle, but also at the end of the day, we'll be moving on to the map of Inferno. Overpass was banned out. I really love it. Whenever it's Inferno at the end of the series, I always enjoy it. How tactically you need to play on that one. And of course, it
Finally,
could go
G2
to
jersey pehna hai.
any one side.
Kenny.
But that is if we are going to go on Inferno. On Ancient and Mirage, previously on the map of Ancient, we already know the result. It was Marcos Gaming who could not win out that game, who could not close things out. If I'm not wrong, they only had 9 rounds for themselves. Yes, you can still say pretty close, a couple of rounds left and right, and they would have potentially gone to overtime. But at the end of the day, we've been waiting for quite a long time, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be True Rippers on the CT side. Marcos Gaming's gonna kick things off on the T side.
Indeed. True Rippers from the CT.
POV वाला में मजा नहीं आएगा रे.
Now, once again, for
इसमें
True
देखते हैं.
Rippers, they're already starting off with an advantage. We've seen teams be really comfortable on the CT side, but you never know. Maybe Marcos Gaming has got something planned up and prepared. Kennyez towards the CT. This is going to be an interesting one. I mean, from the nest, playing that jungle angle, already one player's being caught off guard as well. Rossi towards the side, he should be at least able to get one more. And that's what he does. Defaulter from the back lines is helping out Rossi, getting those assists in his hands. Elvis and his teammates pushing up short. This is a big wave of T's just coming through from the short side towards B, but it seems like the players are able to stop them in the tracks. It breaks his stall for now in the strategy itself, and the players are collapsing in front of the crosshairs of the True Rippers, and they're connecting every single shot that's essential to win this round. Okay, well, I was about to say he's got the P250 in his hands, but he cannot do anything.
Headshot with the USP. You've been mentioning about that previously as well. You just need one click onto the head. That's about it. That is exactly what happened. A good start for True Rippers.
Okay, Rossi
Really,
playing.
this looks much more refined than the previously when we saw them. Because yes, I would still agree they were facing the exact same things that Commit yesterday faced.
not being very comfortable, and it's not because of the skill, it's only because of the pressure that they were taking on themselves. Now it seems a very refined True Rippers, and if they continue in this way,
Okay.
and they get picks like that, they would potentially push Marcos Gaming to the brink.
I mean, once again, it's the eco frag, so it's really not going to be that difficult unless they start connecting shots like that. I mean, there are a couple of utilities to back him up as well. Yes, one rifle lost, but it's completely fine. They can retrieve it back. There's an MP9 in the hands of Rossi, so he will probably try to push up close and personal, get his hands on that rifle, block up close. He cannot come out on top. It's fine, though. It's an eco round for the players of Marcos Gaming, so once again, now this is where the real deal begins.
Again, it's going to be a crucial round for the side of Marcos Gaming. We've been mentioning time and time again. You lose the pistol, you lose the anti-eco after that. You've got to make that bonus round convert for yourself. You cannot let True Rippers walk away with a 3-0 lead. That basically is giving them the 4th round as well. Of course, it's going to be crucial. But the setup from True Rippers, it has not yet been challenged. So I still want to see some challenge coming in. Mid-aggression.
मर गया.
Okay. Solid shot. Double nade towards
₹2 का
mid.
नेट वेंचर.
I mean, it's on a complete lockdown at this point. He just cannot move in there. Mid is completely unexploitable. True Rippers, they're doing a fantastic job in keeping it locked down. One man towards apartments. He is not going to have a chance to move towards the site. KennyS catches him as well towards the van side. And he's still looking forward to explore quite a lot. KennyS gets that kill. And at this point, it's a 3v4. The players are quite healthy from the side of True Rippers. It's all good in the hood for them. While for the opponents, it's a 3v4. So already they're on a man disadvantage.
Shox wants to make a play in the connector.
Okay.
भाई क्या मरा?
Great way to catch things off.
पॉप को वहाँ किया.
And now, I don't know where the man advantage swings in the hands of Marcos Gaming. It's back and forth on the board. KennyS gets tagged up a little bit more.
Defaulter and Shox! Oh my god, that was way too close for comfort, but Defaulter is the first one who sees Shox and gets that pick.
Big man down. Massive threat
Very easy to win,
neutralized.
bro. Just fight CT
And now
together.
KennyS needs to get at least one so that Defaulter can feel that ease. KennyS is moving through the smoke. He finds both of them, actually. Easy round in the hands of True Rippers, and these are the rounds that are really quintessential for you to have that momentum. And unfortunately, Marcos Gaming, they lost their first
भाई
round
तुमने स्मोक यूज किया है सिटी पे या तो जो भी है वो स्मोक है स्मोक का हटने तक तो वेट करो क्या
but still they were able to get the bomb down, so maybe they'd be able to buy a few kills. Could potentially go in for a force, but they would not have enough utility to try and go for any kind of fake play.
Yeah,
they'll only have enough to go for an
very experience समझ में आता
forward
है.
execute, so maybe could potentially try and play for a pick or two.
I like the fact that the aggressive teams are playing slow as well now.
Yep.
Look at True Rippers. Such a methodical approach inside of the game. And this is the first time I've seen True Rippers take that.
That's just what the addition of a legend does for you.
Yeah.
Calm your nerves down.
Bring in that discipline.
Yes.
Wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, go to the gym, take a cold bath.
And then hit the desk at 8:15.
Yeah. Discipline. Practice needs to be on point.
That's an entirely different story that some people wake up at 7:30, but that's a story of a different evening. As of now, again, a slow approach coming in from the side of Marcos too, and they are exploring towards the connector, but they're going towards
Nice shot!
Okay.
What a shot!
Well, that shocks for you. The op's taken down just like that. There's a man towards Tetris, but the players towards main, they catch two.
Hey!
What the
There we
fuck
go.
is
Another
this
one
shit,
follows
bro?
up as well. Defaulter is not a man to mess around with.
क्या है?
Shocks out of nowhere can start to feel that pressure as well. This force buy they came up with, it's really biting them in the back slowly and steadily. Shocks not able to readjust in time. Defaulter catching two. Actually a 3K so far in the round. Rossi as well gets the last one. And True Rippers, they're just mopping the floor away with the bodies of Marcos Gaming. And now the economy is going to be in shambles.
The way Rossi was smiling as well after that pick. Yes, it was Defaulter who made a nasty play, but what an opener from Shox. And that too in front of the AWP of KennyS. That's legends for you, man.
And I can't believe Shocks has still went for the buy. AK hero strat, baby. Let's see if it's going to work out.
Yeah, of course you can do that. If you're hitting shots like that, you might as well just go in for that full buy. But on the flip side, Kenny is this time around in the ladder room, trying to make his way. Cat and Arch's area.
Good nade. Really good nade. Even though it did not really do a lot of damage, it's still more about just fiddling with the enemy's mental. They saw a nade sail in from the short. Now, they will always be super anxious about that because they know the CTs are aware of this push. Smoke messed up, position given away, and a free kill in the hands of the teams. Marcos Gaming, they've already explored a lot of that site, and this AK hero strategy is working out phenomenally well for them. Shox is single-handedly catching every single player. Gets the 3K on the board. Last two players up and alive. They've got the ops in the hands. A double op setup. This time is not going to ring that well. I mean, it's a 2v3 upcoming. Time's ticking away as well. They have the kits, but do they really want to go for this retake? That's the question. I mean, they can if they want, but time is of the essence, and unfortunately, they do not have that.
That's a lot of damage with the double up, but it's fine, right, Marcos? It was a save round for them, so
not exactly.
इनको बाय राउंड से जितना बट ओपनिंग मिला है उतना हारा है अभी ओपनिंग फिर से मिला जीत गया क्योंकि
hero strat for you, that's Shox again, and the way Marcos was setting
मार दिया भाई कैसे तो एल्विस ने दो उधर वो अकेला था उधर उसका ट्रेड के लिए कोई था ही नहीं आजू-बाजू इंस्टा ट्रेड के लिए
and Marcos are good at setting him up for those frags.
Good point. They know how to set Shox up. In this time, they are well versed with that player. They know how to play around with him.
मैं रहता तो उधर ऑफ करता रे
एंकर नहीं करता. To have any type of communication. It just feels like I've been playing with these guys for a long time. That's what it feels like. And the main reason for that is because Shox is quite a friendly man, right? I guess.
I would say that from day one.
Yeah.
Oh yes. It's not just him. I mean, all the legends, they do seem to be pretty friendly and fun.
They do, but still, somewhere down the line, it's about the personality, right? And it differs from person to person. And yeah, I mean, Shox probably just has that jolly personality, and he can easily get along with anyone. And if you're a person like that, then yeah, you won't have any problems in communicating with anyone because you know how to adjust accordingly to the players that you're with or to the people that you're with. True. And for now, Shox, it seems like he's been adjusting perfectly. Oh no, Kenny, yes, he misses the timing, mid taken away. This can be big, but towards the B, it's going to be a heavy wave of the T's. Floodgates are now opened, a lot of flashes to back it off as well. The man towards Benq, he should be able to catch one, but no, instead, he gets taken down. Marcos Gaming, they've got the first man inside of the site. The op hits back though. It's a 4v3, still doable, but the smokes are now starting to cause a lot of problems. Opper once again blocks off.
It's a good piece of utility, and if you look at the entire side of True Rippers, they only had one flash to work with. They've lost even that. It's a call for a save.
Wow.
Good call. A very good call coming in.
That's Kenny for you.
They don't have any utilities to go for a retake, and they've got the AWP in the hand. Just an M4, a Famous, that's not going to work out. And honestly, what a great execute from Marcos Gaming, because it was still a stacked site, and that's where they went for the execute. You always need to have the archers control. They were able to take that. They finished off the anchor on site, and then just smoked off as soon as they found out where Kenny's top was.
Now, if it was the old True Rippers, they would have went for this take.
True.
I'm just loving the fact that you can instantly see those improvements. You can instantly see the change in the playstyle, the change in the decision-making. And in general, yeah, I mean,
अभी mostly Kenny BF swap लगाएगा या तो
brought that change in the decision-making for the players. One thing is for sure.
You know, that's what we see in those major tournaments, those major masters. That's where we see those kind of strats, wherein yes, teams do go for even 4-man save. And the reason for that is that you just do not have enough utilities on board to go for a retake, because going in for a retake is exactly like a site execution but from a weird angle. That's all.
And not even that. It's about maintaining track of the opponent's utilities as well.
Yep.
Only 2 smokes were used in that side take, and they knew that market's going to be smoked off over and over again. It will be re-smoked.
Yes.
And the only way to get the retake done is to disrespect that smoke and push out, but you do not exactly know what's on the opposite side of the smoke.
Sound आ गया होगा.
So, yeah, I mean, I would say a wise decision by a wise man. There's a man quite close. Look at the
भाई ये
amount
कब
of
आके बैठा इधर?
map they have explored as well. Ember towards ladder room, just waiting for the player to make a
बहुत
single
map
mistake,
control है
but
भाई
that's
इसके
not
पास.
going to happen. He's not going to overextend the boundaries at all.
Hey,
McGill,
wake up.
Check the angle, expect the angle, expect the angle, bro.
They're playing on those proactive angles. McGill with the trigger discipline might just find a 2K, but he softened both of them up. These should be free kills to pick, but unfortunately, the player gets picked up from the B side itself. This is still possible. Shox
Sound
all by
resumed.
himself on A is just diverting
What's
the
up, Kancha?
attention on him.
I don't think so
watch
it's going to
party,
be
let's
possible
go.
at all.
Yeah, watch party, bro.
It's again Shox, the man who's just trying to grab their attention. All 3 players,
ये
the play
पहला
getting
game है
site
ना, Salnotes
already.
वाला
It's
शायद.
possibly a call for a save.
हाँ?
Also to find out where the
Salnotes
move
जो
is.
पहला
Amazing.
गेम है ना ये फिर ये.
Amazing.
Another great
Yeah.
अभी
move
आज
by
कल
Marcos.
मतलब कल फाइनल होगा ना इसका
Scaling
तो.
one of these
हाँ.
things that we've seen from them.
There we go.
Just Shox all by himself, diverting the attention on the A side, and then the rest of the players moving in towards B,
किधर है
and
इसका?
doing a great job and just going in and planting and clearing out the site. This is done. Beautifully done.
अच्छा ये अपर ब्रैकेट फाइनल है भाई.
हाँ.
Round where yes, they took that slow approach, took the control of both the arches as well as the apartments. Yes, one angle was not checked perfectly. McGill's had the opportunity, but as you mentioned, he softened both the players up, just could not flush out those picks. But the execute, it was just phenomenal. The stack was over towards the A side. The execute went towards the B. A good.
अभी
beat
टीआर
from
में
Marcos
हर
as
मैच
well.
में कोई दूसरा बंदा बैठ रहा है क्या ऐसा?
Just one round away.
नहीं आज रॉसी बैठा है.
And
Last के
seems
2
to be a
मैच डाइस
fast
बैठा था.
खेल रहा है?
apartments approach.
I mean बैठा है मतलब खेलने बैठा है.
Okay, Kenny S.
हाँ वही बोल रहा हूँ, मतलब ये
just
अच्छा है,
falling back.
सबको खेलने दे रहा है.
And Shox is already in their faces with the Mac-10. Disrespecting the players. 3 M1s in the hands now.
कौन दो लोग
What
थे भाई
can
वो?
the players of True Rippers do? As I mentioned, it will be re-smoked over and over
मैगिस
and
क्या
over
कर
again.
रहा है?
And yeah, there's just no chance. The B-side's just crumbling down in the hands of the T's. And True Rippers just can't do anything other than respect the opponents and back away and go for the save.
I like the switch up coming in as well from Shox because this time around they knew that they're going to go in for a full-on
I can see what happening, what Bhavesh
Bhavesh
doing.
He's
targeting only one area.
या मैगिल से.
Oh,
The fuck?
Steps heard. This encounter can be interesting. Bobby comes out on top though. These guns are getting hunted
कैनियस
down.
की स्ट्रीम देख ना. बाबा बजना रहेगा.
They have all
What are you doing? What are you doing, gang? What are you doing?
alive. What a flawless
नहीं
save
देखना मेरे
that
को वो
was.
स्ट्रीम क्योंकि
A Mac-10 to the faces
वहाँ पे
from
मजा
the
नहीं है.
Shox. And then easily the site just falls in the hands of Marcos Gaming. Shox is the secret of Marcos Gaming.
यार मार देगी लेकिन लास्ट में आते आते अगर कैनियस से दबाए नहीं तो.
You did not just do that. No, maybe you did.
इधर तो भी सॉक्स कॉल नहीं करता होगा ना.
But
करता है ना.
also one more thing that I love about
मतलब
it
call
is the
means
fact that
वही mid round help
how
करता है.
well True Rippers was still able to go
Mid-round
for a
calling
while.
करती है.
Lost 4 rounds consecutively. Even after that, oh my god!
कैसे उसने रिपिक
Okay,
किया?
that was a quick shot.
उसने
उसने
रिपिक किया.
Reaction. Speed test for Shox.
That's a clip right there.
मार देगा भाई घोष
Try to
सबको.
cross
एक
on
डीगल में
over.
5 मार देगा.
And gets caught in midair.
एक डीगल बुलेट से.
Fortunate stuff. Shox.
ओके 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 cool
And already the A side's fallen in the hands of Marcos Gaming. What can you even do now? It's
भाई एक
5
बंदे ने
to 4
प्लगइन
take.
डिलीट किया भाई.
The angles will be
इतना
re-smoked
प्यारा.
over and
अब
over
तू
again.
सर्वर
There's
ब्राउज़र
no
में राइट
chance
क्लिक
to
करके
stand
प्लेयर के
and
नेम भी
respect
देख
the
सकता है.
smoke and move on forward.
तो वेल में
Not
निकाल दिया
exactly
था.
know what stands on the opposite side unless you keep on going for these trades. And if the trades are coming through well for you, then it's better. But one player needs to go heroic in order for this retake to happen. Yes, there is a lurk, but I don't think so. It can establish anything.
It almost did. It caught Kenny off guard in the connector. But my oh my, another save. It's going to be McGill and Rossi saving an M1 as well as an AK. That's what you need to do. Another good round by Marcos Gaming, and the timing is just impeccable. And that lurk play coming in from mid as well. That is where Kenny was also caught off guard, because he was checking the jungle area. Was about to mention that this retake is very well possible because the smokes have dissipated and they've got the jungle control, they've got the CT control, and they also have the connector control, but they just could not go for it.
But they also did not have the time.
Yeah, that potentially was the issue too, but still.
10 seconds in the hands for the C4 to explode.
Fuse will get 5 is
Yeah.
lead.
So you're saying in 5 seconds they can take down 3 players. And Marcos Gaming ain't gonna play that dumb, my friend.
I am the optimistic man.
It
might be fine. It's
But
only ambitious.
only in certain scenarios, man. You cannot bring optimism in impossible scenarios.
True that. That was overly ambitious.
I think boost bug हो गया था.
But the pace change from Marcos now. So very slow in this round.
Slow and steady approach. A change in the pace is what we like to see. Short mid once again. Good pick though, this time from True Rippers. And they push up to their faces. Even True Rippers
अभी
now
निकलना
trying to be
चाहिए
a
ना ये
little
वालों
bit more
को.
proactive. They do realize aggression should be cut off with aggression itself. The op star to answer, reply
Good
back.
nade.
रडार ही छुपा के रखा है भाई तू. रडार और ये प्लेयर वाले के बीच में डालना अपना कैम.
But these two teams,
क्या
they're
बोल रहा
quite
है?
spread out. They're quite separated. One
तेरा
man
कैम
pushing up close,
रडार
close
के नीचे
towards
रखना
B.
थोड़ा.
He should
ताकि
be
रडार
cautious. Yes, he does.
बीच में गैप है देख.
My
सेटअप
man
कर
just
सकता है.
jumped and then laid down
दिख
to
रहा है अभी.
his side. That's how
Yeah,
those
they-
bullets
they
connected.
let
But
one.
again, a very solid round from True Rippers. The change of pace from
फिर
Marcos
ऐसे नहीं पापा.
anticipated. and
पांचों
the fact
प्लेयर
that
के
a
वो
lot
आ रहा है
of
ना
ground
क्या
was
बोलते हैं
covered.
उसको. अच्छा
Specifically
सेटअप तो
mid.
कर देखो एक बार.
This.
Insane shot.
Start off on a great note. End
दिख रहा है अभी.
थोड़ा और ऊपर जाएगा ना.
They also had one player playing for the anti-flash.
मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ रडार के बिल्कुल नीचे रख. मतलब जहाँ पे रडार खत्म हो रहा है ना वहाँ से अपना स्टार्ट कर कैमरा. और जैसे प्लेयर नंबर 1 का जो लेफ्ट साइड में 1 नंबर प्लेयर है ना इसके तो अच्छा वहाँ पे बंद कर दे.
Oh my god, it will be a
तो
day.
सब दिखाई देगा.
अभी देख.
3 smokes in hand, they're just having fun.
प्लेयर नंबर 1 छुपा हुआ है पूरा.
Yeah, he should be
बड़ा है
able to
थोड़ा
stay
कैमरा
with
का
it.
एंगल रुक जाए.
एक छोटा होता है
He
बंदा.
messes up this play.
Execute begins. Jungle smoke out. Stairs smoked off as well.
Good flash.
Classic execution. Even connected being watched by one of the players. Kenny misses that crucial shot.
I guess तेरा कैमरा सही है. हल्का सा 2 इंच ऊपर कर ले.
He finds the
2
first.
इंच बोल दो 2
Second
पिक्सल.
one as well follows up on the board because of his teammate defaulter. But then the
छोटा
plays
किया
also
फिर भी
happen
नहीं.
instantly. Things are starting quite back and forth, but once again, the man advantage is in the hands of the T's, and the CTs cannot afford to have that.
Shocks.
Yeah. Proactive control is what he has. Looking forward to break the vents, but if he does, it'll give his position away, so it's better to clear out the site first.
अभी
and
सही
then
है ना?
maybe try and pull off the shenanigans
सही
like
है.
that. Ghost with the op in his hands. It's a double op setup towards the site. One man towards short, one man towards A. I like the
Perfect.
spread out nature they've got, considering they know they've got 2 ops, so it's better to designate them on 2 different sites. Shocks towards A is probably going to be causing a lot of distraction.
Oh, good flash.
Good catch, though. Ghost is completely blinded off. He also took a lot of
भाई
damage.
सॉक्स
He's
कितने
only
साल
down
से ये
14
यूज
HP.
कर रहा है अपना
And
फिर
Kenny
इंजेक्ट
needs
कर
to
रहा है.
connect this shot, but unfortunately,
Insane.
he does not stand a chance
क्या यूज कर रहा है?
against the player. And
ठीक
Bobby
है
is out
स्किन
top of
अपने
that duel. And now it's all down to
Field
Ghost with
injector.
only 14 HP. It's better to pull off and go for the save, but there's a chance he will
पिक
be
क्यों
caught
नहीं किया
once
कोई
again.
ये
Yeah,
घोस्ट
not
उसका
allowed to
100
do
एचपी
so.
था
With
उसको
the
प्ले
position
बनाना
coming
चाहिए था.
in. I don't think so. Shocks will actually allow him. He's on site. The place is
Oh! Quick scope.
Nice shot from Ghost. Pavi's been put in his place, so he should be allowed to save this AWP. Unless both the players, they try and pounce on him at the same time. Yeah, they've noted his position. Ghost, it's a game of cat and mouse, and he'll be taken down, so that's even more economical damage. 6 rounds already on board for Marcos Gaming.
Marcos Gaming, really looking forward to end things as quick as possible. And for True Rippers, yes, it is a sign of concern. That's why you see a timeout coming out from them. Now, this change in the pace, it is good for the long term, But if you try to bring that change in the pace, and if you try to bring something tactical instantly, and if you try to change a team's core play style, it's really going to affect them for now. But if you keep on practicing this play style in the longer term, it will help you out, that's for sure. But if we try to change it on the fly instantly without a lot of practice, it will affect you. And that's why it's affecting True Rippers. That's why it affected Come Mid. So let's see. I mean, it's really up to the individual team, though. If they're able to adapt on quickly enough, it's better.
And I think it's just an ability that you develop over time by playing a lot of different styles with a lot of different players. So it's going to be crucial, but
User joined your channel.
that's such a good smoke. Oh, there's a gap.
Ancha
There's a
baby.
gap.
Oh,
A little gap. Or you can spot the man. And look at Shocks with the boost on the op.
अच्छा बहुत पार्टी करते हैं.
He still cannot
ये smoke पूरा fuck up कर दिया है भाई. CS का भी.
And Shocks has got no clue that
अभी तो
there's a
अच्छा है
little
ना.
gap through the smoke
नहीं,
where
smokes में
जैसा
कुछ
उनको-
gap होता है.
अरे yes.
on. And he's
नहीं,
waiting
अरे
for
नहीं,
someone
वो
just
तो
to
फिक्स
push
किया ना.
out.
वो रेडोडो का बग था.
Shocks is showcasing some
नहीं, अभी
good
तक हुआ नहीं है
smoke.
शायद से.
Oh my god.
I love it.
It's the game
पता नहीं,
of
कल
and
का
what
अपडेट वही
boosts
था.
the patience
परसों
for
का
और
update
the
FPS भी बहुत गिर रहा है.
And for them,
हाँ, वो भी
it
कल
was
फिक्स हुआ.
Defaulter who lost those.
वो स्मोक
He
अगर
was
ड्रॉप
definitely
होगा तो वहाँ पे
gonna be
एफपीएस
upset.
ड्रॉप होता है ना.
He would not have expected
वो कल
Defaulter
फिक्स
to
हुआ
pull
था.
off a move like that.
परसों के अपडेट में इशू हुआ था. कल के अपडेट में फिक्सेस थे.
Yes, this
LOL
is way
Kenny.
too risky. I'm not sure what he went for there.
तो एवरेज मेरे जैसे प्ले कर दिया.
Two players on the face. Kenny S does not stand a chance, but at least the main motive,
अब
the
उधर
main
जाके
call
बाल पकड़ लिया रहेगा
way
अपना
down.
सर.
Even the player in the ladder room gets cleared out, and just like that, it's a 5v2. And the
Hello, Raven.
CTs, they will
कौन है ये?
collapse once again.
कौन
B-side
है ये?
taken away.
Oh,
B-side has
Grey-
been the hot take
ग्रे
for
ग्रे
Marcos
फॉक्स
game.
का ऑपर.
अच्छा.
Does not matter.
Seek the beast.
Setup. It has been
Hey,
perfect.
let's
And
go.
it's a game of
अरे मैं
patience
ये
now.
पूछ रहा था,
Rossi needs
ऑपर
to
के
go
लिए
big, but he is
speed
going home
mouse
without
अच्छा है क्या?
anything. That's a
हाँ नहीं
7-5
भाई मैं तो
half
स्पीड से
in favor of Marcos
Medium में आया.
Gaming. That's, I'll be very honest, the start I
Let's
was
go.
गेमिंग
Marcos.
इसमें मार्कोस ने डाउन निकाला बे.
Rivers would be able
go,
to pull the half
Marcos.
off in their favor, but
तो कितना
my God.
Raven, let's go Marcos.
What a
जो भी
shot
टॉप
quality
मिड में
coming
था
in on
उसको
the T
कितना
side.
देर तक
And
बूस्ट
what
देके
a
रखा था भाई.
mix
मेरे को
of
कभी
the
मिला ही नहीं
approaches.
इतना देर तक
Defaulter
बूस्ट भाई.
just went into weakly, and then it was Kenny S
हर गाली पे है कब
coming in
भर.
from the nest. If I've got to make a guess,
ऑलमोस्ट 40 सेकंड बूस्ट पे था भाई
maybe
वो.
he thought that he was
उतने
flagged off.
इंडिया में भी होता फेल दिया होता ना घुस के सामने वालों ने.
So he
ते तुमने
kind of
मार
wanted
पा रहे हो
to
क्या
be
Raven?
live. And as we were watching it from our
Push नहीं
POV
मिला
as well, even I thought that maybe that was a frag.
ये क्या सेटअप है? अच्छा.
Second half pistol round
शॉक्स
begins.
का सोच और मेरा सोच ऑलमोस्ट
Essential
सिमिलर ही
for
है.
True Rippers to win. With Glocks, you can have that room for error, but with
अरे मेरे को एक बात
USP,
बताओ
you
रेवन,
need to be
अभी जो ऐसा
precise.
प्लेयर ये लोग लेजेंड थे,
Especially if you've got
तो
shots
इनको तुम्हारे
on the
ऊपर था
side
क्या तुमको
towards
खिलाना है या
Gpro?
नहीं?
He will be. He's already
पता
done
नहीं
his
रे, मैं
job. He's
था
took
नहीं
down 2 players by himself.
ये साले
And now it's up to his
पूरे
teammates to
आईपी
sort
का
of
वही
get
है
something done.
मतलब एक
Elvis
ड्राफ्ट होगा
pushing
कोई
up
बंदा.
from the CT.
ये सीटी अकेला फाइट कर रहा है.
Teammate, even Connector getting cleared out by the
तो
team.
एक पीछे देखना
Rippers, they're just
Dead होने
getting
के लिए.
ripped apart. The
भाई
stones are
एल्विस
exploding
भाई.
inside, and the blood is
It's
splattering
fine.
on the walls of the A.
कितना मारा बे एल्विस? चार मारे?
Good
नहीं, दो
approach
मारे.
indeed coming in, but what a stand from Shocks. Those opening 2 frags
Hey,
were the
Shocks.
crucial ones because it gave them the numbers advantage. And he also dinged the third player just a little bit, but that did the damage. The rotation was also called in way too quickly. But on the other side, though, I would still say that the approach that came
मिराज
in
किसका pick है?
it was also pretty good. They were able
मिराज
to get the
pick
bomb
है,
down, so
मैं,
they're going for the force
Marcos
by
Gaming
Khalil's
का.
on the board.
अब तुम्हारा बोलो ना, तुम भी तो हो.
एमजी देख के मैगल्स बोलता है लोड़ा.
Minimum util.
ओ,
Time to move. True Rippers, with this force that they have got, everything is going to be booked up on this. Keep this thing in mind. If they lose this force, it will be easily double digits for Marcos Gaming.
पता नहीं क्या भाई.
And the ray of hope for True Rippers will be dull.
True.
Elvis even heads towards the apartments.
Oh my God, look at the amount of push. They've got the C4. No, that's not it, by the way.
Oh, this is big. If Kenya slips on, oh, he gets caught though. Intentions now revealed.
भाई उसके पास अगर पूरा पैलेस है
Emperor giving
तो
the
20
call
टैग करो
out.
ना.
The players, they need to pull off something quick. True Rippers, time
पता था
is
मरेगा ही.
a matter, and you need to move on forward. McKill shuts down the man. A second one follows up as well. McKill just bringing in some insane firepower right now for True Rippers. That is essentially needed for them. It's a 3v5. And the
बहुत ही
players
चूदा हुआ
control,
पोजीशंस
pull
था
back.
भाई.
Shox,
क्यों?
maybe he can try
बस
to go
मजा
for
उड़ाया
those
हुआ.
exit frags, but at this
Yeah.
point, even Shox has said that it's
बस
gonna
मजा
be
उड़ाया हुआ.
safe, boys. And that's
Yeah,
what
it's
Counter's gaming is going, but Shox still gets caught.
ऐसा हो रहा है.
सही जोड़ा.
Want to catch the opponent by surprise, that's about it.
अबे
Actually,
उसके पास
forgot.
पूरा पैलेस
True
था.
Rippers, they have
ठीक
been
है.
pretty
ये लोग मिड
confident
छोड़
on the
के
T
खेल रहे
side
हैं. दो बंदे बी पे पेयर
since
खेल
the
रहे हैं.
group stage.
तो
It's
जंगल
just-
वाले दो पेयर पे
it's-
क्यों नहीं है?
it's just
अरे
maybe
मैसेज करके बोलना
the
रेवेन.
weaponry effect that you
Bombs.
have.
क्या कर रहे हो
Slow
तुम
down
लोग?
line, the T-weapon,
कॉम्स
do so
कॉम्स का दिक्कत हो रहा है
a
गाइस.
little bit more
कॉम्स
better. And they just give you that different
कम्युनिकेशन ही नहीं.
तुम नहीं हो ना कान उधर रेवेन, इसलिए ऐसा हो रहा है.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna come through.
अच्छा.
तुम बराबर सेट करके रखते हो.
I would agree.
ये लोग अनसेट खेल रहे हैं.
Weapons, they do
Hello,
have
long
a
barrel.
lot of
कोई
fun.
मैच है कि नहीं बे?
People are kinda comfortable
क्या
with
बोला
it. You
कांचा?
always see them swapping
तेरे
the
फॉक कोई
M4
मैच है कि नहीं?
रिफॉक्स अभी डायरेक्ट आई थिंक वो इलीट पिक का कल से या परसों से क्वालिफायर है.
On the flip side,
इलीट
Marcos
पिक का प्राइस क्या?
going in for a timeout and Shox
क्या मालूम
has
कुछ अच्छा
quite
है
a
पर
few
डॉलर्स
instructions
नहीं
to
बता
give.
ब्रो.
And I like this
अच्छा
approach.
डॉलर
Plus,
भाई
also,
जो.
you know this thing about when you're on the T side, you kind of have the ability to control the pace of the game.
कर रहा है बैंक करोड़ी.
टॉक्स क्या कर रहा है? पागल हो गए हैं.
The CTs are reacting.
Okay, keep
भाई
this
ये
round
जो
alive.
स्काई स्पोर्ट्स का है ना
Force by
अपना
Emperor.
ऑस्ट्रेलिया क्वालिफायर.
True
भाई
Rippers.
मुझे लगा सब फालतू टीम्स आई होगी भाई. जब देख रहा हूँ तो सारी एचएल टीवी की सारी अच्छी टीम्स आई है भाई ऑस्ट्रेलिया से.
Saw Shox
भाई हमने बहुत सारे
गिरफॉक्स
दिन को
छोड़
है.
a lot of adjustments.
चलेगा. ग्राउंड नहीं है क्योंकि वो लोग कुछ और खेल रहे थे. बाकी सारी एचएल टीवी टीम आ गई इसमें.
वही बोल रहा बहुत अच्छा आ रहा है. हमने अभी देखते क्या होता है आगे.
Because these will
क्वालिफाई तो हो गए हम प्लेयर्स के लिए.
and these can
इधर
also
elite में.
help the upcoming
हाँ.
teams quite a lot.
तो ब्रैकेट कुछ है?
तो
वो किधर रहा है वो?
नहीं आगे का ब्रैकेट नहीं आया. वो इस पे 5 पे
अच्छा
हांगकांग सर्वर. हांगकांग सर्वर कंपलसरी. हां.
Spread out approach coming in from Marcos Gaming. Even though the scrappy buy for them,
तो पिंग आता होगा उस पे तो.
Eagles into the mix along with M1s.
तो बोलिए भाई.
Fine. But control has been lost though, so Pro Rippers can go wherever they want to. Bomb is making its way towards the B.
कौन-सी
It's all a
गेम?
fake.
Seems like it. True Rippers in the round deficit for the opponents. It's an eco. And if Defaulter does decide to explore the ladder room a little bit deep, maybe he could have caught one player off guard.
Should be a done round. Should be a round for True Rippers.
Yeah, they did have a little advantage of somewhere down line, but also chosen the right side to hit. And B side only got one player, and the only man with the hope on his back has also been taken down, so it's going to dissipate slowly and steadily. And yes, maybe a save for those three remaining players can definitely come through. Even Shox falls down.
अरे what the fuck?
Two remaining.
वो मार्केट रेवेन वो मार्केट ये सिटी
A lot of
दिखा रहा है
space
देखना.
was given to the members of True Rippers. They were allowed to
नंबर
work
1
in the
मैं
mid
बोला वो
for
सिटी
far
इनके
too
पीछे
long.
मार रखी नहीं है
Allowed them
मैप
to pull
में.
off a fake towards the A site and then move directly towards B.
बात नहीं. लेट्स
Because
गो.
you did
BO3
see all
है
those
दो
guys
मैच हारने
coming
ऐसे.
in
लेट्स
from
गो.
mid directly towards the site.
क्या बात कर रहा है?
Gave them the false information that
भाई
the execution
2-0 हो जाए
was
पूरा
towards the A.
वो खुश हो जाती है एडमिन
But
टीम.
in reality, the
भाई
bomb
उनका एक
made
पे
its
टी
way
दिखा रहा था
through the
भाई. मैं
apartments
बोला भाई तो
towards the
मार
site.
भाई क्या कर
Others
रहा है?
can get taken.
अभी भी दिखा रहा है देखिए
Few exit
गोस्ट.
frags now are gonna come in. Every damage done is going to be important.
भाई बहुत खाली पेट हो गया. भूख लग रहा है मुझे. फक.
Let's go Bagels bye. Let's go everyone bye bye.
The way things were,
लेट्स गो एवरीवन.
and with the way things are,
And
there's a big difference. McKills is now sort of feeling
Lion
that
खेलेगा
pressure,
तो
you can tell. And
आएगा
that
ना
includes
काउंटर तो
stage.
मेरे को हेल्प करने
McKill
आई
was the
छावड़े.
one making the players feel the pressure.
कोलकाता ब्लॉग हुआ है इनके पड़े एक कोलकाता में एक कोलकाता का खींच नहीं करूंगी हार के चला गया वो उठा के
Even mid's being explored now.
कलकत्ता ब्लॉग बोलते हैं।
Slow and tactical approach. Much more
आज
methodical
तो जीत के
from
जब
the
आज
side
तो
of
जीत
Gigantus.
जब बात हो गई
Yes,
तेरी
as
फाइनल
you
में
mentioned, there was the push. Apartment push
तो
still
हारा
is gonna
हारा
take a
किनसे
lot of
तो
time to activate in itself.
क्या नाम है
Cannot
उनका?
really still count on that push.
स्मोके मॉड
Teams they've
स्मोका।
already explored towards the
अरे
A site, so
यार
that push once again really does
Mocha
not matter.
bhai.
But they are slowly and steadily closing it all
ये
the way from the
academy
T-spawn, from the back towards main. And this lurk, this flank from the CTs is going to come through soon. And it does as well. They catch the first man off guard. Shox and his teammate move it in. They also get their hands on the better weaponry. And out of nowhere, now this retake seems way too easy. But Ghost is just tapping away, and he's connecting some insane shots. And the CTs, they crumble down.
They had no utility to block off the jungle. No util to block off the connector. They had to go in for the dry peaks.
1 by 1 pick
That
किया
is
घोस्ट को।
what they went in for and were crumbled down. But yes, I know what's brewing in your
इन्हीं
head.
भाई मर गए रेस
You
कर
can
रहे
ask
हैं
what
क्या?
Kenny S was saying at that
Yeah.
point, the instructions that
इन्हीं
he
भाई
was
मरे
given.
ना?
Not instructions, he's quite vocal.
Kenny
So,
bhai.
रेज नहीं कर रहा, बोल रहा है एंगल
what was
तुम
the
अच्छे से
reason
क्लियर
that
क्यों
you
नहीं
were
कर
getting
रहे?
so vocal?
हाँ, why you not clearing flank and why not
But the
staying
players, you
there?
know, there must be
रॉसी भाई
some
आराम कर रहे हैं
important
उसको।
reason, and there must
बोल
be
रहे
some
आराम आराम
valuable
chill,
invaluable
you got
intel
this।
is also given out.
I just love the fact how McGill was also having a smile on his face, and that's what we saw on defaulter too. So that, of course, taking it in a very positive sense, and that's the best part. That's the most
मेरा
important
सपना था मैं लेजेंड के साथ खेलूं लेकिन अब मेरा सपना नहीं है वो
scenario.
रेस कर रहे शायद कि नहीं भाई?
Those are it. Good get. Full buy coming in from the side of Marcos. This time the AWP in the hands of Shox and in the hands of Kenny as well. So we're looking forward to this matchup. Shox versus Kenny on the AWP. We're gonna have a taste of
This
that
cafe.
dish. The setup changed a little bit. Couple of players towards the A. One in the jungle area moving towards connector. There are 3 towards the B side. Ladder room, archers, as well as the van. What a shot from Kenny.
Solid shot. Great way to open the things up. Once again, a big floodgate being opened on the site, but then the op as well from the back is also striking the players down. Shox is off, back in the hands. It's a Shox versus Kenny S battle. Who's going to come out on top? This really brings off a lot of nostalgia from the past, right? These guys used to be teammate for such a long time before now. Speak of the moment. Kenny S. He's really lining the bodies up.
It's a save.
Shox, the only man left over. Yes, save is probably going to be the best thing you have to offer. And Shox is just backing away towards underpass. Footsteps are heard, fading away, and he won't get caught. Ghost, it's fine. He gets caught while he was trying to catch Shox, but he wasn't able to do so. Now these 2 last remaining rifles from True Rippers will be saved.
Main problem is the AWP in the hands of Shox. It needs to find a lot more value, and also at the same time, the players on site, they also need to understand that holding their ground is going to be the key. The util dump came in, but I was hoping for
कल से स्ट्रीम चालू हो जाएगी भाई इसका
directly down
स्पोर्ट्स का
towards the ramp, but that just did not happen.
Look at the
देखते
score
कैसे प्रोडक्शन
कांचा देवास क्वालिफायर्स जो है मतलब
And
ऑलरेडी
now,
इनवाइटेड
for
टीम्स
Marco's
उसका
game, it's Anika.
उसकी 6 टीम कौन है ब्रो?
A new ray of hope
65 है ना
once again.
रूल बुक में 5 लिखा हुआ है
But
हाँ क्या?
I think
पहले 4 थे अभी
we saw
5 हो
a
गए
rifle in the
पता है,
hands
हमको
of
डाले।
Shox. And
अरे।
Marcos were able to pull together a round.
ठीक हो दे रहे हो क्या हेलो
Deja vu maybe?
या हमको नहीं डाला है क्या पता भाई?
लौड़े
क्योंकि हमको ऐसा लगता है हमको मिलेगा भाई इनवाइट, इसलिए मैं
तुम लोग नई टीम है तुम्हारा और पैसा भी खर्च करेगा अभी
Just an
जब 3-4 इवेंट हार जाओगे तो तुमको डिसबैंड कर देंगे
पोसड़ी गए।
uh-oh, completely blind, gets caught. Unfortunately,
इंडिया में होता ही क्या है
Whoa!
और साइड
नहीं
साइड कर
नहीं
दिया
ये यॉर्क से नहीं
And
होगा।
this is something
सब
the players
सबका
of True
सब
Rivers
और का
cannot
प्लेयर यही
afford.
बात है
Dropping
बाद
down
में
बोल रहा
जेएमयू
हूँ
से
ना,
फेल दिया भाई
one single
भाई
5-7,
मजाक से कैमरा और
Rossi's quite
बहुत ये
low.
है।
And
सबका
I
होगा
guess
अच्छा था
the only option Marcus Gaming really has
बॉब
is
कौन
to
है
go
बिच्छत?
for
रोसी
Another man get caught.
Oh,
He
good now,
finds the
player.
pick as well.
इतने बड़े इवेंट में भी
It's
नाम
all
नहीं
down to
लिखते
Kenny
खुद का
S.
भाई बहुत चूतिया लगता है हमको ऐसा तुम्हें
It's possible.
Yeah, C4 goes down. Kenny S cannot.
मेरे साथ नाम लॉक इसीलिए नाम जो है ना मैं लॉक कर देता हूँ
Jungle smoked off. Kenny S, if he does pull off this clutch, is definitely going to have a lot of choice words for his teammates. With the way they fell off towards the main side, Kenny S has got no clue. That shocks is the exact
क्या
same
बात है
spot.
B2
And he
घर
will catch
सीधा
him. Now I just want to see
सॉक्सी
Kenny
ने
S
कैनियस को ही भेज दिया
definitely going to have a lot of choice words for his teammates.
अच्छा मारा एल्विस ने नाइस और एल्विस वेल
At
प्लेड
this point, because
छुट्टी
again,
उसको मारे हुए 2
round-
मिनट हो गए अब
I
जाके
was telling
तारीफ
you,
कर रहा है
it was
उसकी
a save. Deja vu.
अरे,
देख रहा था round
That's
जीत
what
रहा है कि नहीं।
happened.
मैं ट्राई
See
था
another eco round win.
अच्छा
यार
ट्राई
तो
था
सुन
जीत
ना,
गया
मेरे
ना
को एक बात बता,
हां
ये तो तू बोल ही
Dogs
सकता
with
है
the AWP
अभी
getting
जो
those
invited
two
teams रहते
crucial
हैं,
picks, but also
तो
I love
उसमें
the play that they made early
कैसा
on in
रहता है
the
ग्रुप
match.
स्टेज रहता है
On
या
the back of that flash, Elvis
इनवाइटेड
peeked
मतलब
and got the
क्लोज
first
को
two.
तुम लोग इसमें आ जाओगे ना क्लोज क्वालीफायर में
हाँ
Two,
तो
a
क्लोज में
brilliant
ग्रुप स्टेज
maneuver.
रहता है
I
अबे
love how
रूल बुक में
Marco's
लिखा हुआ
gaming
है
are
रुक
now
देखता
taking
हूँ
the initiative
तेरे को
and
ज्यादा
bringing
पता है
the
इसलिए तेरे
fights to the members
नहीं
of the
मैं
Rippers.
पूछता नहीं मैं सिर्फ मैचेस
Look at
करवाता
Frogs,
हूँ
oh
मेरे
my
पास शेड्यूल
God,
आता है मैं
that's
सिर्फ
such a
मैचेस
proactive
करवाता
play.
हूँ मैं
अरे
इतना
हाँ
देखता ही
तेरे
नहीं
को
है
जनरल नॉलेज तो होगा ब्रो
देख
बहुत
रहा हूँ ना
अच्छा
उनका
Very
फॉर्मेट क्या है
bold. There's a cap
देख
as
लिखा
well.
हुआ है इंडियन क्लोज क्वालीफायर BO3
One
डबल
हाँ
एलिमिनेशन है
Welcome
हाँ
with the
मतलब
AWP in
ये
the head
ग्रुप
or
स्टेज
on
नहीं
the
है ये
top.
हाँ
डबल एलिमिनेशन जो ये ड्राफ्ट हो रहा है ड्राफ्ट
Needs
अपना
support
सेम वही
from multiple directions.
अगर हारा एक मैच तो लोअर तो उसमें आएगा लोअर ब्रैकेट में आएगा जो उसके बाद खेलेगा ये जो अभी ड्राफ्ट हो रहा है ना ये अपर ब्रैकेट है जो
हाँ
टीम
समझा
हारेगी हो
समझा
जाएगी
मैं
लोअर में
हाँ 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 हाँ
हाँ
तो ये
ये
अच्छा
इस
है ना
बार
एक
ग्रुप
तरीके
स्टेज में
से
है
Once again, it's the big threat.
तो तेरे ऊपर है भाई सबका ड्राफ्ट का जो इंडिया में हुआ था वो क्या बोलते हैं ग्रुप था वो तो टॉप उसमें से जो पॉइंट में से टॉप थी वो क्वालिफाई हो गई अब यहाँ पे ये लोग कर रहे हैं डबल तो जो फॉर्मेट
क्या क्या कुछ लिया क्या एक्शन से जैसे कि एल्बर्ट वो एलिट्रा बैन हो गया कुछ ऐसा
वो मुझे क्या मतलब
अरे देखो ना ये गेम अभी
और
ओह,
Marcos just
मतलब
going
नहीं
home.
है
Double digits would be reached by True Rippers and the execute begins.
Once again, B side quickly executed, but this time by the players of
बस सैड पार्ट यही किया है कि बहुत कम टीम लेके जा रहे हैं लाइफ पे इंडिया का सिर्फ एक ऑस्ट्रेलिया का सिर्फ एक
बस
दो स्लॉट होता तो सही था तो इंडिया 2 ऑस्ट्रेलिया 2 एचएल टीम
मैं तो बोलता हूँ ये लोग एचएल टीवी पे क्यों नहीं कराते इवेंट
But they unfortunately TK each other.
वहाँ पे है इवेंट ऐसे ऑर्गेनाइज का करो
एक सेकंड है
It's not the kind of jitters you would want to have at such a stage in the game.
I don't think so. It's
दो
really
बी
tough
साइड
to
पे
make
खेल
it
रहे
more
थे ऐसा
than
लगा ही नहीं कि दो बी साइड पे है
them going for the double peak and then them lining each other up.
Yeah, but
ये राउंड इको जाएगा ये टॉप ने सेव किया क्या
नहीं खरीदा आप
at this point,
अरे
यार ड्रॉप लिया
yeah, it's understandable sometimes.
खरीदा
Oh,
खरीदा
he missed that.
पैसे बस के पैसे
He hit
नेक्स्ट
some
राउंड
of
का
the
बाई
toughest
तो है
shots
सबके
and then he
पास
missed one of the easy.
अरे यार ये कैसे मिस है
Oh, great kill. Great kill. Rossi opening the floodgates.
Oh, wait a
but
second.
then out of nowhere,
Nice B2.
it's just a flood of
Oh,
kills in the
B2.
hands of Marcos Gaming.
Why you overpicking B2 dog shit
It can be pulled back though. Slow and steady progress is important. If you're trying to rush things,
नंबर एडवांटेज
you're
रखना चाहिए
bold
जहाँ से
in
निकाल
there
देगा।
sometimes, but not as the way
टॉक्स
you want it
कांटेक्ट
to
लेगा
be.
आपसे यस
Position from default.
they should just hold the angles bro I guess
डिफॉल्टर राउंड निकाल देगा
Volley.
बहुत टाइम है इनके पास बैठे रहेंगे आके मर जाएगा
Oh
कोई ना
my
कोई
god, catching them off guard. This could be huge. Second volley recovered as well. He still needs to get his hands on the C4. The kills! Oh, he just missed
Abe,
the opportunity,
chop!
but he still taps it in.
whiff
Big one, a 1v2. Now these guys need to play together.
आई भावेश रियल गेम दिखा दिया उसने आज अपना
भावेश गांडू
किन टाइम वाला गेम निकाल दिया
भावेश
किन की हालत हो गई भाई
क्या चूतिया पा है बहनचोद
And yeah, I think so. Somewhere down the line, he also tried to go for that highlight play. He did not check the site completely before.
भाई
going
टीम के नाम से
for
किन
that
पिक
close
जा
one,
सकते
but
थे
I'm
भावेश
not
के अंदर
exactly
से
sure
किन
what was
पिक
the
नहीं
thought
जाने वाला
process. Maybe the heat of the moment is something that was catching him off guard. but-
क्या
Yeah,
बहनचोद
बहुत
in
easy
general,
होता है
True Rippers, they're able to squeeze these rounds away. It was still way too close for comfort. It should not have been that way. But yeah, it's 11-9 scoreline.
मैं उसे टपली मार देता हूं
And the shots were being
Achha.
fired on shocks towards arches. I thought the second player from Marcus would provide instant support, but that's not what happened. And yet the player from True Rippers went in unpunished. And that is where they, you could say, kind of lost the round, even though they were about to almost win it. 3-2. Someone just
वाह B2
I just got no clue about that.
बता दिया कि हम आगे हैं.
मिड पे सेटअप भी बैठा है और मिड पे स्मोक भी कर रहा है. नाइस रे.
This time, once again, it's a waiting game. It's a guessing game.
भाई इंडिया का थोड़ा यही प्रॉब्लम है कि यूटिल डालने को डाल देते हैं भाई.
मिड में डिफॉल्टर आएगा मतलब कौन है? अभी तक कैंगस खेल रहा था ना उधर.
He's gonna walk into a trap. He's heading into a big trap.
नाइगल्स.
But they still somehow managed
एम्बर
to
भाई,
untangle it.
हगी भाई.
Big play coming out from McKills. A 2K to back it off, and Kenny S is definitely gonna be proud of him.
चलो भाई.
Unfortunately,
second
Kenny
map
S
पे आया
himself got picked off in that moment. But now Ghost moving in towards the site. Could have been caught off guard as well. No, he went for the same peak once again from that same angle. Elvis, if he gets another one from this spot, it will not be good for True Rippers at all. But Shocks is just...
Shocks बोलता है just side. एल्विस को हाइड लेना चाहिए पता है पूरा.
Just waiting for someone to cross on over.
Haid ले Elvis.
Not exactly executed. Elvis peeks
Nice,
out,
Elvis.
gets a 2K.
Oh.
Rippers.
उसको भी मार दिया एल्विस ने. वाओ.
Some of the
नाइस एल्विस ब्रो.
hard duels, and then they're losing some of the easy ones.
You could say the same thing for Marcos.
User
Gaming, man.
disconnected from your channel.
That's happening with not just one, but almost all of these players out there. And on the back of that, we have the True Rippers.
सेटअप की पूरा मार्च होती है भाई B2 ने.
User joined your channel.
डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया गलती से मैं.
But at the same time, Marcos Gaming, I would say this time it was, yes, a few of the hero players
Kevin,
as well, but
which mouse are you using?
it had a few
Superlight.
things to back them up.
1 or 2?
1 भाई.
Do you know any difference between 1 and 2?
2 यूज नहीं किया but 2 मेरे को अच्छा लगा. एक बार यूज किया तो नॉर्मल.
मतलब बहुत डिफरेंस है.
Whenever
हाँ क्लिक्स पे और थोड़ा लाइट वेट
there
है.
are some tight matches, you always see Kenny
मेरा आ रहा है क्योंकि
every single
मैंने
time.
फ्री स्ट्रीम कर रहा है.
That's just every single time you would see Kenny S in those situations, and obviously he gives
Let's
out
go,
all
guys.
of those instructions, and it's just True Rippers now how they are going to take it. But again, on the other side, a fast execute towards the A, it seems. A lot of control towards main as well as Palace.
Okay. Interesting. Oh, from the short.
मुंह पे नेट खाया आके.
Kenny S realizing the fact that okay, his position's compromised, so he needs to back away. And that's what he's doing. His teammates aren't really exactly there to provide him that backup, but they have done their job towards A. A site cleared out. Looking pretty good. But Kenny S once again getting caught. Kenny S has been sacrificing his life for some of these rounds, and his teammates are able to squeeze those rounds away. And once again, sight in the hands. True Rippers going for the plant. The C4 is being planted. There's a lure coming in from the Palace. The lure can be massive, but it needs to find at least a 2-piece. Defaulter. Oh, he got taken down completely all by himself. There's a man towards sight. He gets the 2-piece. That's a big kill.
HP.
Ghost way too low,
No
and
kid.
now Ghost needs to play so cautiously. Every single step he takes needs to be super cautious.
No
Elvis, he
time.
gets that kill, but unfortunately not the round, and he will also die to the explosion.
भाभी भाई come on.
He had no defusal kit, and with that, we are now seeing True Rippers on the map point. It's such a close game. Marcos having the advantage on their T side, but True Rippers seem to have even a bigger advantage.
अरे रेवन, तुमको इसका ये आया क्या?
Economy is broken.
अब था उसका
Not
सीजन
going
2
to
का
be a full
पैसा.
solid buy. They
नहीं
have
bro.
to compromise on a few
मैं
of those
नहीं जीता था
utilities.
शायद.
Couple of players
पता
not
नहीं
even
जीता था
having
कि
the
नहीं जीता
helmets, just the Kevlars.
We're seeing much more of a controlled True Rippers. Much more of a controlled True Rippers. One thing is for sure, they are stepping out of their comfort zone though. And out of nowhere, it's first towards
Lol,
the side.
defaulter.
I'm not sure why he jumped off like that. Maybe panic setting in. but just because he jumped in front of that man, he lost
Yeah,
that
miss ho
duel.
gaya.
Yeah, the traits are still in the favor of True Rippers, but once again, things can be pulled back
नहीं
from the
नहीं
dirt.
भावेश मत
But he has,
बहुत सही
oh my
हार
God.
जब है नहीं यार
The
Smoke
way
fucked
he's
up है
squeezed in,
भाई.
2 players in the
Smoke
front,
देखो.
and both of them can be
Smoke
caught.
देखो.
All Rossi needs to do is find the perfect timing, and he
पूरा स्मोक
does!
इतना रिस्क
True
लेके भाई
Rippers, they get the Mirage in their hands in a
Yes.
really great fashion. A controlled True
Aye,
Rippers this time,
aye,
much more
let's
refined
go.
and better looking True Rippers. But summer downline, it's also affecting them internally. Kenny S is definitely helping them quite a lot with the valuable intel, but it might just be too much of the brainstorming for the players for now. But I'm loving to see this approach. I'm loving to see this change. As I mentioned, it's controlled, especially that round, if you remember. A 3v4 in the CT half.
I soft ने डाटली वो दबा दिया भाई quit.
It was the old
Direct.
True Rippers. We would see them go for that retake anyways.
Control is what you need, the calmness of the mind, because yes, True Rippers have got that firepower. They've clearly shown it to us, doing a phenomenal job. But yes, now Shox would also need to give a lot of intel to his team. Yes, he's having fun, you can clearly see. But he would always want to win whenever it's a close game. 13 and 10. It still could have been anyone's game had a couple of more rounds fallen into the basket of Marcos Gaming. But yes, just as you mentioned, True Rippers going in for those crucial saves, going in for a controlled play, calm play, collected play. And the patience is what you wanted to see from them. That's
next
what
map
you're getting.
कब होगा
Yes,
पता नहीं
definitely not their
इस
comfort zone, but
shit
hey, you know, if you
अभी
want to
मार्कोस का
win
पिक था
big,
बे
you
मिराज
gotta go big.
And that's what the players are doing. Yeah, it is definitely a play style that's going to help them quite a lot for the future approaches. But I mean, if you look at the replays itself or the highlights themselves, you can see with how the game started off. Game started off in quite a slow pace, ended off in quite a controlled manner. And this is what we like. At the start, True Rippers, it felt like they were not really able to get things together for themselves. But considering True Rippers, the players are quite solid when it comes to the mechanics. And they have been around the competitive scene for a long time as well. The same thing can be said for Marcos Gaming, but in general, True Rippers have been dominating through and through inside of the tournament.
The T-sides have been looking even more refined, so yeah, that's even solid. It is the CT that they need some work on. On the other end of the spectrum, if you're talking about Marcos Gaming, yes, they've been performing phenomenally, but now is the biggest challenge. True Rippers.
Ancient is going to be the upcoming map. And just to let you know, True Rippers strats and even the stats on Ancient have been much better. They know exactly where to push, they know exactly when to push, or at least that was the old True Rippers. This True Rippers, I don't think so they're going to be pushing a lot, even if they do. It will be something that will catch the players on Marcos Gaming off guard, that's for sure.
Highly possible, and we're gonna have a look at the stats as well for this game. The leaderboard, Shox on one side, Defaulter on the other side.
Even Rossi is tied up.
बोलना कहाँ था?
Yep.
आया बिगमैन खेलते हैं
Here's the thing, right?
नहीं
You
यार
can see Kenny directly
Practice.
down with 13, 12,
नहीं,
and 57,
मैं
but it
और
always
खेलना आता but ये
has
मैच
been
अभी
the
देखा
intel, those crucial
Hey.
कैसे डाजा
Him down. Pistols are their bane
Huh?
in this moment, Jason, and it just isn't looking good for them.
Look, let's be
Kancha?
real, there's nothing special
Bola.
to any of these
कैसे डाजा
Falcons. All of them
हाँ
fold
नहीं
out
नहीं
together. Speed to exchange.
And it looks
खेलता ही नहीं
close
कुछ
to his
फ्लिप
life, and then from that point onwards, it's absolute carnage.
सही है सही है
Kylo has a peek down towards ramp. It's the start they need. It's one of many. Hence will hope. As Hedy sends that deagle through, Snappy's pushed towards red.
Tia needs to find his old in-game leader.
He does.
He's not going to be aggressive, though. He's the only one outside for the moment, so he's just watching for some kind of a push. He's going to bide his time and wait for ENCE to take attention elsewhere on the map. Question is, where do they want to go? A little bit of utility. Glaive is going to throw an outside smoke to help his teammate. Meanwhile, they creep closer to ramp. Boros is going to have a chance for impact.
Snappy pushes outside to Yaha, has to sink this one. Eventually he does it. Boros holds. Okay, can't get around the corner without hitting a dig. And Supplies has come to clean them up. It looked like they had found their way through, and perhaps they still have, because Glaive has suddenly found himself in a clutch, up against the greatest that Spain has ever had.
Yeah, well, you got 4 major trophies on the other side of that. And in this situation, I think Glaive is someone you'd want in this 1v1 to keep ENCE alive. I can't believe they keep fighting back into these rounds with almost nothing. Now, the big question here is the time on the clock, 30 seconds. Glaive doesn't have all day.
Yeah, he has to get that bomb back, and Sampaius is starting to consider multiple different positions because he has no idea where Glaive is coming from. Absolutely no idea, but he's about to find out. He's about to have a look, and Sampaius hears the noise of the crowd, and now he knows exactly where his next target is, his only target. And he peeks on out, composed as ever. It's Sampaius stepping up and cleaning up. He might have just done it for ENCE. He might have broken them at the most brittle point of this game.
And for how much of a struggle Sampaius had on overpass, he's stepping up here on Nuke. Dangerous situation. Yes, it's against pistols, but they're being overwhelmed, and Sampaius puts a stop to it all. Triple kill over in ramp room, a good rotation, a good read of what's coming.
Well, they fought hard in every single round despite the weapons that they have. So ENCE coming back into it again. Tech9's their last stand. ENCE sprint out through the doors. Goofy running with it. Tech9 rounds that corner. But there's no follow-up yet until this point. Kylar assassinates Madden towards the back of the bomb site. And suddenly now there is a chance. But Bora's got the flank. He's got this play in. He's created that space and he pulls out the sidearm. And despite ENCE getting into the bomb site, they do not find the plant. And Diha is put in a clutch again. This time a 1v3.
This time he's got the bomb at the very least. Doesn't have to worry about picking that up, but unfortunately, there's so much pressure on this round. Falcons would be on series point, quarterfinals point if they win this. This would have to top even Madden's clutch in the pistol. He's got room, no one downstairs. He's got space, he doesn't realize it yet. But at some point, you just have to plant the bomb and hope nobody peeks and go from there.
ENCE battled hard to be the first Polish team in 8 years to make it here to the Spodek. They don't want to go out like this, so Diha has moved into position to assassinate Boros and collect an MP9, but they know now where he's gone. And this now flips the chances increasingly in the favor of Falcons because it wasn't the weapon Diha wanted. It's only the little sidearm. And that defuse is being stuck all the way, and Diha gets him off it. The Tech9 gets another, and this time Snappy's going for it. Diha, oh, he's got it. He's forced Snappy away. He's absolutely got it. And Diha, the hunter, the hometown hunter, slays a Falcon.
बोरोस चूतिया है भाई, चूतिया.
11-6. Diha keeps him alive for the moment. How close are these rounds? The heroics from both sides.
I can't believe Diha is able to pick it up on the Tech9.
It's brilliantly played. It's brilliantly played the way he lures them out. Falcon's not sure which side of ramp room he's going to peek. And yeah, they've got a lead. Yeah, they're 2 rounds away from the semifinal, but every round is stressful for Falcons.
We talked about them staying in it. We talked about them finding the fight.
To take this a little bit further. We haven't even really played a real gun round here on Nuke just yet.
No, we have not. A scrappy finish for a battle for a semi-final. It looked like the door was closing for ENCE, but Diha swings it wide open. And this hometown team have got more in them. 5-7 for Madden, takes a couple of shots. They're going into Boros. This unproven player blisters a headshot right through Goofy. Sampaius comes over with a scout, and despite having weaker weapons, Falcons are up multiple players. This will bring them to series point. This will bring them to semifinals point. And ENCE once again have to battle in the deficit.
Well, Diha playing an awkward game of chicken in the vents. Gonna force Madden away. 2 players heavily tagged up as Boros comes to address ramp room. They're working into his position and he's primed and ready.
Oh, he absolutely is. Deagle clocked in. Oh no, for Boros, it's a disaster, but for ENCE, it's an opening. And they're gonna move down into that bottom B bomb site. Plant will be secured. Glaive the man to do it. Madden hears that, and the door, because of the smoke, opens up the wrong way, so he can't swing out with it. He sends the
nice bug रे door का.
In with that 5-7. He now has to think about that damage.
Door ऐसे खुल के बंद हो गया है ना.
बेंचो तो door अपने उसके तरफ खुला है just because of smoke था बोल के.
तो वाला बग मैच अलग ही था. Door खुला तो घूम जाते हैं उसके.
Some real 3v. Round 19.
Look what it's done to the Falcons.
Yeah, but as we've seen, every round is dangerous. Kyler's going to deliver a knockout punch. This is a play they loved running in the group stage. And it's netted them some openings again. Kyler with a triple kill.
हर kill के बाद आवाज.
But he's Zeused away. He's blasted by the electricity that Snappy has at the tip of his fingers. But he's going to need a lot more than that. And Kyler just isn't going to.
भाई क्या crowd है भाई.
कब खेलोगे ऐसे क्राउड के सामने रेवन?
मेरा खेलने का उम्र चला गया क्राउड के सामने. तेरे उम्र है.
क्या is it तुम्हारी?
Morris jumps off
24
that box and goes down to B again. He has
है
shown
उम्र यार
willingness
अभी
to
भी.
stand and fight sometimes, but the majority of the time he's fine descending down because he knows his teammates are quite quick to make the rotation with him.
Yeah, but because he didn't stay up, because he just dropped immediately, this has pulled Madden downstairs for the moment. This is no information over in ramp.
चालू हो गया
Falcons are
match.
operating under the assumption that ENCE have control of
चालू
ramp
हो
and
गया.
could challenge downstairs, could challenge under heaven, and they're dead.
चलो भाई tier 1 CS बंद
It'll be
अभी.
an interesting map because we expected Mirage to be a place where Marcos Gaming will get the initial advantage. And Ancient being the stronger map for the side of True Rippers, they are expected to take this home. But now, since they've already won on Mirage, they can close out the series with a quick 2-0 against their toughest competition in this tournament. But let's see, early mid control for the side of True Rippers. No resistance from Marcos Gaming. And Mikhails, he has gained access all the way towards Sniper's Nest. Initial pistol round, I think it will be important, especially on the CT side, that Marcos Gaming retain the advantage, retain the upper hand. But a little bit of an exchange in the sunroom. It's a 2-for-1 trade for Marcos Gaming. It's all of it. Look at the space Elvis has taken, fires a few shots, gives the information to the team. But look at that lurk coming in already. Oh, it was important that Shox be able to hold that spot, hold that A side. But as soon as he fell, Elvis falling back from aim and does find the initial frag.
Oh.
2v2. C4 planted for
Shox
Donut,
pick
but
क्यों किया वहाँ से?
both the Ds all the way towards CT spawn. One more for Elvis. Mikhails out of the picture.
Nice,
Defaulter
Elvis.
as well picked off.
Elvis by popping
What
off.
a round. What a start for Marcos Gaming. Nice little retake from Elvis as well. That early control of aim in. Very important to bring this round back. I honestly love the call from True Rippers as well. As soon as they realized the site was pretty stacked up, it's the pistol round after all. You do not really want to barge into a site that is stacked up, and they could not find a lot of value in the sunroom. It was still a 2-for-1 trade. Was favoring the side of Marcos Gaming, so yes, starting off pretty solid. But because the bomb went down, you have a force by coming in. Tech9 into the mix of Galils though, and a bare minimum utility. So it's going to be a full-scale execute to either one of the sites, and it seems A is the name of the game. Yeah. I mean, utility being timed perfectly is going to be of the utmost important right now. Every single flash needs to get maximum value, but before that, Elvis, oh, just a simple old Molotov to stop the aggression of True Rippers, and a nade to follow it all up. A little bit of pressure felt in A halls, and that spray. My goodness. Elvis definitely fearing for his life after that. No kills yet from either sides. Look towards Cat and mid. A lot of information gathered by Marcos Gaming very early on. Yes, but not quite sure. 3 MP9s. Want to go in for a long range. Shox is in the perfect position to go for the punish. Trigger discipline needs to be the key. Oh, he sees everything. He sees everything. And he's going to be going big for 3. Good turnaround from Marcos. Pahavi on the side itself finds one instant shutdown with the Tech-9 in the hands of Rossi. But Rossi now left in a 1v4. Can't really do much, accepts his fate as he goes on to take that fight against Shox. And it's a 2-0 start for Marcos Gaming this time. And Shox, look at that. Again, as soon as the round ends, you have to look at his POV. And he's always just a few words exchanged with Elvis, and then it's him and Elvis, both of them just nodding at each other like, yeah, bro, yeah, we got this. That was a very solid round, and again, on the back of the information that they gained in A, is the reason why they pushed up all towards the B. They had the cat control, they also had the mid control, and everything that you need. And again, no lot of utilities, hence No more to flush it out, but what a damage. Oh my goodness, Elvis is feeling himself today. Look at these awkward nades when they just roll at your feet. See them head towards you, but
भाई वो डीगल उठाने जा रहा था.
can't really do much about that. Can't even jump away from it. Anyways, a 1-for-1 trade outside A main. This is something that True Rippers are hoping for this round. They don't really have a lot of weapons to work with. It was just upgrade pistols. One Galil has been recovered by Kenny S. Although, they just have one flash on the entire team to work with. So it's just going to be a quick pop flash and go towards the B side. They get control of side as well. C4 is going to be planted. Post plant is definitely going to be a challenge. Weaponry advantage for Marcos Gaming.
Yeah, but look at the amount of information for Marcos. They still have to re-clear the entirety of the CT, and there's also a push coming in from the doors as well.
Yeah.
Got to be wary about that. Ember finds the first. Yes, he does. Oh, good support coming in. This should be a good retake because look at the HP on McGill's. And as soon as I said that, he was caught by Bhavi. The Diffusal's gonna come in. A 3-0 start for Marcos Gaming.
Just moving it together, as you mentioned. I mean, clearing that side, re-clearing that side was definitely the only challenge for the side of Marcos. But considering they have an advantage, it's a rare sight to see this man speak so much. I wonder what he's saying.
Let's
But
see.
look, when Ember's speaking, everyone's quiet. True. No one talks back.
The experience, I mean, comes into play. And Ember is like the quiet kid of the class.
Yeah, he's quiet but deadly.
He stays quiet, and whenever he speaks, you know you gotta run away. Just the producer cracking a few jokes, and it was a fun one, but here we go.
Oh.
Two skulls being cracked by McGill, but he was shut down instantly as well. A good answer from Marcos Gaming.
Out him.
I think today the main problem for anyone who goes up against Marcos is
Elvis bhai chhid gaye kya Raven?
Elvis. Not Shocks, it's not B2, it's not Ember,
मार रहे
or
भाई।
Bobby, it's Elvis.
अच्छी बात है
It's
वेंचर
been,
मारो
like,
और.
even on the first map, he was, as an individual, he had a phenomenal performance. And the start on Ancient as well is looking very
अभी भी
solid
मिड
for
पकड़
him.
के रखे हो भाई.
So I think Marcos Gaming, I think, can definitely play around with that, considering Elvis is always, specifically on the CT side, always key anchor. Oh, Kenny, yes, he knows there's someone expected to pop out from cave, but it's the CTs that are being a little hesitant. Don't really want to face off True Rippers with 100% of the firepower online. 3v3 retake for the A side for Marcos.
Frag to work with for Ghost, so for that post plan's going to be crucial. On the other side, you've got an incendiary, smoke, and a flash. So all of them need to come on time. They're losing it, and they're kind of clearing all of those angles slowly and steadily. Kenny has to the AWP, needs to go big. That's the first two skulls already popped off, and it's only down to Kenny. He needs to go big, or he is going home, and the AWP will not do anything but one.
My goodness. What a brilliant retake from Marcos Gaming. As you mentioned, just two pieces of utility used for that retake within the three players. They had one molly and a flash. The Molotov used to clear the site itself, the side box, and then just a pop flash for A main. Expected all three players to be there since there was the early clear and control of Donut in the hands of Marcos already. They moved in from CT. They had one player moving in from CT, so they knew that there was one option only from the side of True Rippers, that was A main. Otherwise, one thing that could have happened post-plant was True Rippers sending one player all the way back through mid and then through Donut, a super wide rotation to sort of get some extra control and deny that retake for Marcos. But at that point, it was a little too risky, and I think they just tried to stick together. Unfortunately, it did not work out for them. But a 4-0 start for Marcos Gaming. Kind of similar to how it started on Mirage for True Rippers, but we all know how that story went later on.
Yes, that is true. Now, it was being used up and smokes as well. An early dump of utilities coming in. Maintains the control. Oh my god, what a way to welcome Kenny. Socks. That's how you deal with your fellow legend mate. But on the other side though, yeah,
You know, one more thing that I really love about is something we're going to talk a second later as Miguel finds the opener on the site. Down to a 4-4 scenario, but a 4 down is absolutely brilliant.
That is why Ember has never been out of the scene, never been out of the picture. Still gets sprayed out. 3 kills secured. Elvis with the last one of the round in mid as Rossi hits the floor. 5-0. 5-0. The start that Marcos Gaming wanted. They have it in their hands. Now the only question is, do they slip up? Do they let this slip out of their hands, give some control to True Rippers, or have they decided they want to put this down to bed as quickly as possible? 4 Tech 9s, 5 Tech 9s. No, 4 Tech 9s and D. I thought someone was going to buy a rifle. Maybe Mikels was thinking about it, but decided against it.
5 to burst the doors. One thing that I really love about Marcos right now is that they're pushing the other part of the map whenever they hear some commotion towards one of them. That gives them some early map control, and that also helps them to go for quick flanks to help with the retake. That's something that we not usually saw within the teams. So again, these are the...
I think Necro yesterday defined it perfectly. A push and pull strategy.
Exactly.
Nice.
If you're getting pushed in from one side, you're going to try and counter push from the opposite direction. And pull yourself back from the other. But
मेरा game चालू है अभी.
That was a risky move from Bhavi. He had Shocks covering his back, but this is going to be forced into a corner. Ember does not care about the fire itself. Swings wide, takes the fight against Miguel, finds the opening for his team, but Bhavi hiding behind pillar is going to be completely flashed. Doesn't matter. The players inside of True Rippers fail to check him, and he finds 3.
Nice!
No, make that 4 big kills. 6-0. No answer from True Rippers.
Farm kar laiko mein benchod.
What a return flash from Shocks.
Yeah.
That is the only reason why Bhavi was allowed to live at that point, because the entry flash, it was phenomenal. It did catch one player off guard, but Shocks was just so very ready with the counter flash of his own that as soon as the T's entered, they were flashed up as well. They could not do anything but put the hand in front of their eyes and jump around and pray for their survival. And Bhavi was just ready. He did not allow them to do so. Brilliant use of utility by Marcos Gaming to deny that side, but God, Bhavi's just feeling himself.
Yeah, and that was just a good move from Miguel as well, to be honest. Swings wide through the smokes in mid.
User in your channel timed out.
Follow up, but place the T's now. All huddled up outside A main. Deep mid control for Marcos Gaming as well. So, as you mentioned a few moments ago, that flank that you were talking about, it's going to be there for Marcos very quickly. All B2 has to do is delay the initial push towards A-main. And look on the radar, Bhavi already moving into A halls from the backlines, from the T-spot area. And this is going to be a very, very surprising position for True Rippers to play from. Because they have one man to worry about in Donut. Shocks has arrived from CT spawn as well. And here comes Bhavi all the way in A halls. Rossi stuck in Donut. He's going to be picked off as well. Elvis.
Nice.
Yeah, Bhavi cleans up. Elvis, before he arrives, everything is over. The show is over. It's a 7-0 on the board.
Very nice.
Imagine trying to go early out of your house, and even after that, you reach late to the party. That too when the entire road was empty. That's what's happened with him.
Can someone get Ember to smile, please, at least?
Nah, he's not gonna smile.
Everyone's laughing over there, except Ember for some reason.
He'll smile once he lifts the trophy.
Yeah, I think so. I think he wants to win, and maybe then some emotions are gonna pop out. As of now, he's just focused on the game. Bhavi, being the IGL at this point, has realized, like, alright, the boys themselves are feeling it at this point, and they're doing pretty well, so
look at the push.
Yeah, might as well just relax a little. Two players pushed up mid, no one on A.
W gaming strategy coming in from them, but also a controlled W gaming.
It's a little risky because
maintain the lead, brother.
True Rippers decided to commit everything for a quick A execute with a few flashes. Would have just been surprised by no one being there on the site itself. And the kills though, This could be big. This could be the start for True Rippers. But no, Shocks. He has something to say about it. McGill's answers back, but Ember returns in kind of 1v2 as Rossi finds the trade. They have the A side in their hands. They took control from Donuts, moving in from Donuts, and have the C4 planted. But Ember, man,
Oh, the timing.
they haven't seen him.
High-low setup coming in for True Rippers. After hitting the tab, they should be going in for that peak. The fuse kit is available for Ember. He's gonna stick it. He taps it. He taps it to make the fight and gets taken down. It's McGill and the first round for True Rippers.
Yeah, first round for True Rippers, all on the back of those 2 early kills in mid from McGill's. And of course, the quick switcheroo being brought from Rossi as well.
केनियस का तो
But that was also very close.
रोना शक्ल हो गया
Shox could have stolen it back. Those 2 big off kills and Ember as well.
True Rippers really need to
Yes,
get
rage
some
कर रहा है मेरे को
together.
ऐसे लग रहा है
Players are losing the hope slowly and steadily. They need
Say
more
not
than
yet.
rounds.
Hey, see,
See
if
that.
if you can go 7 and 5 or even 8 and 4 in this first half, I think True Rippers on the CT side can bring it back into bring themselves back into this match as well. Otherwise, there's
Mangils
always
lead
the
कर रहा
third
था
half
वो
of
net.
turn, no?
Nice रे Mangils.
I mean, True Rippers would rather close things out on Ancient than
That is
go
true.
and play on Inferno. We all know that.
So whoever loses has one more series to play later on in the day.
Exactly. Fatigue's gonna kick into it.
Exactly.
Slow approach from Marcos, this time not pushing up mid. So True Rippers will take that space gladly. Red room, tier 2. They went back. They're playing up close.
They want to move towards me again. Get some pressure felt on mid and take control of Donut, but this is going to be important. McKill's with a flash, looks to move in. Flash forward, but the timing of the peak is going to be completely off, and Elvis finds the opening. Now Bhavi, he's hidden in Donut. They try to check him, but the timing is off. Bhavi still gets spotted. Kenny finds the kill.
Oh,
Shocks.
God. Shocks. He hits the nastiest shot and then sometimes he misses like these, but it's fine, it happens. Incendiary to push the man up front into the crosser. He gets one, will be taken down, and Kenny, yes.
2 important kills for Kenny, yes. Defaulter as well with this important trade. Brought it down to a 1v1, but V2.
क्या यार?
Did he not expect him to be there? Did no one tell him there's one more man, Donut? What happened? Didn't even try to either flush Defaulter out or maybe try to clear that position before going for the defuse. Just looks at the C4 and dies instantly.
थोड़ा और रुकता
But
यार
it
Shocks.
feels like now, maybe now, True Rippers have decided, like, alright, the more rigid we try to stay, the more plan-oriented we try to be in this game, it's going to backfire upon us. Because Marcos Gaming, they know exactly what we are trying to do, and they are aware of every single thing and every single way of countering us. At this point, it's just the fluidity and relying on the numbers advantage on the T side that might help True Rippers regain some control of this game in this first half. Or maybe just individual brilliance from all of these talented players can also help them bring back, like the one key round we saw where McKill's went big in this last round. Kenny, yes, finding those 3 kills was very important for the team to secure the win.
Maybe just a briefly game across the board. You don't know what you're doing, your opponent will not know what it is. But a boost coming in, and Shock seems to be aware. He might have heard the cue. The flash comes in and a good hide. To put the space, but Kenyas is the one who wants the angle. First pick already grabbed up.
Oh! Could have gotten a few more Ember, but we'll have to settle for one. Elvis in mid finds the second for the team, though. It's 3v3 now. Sunroom control in the hands of True Rippers. Shocks forced onto the back of sight. And you feel the pressure, because he also knows Kenny on that op can be a big threat. One player from the CT side. Using in from Cat is going to get shut down by Kenny S. That's a a 2v3. Rippers still with the upper hand in this round. So close. It connects, but I think it was pretty short and Shox whiffs the
Overpick
second.
का कीड़ा
He has
देख
to
बहन
pull
के
the
लौड़े
pressure
के
towards him. He
overpick
has
का
to draw
कीड़ा
the
देख भाई
attention towards him. Allowing the player pushing B ramp to take some control of the side. Kenny S spotted out and finished off a 1v2.
भरेगा भी
The
घोस्ट को
clock's
दे
running out. They have to move in as quickly as possible. No kit on either of these players yet. The one on site. They can recover. He was trying to stick the defuse, but defaulter. That B-hop on site and buying enough time for the round as well. 7-3. True Rippers. One more in the bag. And guess what? Marcos Gaming, they have been reset. Shox is going to be killed from the explosion and they lose the op as well.
Shox really just missed that timing. And I honestly still don't understand why the player was continuously peeking after going in for the plant. That too when he realized that Shox was watching the angle.
What the fuck?
Could have been a nuisance.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like that, putting
क्या बवासीर देख रहा हूँ मैं?
place that it was down to a 2v2 and both the players in the cave. That quickly turned the situation that was not in their favor. But a quick push by McGill's.
Microphone muted.
Pressing but does not seem to care.
Oh, good Molly.
Molly was good, but look at the counter aggression in A hall. Elvis did try to go for an aggressive play, gets picked off. Shox finds one important kill. McGill's out of the picture. The Deagles, they need to go big. Need to get a lot of value from these upgrade pistols, but Shox only good for one is going to be picked off. Kenny is finding one more kill. Ember out of the picture. With a nice little trade. They recover a few weapons. Well, one AK has been recovered. One is down mid. They might be able to get their hands on that as well. C4 being taken to B. And the T is waiting in the CT spawn. This is very interesting.
Seems they could potentially go for a save. They could save the AK and B2 could just try and do some economical damage.
Yeah, maybe.
AK is going to be saved. That's for sure.
I think if save is the option, might as well recover the second one as well. From mid, but now it might be too risky. B2 still on catwalk, hoping for an exit. Won't really find anything.
B2 dies.
As the T's have... Oh, alright. B2 gets shut down by the explosion. Defaulter also. Survivor. And the AK. Shouldn't say AK was a success, but this is where
10-2 था, 10-2.
It's 7-4.
Sorry, 9-3 था.
We're heading into the last round of the first half.
हाँ,
if True Rippers win this,
exactly.
this can set them up for success for a 2-0 in this series. If Marcos Gaming ends with an 8-4 half, I think they will just focus everything that they have on that pistol, get the double digits on the board and close out this map, take it to the decider.
If it's an 8-4, I am placing my bets on Marcos. If it's a 7-5, then True Rippers are taking it home 2-0.
I think either way, we're going to have to wait to see how this pistol round goes.
Yeah, that is true. But I'm just, again, I love to make predictions out in the open. It's only because of the fact that True Rippers now have the momentum for themselves. Marcos, for the first 7 rounds, yes, they lost one after that, and the momentum was broken, but that was just a small pause. Had they got another round after that, I would still say that that's Marcos just steamrolling. But now, True Rippers getting 4 rounds in succession could potentially get this one more as win. On the momentum of themselves, and Shox is the one trying to stop the push from those.
Down from the nade. Definitely fell by the players from the side of True Rippers. Shox looking for a few more. But no, gets shut down. And I think, but even though Shox did get picked off over there, a lot of information has been gained by the players of Marcos Gaming about the stack right outside B. And same goes for True Rippers as well. They also realize heavy CT
nice, Bhavesh.
Right on that B side, but Bhavi, who's guarding mid, does find an important kill for his team. Kenny S taking care of 3 players left. Defaulter and Mikhail's extremely low. Rossi, the only healthy player from the side of True Rippers. And look at this. He's been waiting on this side all this time. Finally, it's time for Elvis to shine. Finds the first. Last man left on side is going to be Defaulter with 9 HP. And B2 with an impressive cleanup, 8-4. Going into the second half, it is Marcos Gaming in the driving seat of this match.
Now that was a good round coming in from Marcos. And Ember again having some words for his teammates because they were overheating. This was not supposed to be an 8-4. This was supposed to be an even more dominating half. They let a few rounds slip away and they do not even want to do that.
Yeah.
Genius as well. In the previous round, yeah, there was this one peak that he went for. Maybe wanted to punish the aggression for a player who would be walking up from Cat. But just lost his life out in that duel.
Oh, it's an all-out B push from Marcos Gaming in the pistol round itself. Mikhail's over-aggress can be punished and will be punished, in fact. Rossi does manage to escape, though, with 2 kills in hand as well. This can be the opening that True Rippers were looking for that comeback.
Potentially be, but look at the amount of map space that was given away. Oh my god, what a mow down defaulter.
Oh, they just walk in and die. That was it. Everyone just walked in into defaulter's cross. At first it was Rossi in aiming and the defaulter in cave, and a clean up basically from the side of True Rippers. Marcos Gaming losing the initial pistol round. Still have an opportunity in this game though. They can afford to go for a hard eco in the second round itself, and then maybe buy back in the third. Walk in with a full buy, shut down True Rippers at an 8-6 on the scoreboard.
A hero Techna.
I don't think I've heard of a hero Techna. It's just gonna be the front line of B2, I think.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, shocks.
Look at the space.
Yeah, he's gained a lot of space on B. Finds one, will be able to recover the weapon as well, but no, Ghost with the flank, finds an important kill, gets the second on Ember as well. Not a lot of hope in this round for Marcos Gaming to begin with, but I think whatever was there has been shut out.
There's still the Hero Tech 9. Take that off. Maybe. Alright, now I do. That was a good mow down coming in yet again. The cat control was taken away. Shocks did not anticipate the second player towards the backside, so was of course taken down. Long range fight, easily won. True Rippers. It is very solid anti-eco, to be honest, saving 4 of those weaponries. No need to go in for any major reinvestments either.
Yeah, but what do you do now that the players from Marcos Gaming have their buy? And True Rippers, they win this, it gets them the equalizer. They lose this, well, they have one more opportunity to buy back. Well, at least walk in with a broken buy, try and put a little bit of resistance, stop Marcos Gaming from hitting double digits first. Molotov, need to follow up from Kenny S, takes a deep space down in mid. Marcos Gaming, they're so focused on this A execute. Again, moving towards A halls.
It's a stack side.
Yeah.
Good damage being done by Shocks, but the pick was crucial. Util now gonna come in, but the flood also is good. But only till they get stopped.
Kind of an awkward entry as well towards the A side. Util uses completely off, and True Rippers take full advantage of that. The crossfire setup. They had the backup option in the form of Kenny S as well, who was planning to swing from Donut. Let's aim in. Oh, all the CTs have fallen back. 2 towards B, 2 on mid. A side completely given. Rossi wants to take the fight down mid, and this is where the trade happens. Advantage swinging in the hands of Marcos Gaming. 2 kills secured. B2 has lost a lot of HP, but at least this can help them plant the C4. Transition the round into a post-plant position.
Good call.
30 seconds on the clock, and the C4 is going to be taken to A. They have to be quick about this. Ghost, he's lurking in Donut. And Kenny S, sorry, Mikhail's moving in from CT spawn.
1v1.
Plant's been denied though.
Yeah, it is. 15 more seconds. You have no time to rotate, and a Molotov under his feet. Bhavi needs to go in for a big win. He has to stick this plant, and McGill could find the timing. No, he misses it, and the peak comes in. But it is going to be Bhavi who prevails.
Mikhail's went in to deny the plant, but I think he just assumed that, oh,
it's a fake.
No, I think he just thought maybe he's just going to panic and leave the plant or try and take the fight. I don't know why. You have the SMG, you're already very close, you don't see anyone on site. And I think with the way that last exchange happened with Bhavi and Ghost, I think Mikhail could have just swung right on the contact. It's 9-6, Marcos Gaming still with a slight edge in this game, but it can fade away at any time. Although important control of Sunroom. Ghost is going to be forced back. Counter push coming in, finds the important kill on Elvis as well.
Ghost was playing ahead of that flash. Good play indeed.
They never expect the second guy to be in the same spot. Ooh, what a swing from Kenny S.
1v1.
Felt like he knew.
What a switch up, but it's given the Q. Oh my god, Bhavi's position was just not noted.
Oh, they are getting hyped. They are getting hyped now, Marcos Gaming. What a start. Bhavi felt like he was going to pop off after that round, but double digits on the board as you mentioned, and also an economy reset for True Rippers. Don't just
User disconnected from your channel.
This one as well. It's going to be 11-6 after that. Oh, at least seems like it. It's the highest probability of that happening. Shocks with the SMG. Let the man go first.
That's what's happening. He's going first, and again, A seems to be the side where they want to go. B, the stacked one. Everyone's avoiding the stack. A brilliant move, a brilliant call. Reed is just on point, and the shots will be fired. Oh my goodness! All right, that's a 1-for-1.
Yeah, the Zeus in action. Why did we have it in the new skin though?
It takes because 30 seconds.
Stop talking about this game.
I know. There's no point of.
Why not? It's a Zeus skin. Never had a Zeus skin.
You rarely see anyone use the Zeus skin. You really want to have the Johnny Necro discussion right now?
Yeah, no one has no one uses the Zeus, to be honest. I mean, but yeah, why not? It's the weapon that triggers the other guy the easiest. Yeah, so if you're like me and Necro who aren't really focused on winning and
User joined your
basically will do
channel.
anything to annoy the hell out of the opposition, Zeus is the perfect weapon.
I mean, you can take the match.
बोलो links.
We're gonna take the win over your
पावर दे सकते हैं?
Winning gets us.
क्या चाहिए बोलो इससे तो पावर क्या चाहिए तुमको?
अरे मेरे को नहीं चाहिए, ऊपर हिट बैठा है उसको दे.
हिट को दे दिया.
मुझे भी हेड विन चाहिए.
shot being fired though, but this time around, Suripers answering back.
हेड विन चाहिए.
Succession of two of
ओवर
the
मुंह में लेगा तो दे देगा डब्ल्यूडी.
तूने लिया था क्या मुंह में?
No way. Look in his eyes as he throws the ball towards him.
Nope.
And goes awkwardly asks a question.
मैं गलत यूज नहीं करूंगा डब्ल्यूडी.
नहीं भाई वो सब मैं नहीं दे सकता, वो बेंच से लेना.
मतलब ट्रस्ट ही नहीं है.
अरे ट्रस्ट की बात नहीं है भाई. क्या करोगे हेड विन का भाई?
अरे कभी लगते सिचुएशन ट्रैक करने के.
हाँ तो मैं बैठा रहता हूँ ना यहाँ पे और मेरे को बोल देना.
वाह
वाह
भाई.
अरे पर्सनल एडमिन बैठा है यहाँ पे, लिंक्स क्यों भाई? फिर हेड विन की क्या जरूरत? क्या लिंक्स में क्या बोल रहा? सुन ना,
बोल रहा.
वो शादी मारा था इविल की.
हाँ आ जाऊँगा.
भाई मैं भी आऊँगा, लेकिन मैं सिर्फ लास्ट फंक्शन में आऊँगा भाई, शादी वाले दिन 24 तारीख को शायद से.
अरे भाई इधर मेरा भी बहुत सी भाई लाइफ में 3 शादी है. क्या कर?
शादी?
इविल की शादी है.
Good play indeed. Down to a 3v3.
कब आएगा?
कॉल कर मिल.
अरे हाँ पुणे में आऊँगा मैं, तो तुम लोग से भी मिल लूँगा सीख वगैरह. हाँ
अरे यार डब्ल्यूडी भाई ये से जाते अपन का तो.
हाँ मैं फिर 1 या 2 दिन पहले आ जाऊँगा.
आजा.
मेरा तब तक बैग तुम्हारा रख दूंगा, तुमको चलेगा?
क्या बोला?
बैग तुम्हारा रख दूंगा, चलेगा?
हाँ बैग चलेगा ब्रो, मेरा रख दे.
दौड़ेगा.
ऐसे तो ऐसे तो इविल करेगा शायद रूम को. होटल में नहीं करा तो अपन देख लेंगे.
अरे रूम में क्यों चाहिए नाइट के भाई सीधा किधर एक
अरे नहीं मैं
बैग
मेरा
रख के
सीन
मतलब
सीन बताता हूँ क्या सीन है लिंक्स
Fine,
एक्चुअली
he
मैं
has
ना
time to
मेरे
work
को
with,
बैंगलोर
but
मूव होना है
no
ना शिफ्ट हो रहा हूँ
information.
मैं अभी मैं
Well,
कैसा
it's his
बस से
former
पुणे आऊंगा
teammate
और
on the
मेरा
other
पूरा
side
सामान
who
लेके आऊंगा
knows
जो शिफ्ट होने वाला है
exactly
ना
what
बड़ा बैग
Shox will do.
ओके फिर देखो
Just
लगेगा
look at
हाँ
where
वैसा
KNES
ठीक है
is.
शादी मारो
Oh,
तो
the
एक झूला लेके जाता है
timing!
उसमें
It
क्या है
could be
I
everything.
saw him.
Did he?
पर वो
Yeah,
मैं
he's,
ऐसा है कि मतलब उसकी शादी
Oh
अटेंड
no.
करूंगा और फिर वहीं से सीधा बैंगलोर फ्लाइट
No,
पकड़
he
के
did
पुणे से
not. He did not. He's just slowly trying to go for the re-clear. But maybe
ऐसा कार्यक्रम
Shox
है
is not anticipating.
बस कब है शादी?
Hey, yes, that's a good
20
pick coming
से
in.
24 तक
Looking
फंक्शंस हैं
going
मैं
for a
सोच रहा हूँ
plant.
कि
Oh, he
24th
knows
वाले में ही आऊँ
KNES
क्योंकि
is going to be
मुझे
popping
वो
the
फिर मेरे को
CT
देखना
spot
पड़ेगा
from
क्योंकि
the
हमारे
flash,
प्रैक्टिस
tries to
मैचेस
push
सब
into it.
स्काई स्पोर्ट्स का रहेगा सब
And he
बोल रहा
saw
है
him.
अरे मैं ही
Shots
करूंगा ना स्काई
fired.
स्पोर्ट तुम
Both
टेंशन
saw
क्यों
him
ले रहे हो
move.
अरे यार तू करेगा हमको थोड़ा करना
Oh,
पड़ेगा ना
and he
प्रैक्टिस उसके लिए
connects.
अरे तुम्हारा
Waiting
मैच कैंसिल करवा
patiently,
देंगे
and
ना
Kenny is getting a
अरे
little bit
हाँ
over
वो
eager.
अगर करा
An
तो ठीक
वो
है
important
स्काई
round
स्पोर्ट्स का मैचेस भी है
slipping
ना
out of the hands of
मजाक कर
True
रहा हूँ भाई
Rippers.
बहुत
What
अच्छे
a
टाइमिंग पे
mow
रखा है
down
शादी
this was.
या फिर
Yes,
मैचेस
I think just a little upset. Like,
मैचेस बाद में हुआ
what
शादी
am I
पहले
supposed to
डिसाइड हुई
do?
थी
He had the
हाँ वो
upper
भी है
hand, gets a few important kills as well.
भाई शॉक्सी
Yeah,
विद
but
द क्लच
that first peak that
चलो मैं
भाई
आता हूँ
Shox
शॉक्सी
थोड़ी
क्या
देर
got,
में
फ्रेंडली बंदा है
I think more than
Sound
that, it was
sound
like
इनिशियल
microphone
कर
the
रहा है
timing
activated.
when
इसलिए
he
इसलिए
crossed
ये
आता
कर
हूँ
रहा
थोड़ी
है
देर में बाय बाय
slightly close to
हाँ
CD
व्हाट आर
spot.
यू डूइंग
That was
राउंड
the
निकला
pick.
क्या इसका
And Kenny
शॉक्स
has
भाई टिल्ट ही नहीं होता है सबसे
missed
बेस्ट लेजेंड मेरे को तो
to
शॉक्स
see
ही
him.
लग
I
रहा है
think it
भाई
was just unfortunate timing. Had Kenny has just saw even a pixel, he
और
would
वो
have
साला
relayed
इतना
the
गांडू
information
देखा
to
ना
his
कौन
teammate
से
and he would have been
कोई भी
better
गाना
prepared.
भी ना गाता
But
रहता है पता है अपना
look
देखा
at
क्या
what he's doing.
भाभी बीवी का स्टोरी देखा
Shox
क्या
and
सिख
Evers. And
नहीं
Bhavi,
इंस्टा पे
B2 and
स्टोरी
Ember just
देखना
looking
भाई
in
भाभी
पागल
front.
की
का
तरह कुछ भी गाता है वो हाँ गाना गाता है अपना
Oh my
बॉलीवुड
god.
सॉन्ग्स अरे बहुत चिल बंदा है भाई
But yes, I still think the best decision in that
भाई
situation
इतना
would have
इंस्टा पे
been
देख के तो
to
भाई मेरे को
kind
ये
of
लोग के साथ
double up
घूमने भी गया था वो टेंपल में
and then
मार्कोस
just
वालों के साथ
take control of
गा
the
रहा है
space around the map.
देखा
And once
अरे
we
एक ही नहीं
hear
दो
the
तीन
bomb
गाने
go
गाए
down,
भाई
then
उसने
move
ऐसे
together because we had the information that Shox
बहुत
already has
डेंजर है
the
और वो
visibility.
चिल है देख पूरा
Even if he goes in for a switch up, just try and play as a bait for KNES to
ये
go
हामिद
for
का
his
elbow smoke
shot.
करोड़ों बार फेल होता है भाई
Played off the mark. On
करोड़ों
the other side,
करोड़ों
though, yes, mistakes
करोड़ों
being made on the other
करोड़ों
side. Marcos
करोड़ों
capitalizing on the back
करोड़ों
of it. Their fast A
करोड़
hits were
बार
not
तो
working
क्या होता
out.
है
Their
भाई
slow A hits
करोड़ों
were, and this time the previous round, they again slow
क्या होता है
things
लेंस
down perfectly.
एक
They wanted to go
करोड़
towards
मतलब
B, realized
देखो
there was
करोड़ नहीं
करोड़ों
पता
करोड़ों
brute
करोड़ों
force
नहीं
their way.
करोड़ अरे मतलब मेरा पता है ना ऐसे मुझे
Just played
वो
for picks.
करोड़
That's
को
majorly
हर
the
बार
game
करोड़ों
style now.
बोलते हैं तो हम लोग
That
भी
has
लाइक
become for Marcos
हम
as
लोग
well
का
as for True
रूटीन हो
Rippers.
गया अभी
Play
हम
for
लोग करोड़
picks,
बोलते
play
ही
it
नहीं है
slow.
लाइक करोड़ों
How do you find the picks if the
करोड़ों
CTs have completely denied
ऐसा लग रहा है
their
सुनने में कि कुछ खाने का नाम है
position?
अरे
Again,
हाँ
it's
वो
one
हम लोग
again,
उसको
two
टॉन्ट
towards
करने के
B.
लिए वो रहते हैं ना ग्रुप में कोई तो
As I said, Marcos
तो
Gaming
उसको
with a
फिर वो आदत ही
pretty
पड़
good
गई
split.
भाई
3 players
करोड़ों
trying to
एक
move
करोड़ों
towards
लगा
an
एक
area
करोड़ों लगा
one.
हाँ एक करोड़ों
Inside
रुपया
A, one
ऐसे ही
outside
बोलते हैं
B
हम
with
लोग
a
अभी
C4. Falling back, rejoining the team down mid.
उसका थोड़ा सा
So
टंग
lots of
हेवी
scrappy
है
buy as well for True Rippers.
Yeah, I mean it's potentially
भाई
their
भावेश
last round, so
एल्विस और शॉक्स मार रहा है भाई
full-fledged investment and the execute probably is going to begin now as they're going for the mow down.
And he finds 2 off of that. This was important. Getting those 2 kills takes the advantage away from Marcos Gaming and can allow True Rippers to force a comeback into this match. McKills though, very close to the opposition. Will his spot be cleaned up? No! He peeks from CT spot. Shox finds the important kill. 2v2 now. Shox knows men hiding inside of Donut. Finds the first, looking for the second.
Nice!
No answers back in kind. The cover for
Marcos!
the international legend is gonna be
Gaming!
there. And
देखो पता है
Marcos
मार्कोस
Gaming, they
किधर
bring
जी के
themselves
ये देख
back in a
रेवन
brilliant
किधर
manner into the series.
भाभी मार रहा है
Game number 3 is where we're gonna go, and that's
अबे?
the map of Inferno. But yes, happy faces around Marcos Gaming, and only just one person who's pretty serious. And
तूने
it's gonna
देखा
be Ember.
केनियस उधर
Yeah,
टिल्ट हो
he's
रहा है
gonna
रेवन थोड़ा
remain
बहुत
the same way, but on the other side,
बहुत
True
टिल्ट हो रहा है
Rippers
मेरे को क्यों लग
बहुत
रहा है
टिल्ट हो
बहुत
रहा है हाँ वो
not
देखा
that
बात कैसे
happy.
कर रहा है और ऑन द ऑपोजिट एंड शॉक्स देख भाई राउंड हार गया मैप हार गया कुछ नहीं चिल
I mean, Such a tough position to be in if you are rooting for True Rippers right now. It was intense this
डॉक्स
match,
का इंस्टा
especially how
स्टोरी
it
भी देख
started.
ले
Marcos able
भाई,
to
ये
complete
इसने
control
B2 और एल्विस
of
का
the
डाला
first
है,
half on that
तो
CT side, on the T
चढ़ते
side
चढ़ते
as
थक
well.
गए तो
He
भाई
started off strong, a good
सही बंदा
recovery
है।
after losing the initial pistol round, and then good way to close it out as well.
Jord, bhai, Jord.
The round before this final one that we
Jord.
witnessed with Shox clutching out that 1v2 with the op.
Last map
I
kya
think that was the most important thing. Because
Ego
that
pata rehna
destroyed the
chahiye.
economy completely for the side of True Rippers and made it extremely easy for Marcos Gaming to close out the map.
That is indeed true, and honestly, those T slow approaches definitely worked out for them. And again, the CT half, which was an 8-4. Now we've seen the team who plays CT on the first is the one who basically gets up in an advantageous position. They love to play T later, I guess.
You need everything on point.
Inferno. Bhai, jeet gayi bhai.
And,
ये game.
honestly, those T slow
Marcos.
approaches definitely worked out for them. And again,
मैं बोला था पता है लिंक्स गेम चालू होने से पहले या तो 2-0 या तो 2-1 मिराज जीत सकता था मार्कस पता है थ्रो किया है लोग ने
हाँ देखा मैंने एक्चुअली थ्रो नहीं वो है ना केनियस ने क्लच कर दिया पता है कौन से राउंड पे
अबे क्लच की बात नहीं है भाई ये लोग ने बहुत पोजीशंस वाइज सके
हाँ वो सब ठीक है रे वो सब इतना नहीं देखो पता है केनियस का एक किल बहुत ज्यादा मैटर कर गया उसकी वजह से जीत गए ट्रू रिपर्स देखो पता है भावी सिटी जंप स्पॉट कर रहा था केनियस आके मारा भाई वो बहुत अच्छा शॉट मारा रे एटलीस्ट भावी टैग भी होता ना उधर मरता नहीं था ना स्पैम में भाई तो नहीं भी निकाल पाती थी ट्रू रिपर्स
भाई उतना तक जाना ही नहीं चाहिए था ना उसके पहले खत्म था गेम वो लोग लीड पे थे
who is just unstoppable, just turned into a monster in the first half, who definitely was a brilliant anchor on that A side. So a combination of these two, you mix that with how comfortable Ember was also feeling. B2 on fire today as well. So I think
वो पाकिस्तानी टीम के सामने मैच था देख तो गेट राइट वाला टीम तभी शॉक्स ने स्टोरी क्या डाला था पता है क्या इजी विन अगेंस्ट केनिया अगेंस्ट गेट राइट सीएस भाई वो भी पाकिस्तानी को भाव नहीं दे रहे
लॉल
हाँ तू फॉलो नहीं कर रहा है क्या उसको इंस्टा पे
कौन भाव नहीं दे रहा
कर रहा हूँ कल से कर रहा हूँ
मैं भी कल परसों से कर रहा हूँ मैं कब से कर रहा हूँ पता है क्या वो उसको देख वो गाना गाता है ले जा वो उस भाभी ने स्टोरी डाला ना भाई मैं बोला भाई ये पूरा पागल है बंदा इसका स्टोरी देखना पड़ेगा मजे है भाई
Everyone on the side of Marcos were popping off. On the other
रेवन
side,
कैसा लग रहा है
it's Rossi, Ghost. Yes, they're doing their thing.
कैसा लग रहा है मतलब
Again, apart from them,
देखो जाने नहीं मिला चांस मिस हो गया
इन दी एंड अच्छा ही लग रहा है अगर मार्कोस जीत गया तो पैसा मिलेगा ना मुझे
हाँ वो ठीक है लेकिन एक्सपीरियंस भी जा रहा है
अबे एक्सपीरियंस क्या कर सकते हैं नेक्स्ट टाइम मिल जाएगा
That's basically what he was missing. On the other side though, we're seeing the head-to-head, Rossi on one side, Shox on the other, and this just seems to be a no match.
I think Rossi needs to be let loose. You have
भाई ऐसा लग रहा है कि एक जगह छोड़ ये बहुत ही गंदा कमेंट है
नहीं बोल नहीं स्ट्रीम कर रहे थे म्यूट करके बोल नहीं लेकिन बोल
नहीं
अभी तो बोल भाई बोल हो जाने दे रेवन एक बाप क्या बोला देता
अबे लौड़े
नहीं
तुझे भी पता है मैं क्या बोलने वाला था
क्या नहीं पता मेरे को भाई इसके लिए तो बोल रहा हूँ
थोड़ा जोर लगा
क्या जोर लगा कौन से टॉपिक के रिलेटेड है भाई मेरे को कुछ पता ही नहीं
If you want to witness the Inferno map, you've got to wait for a few seconds. We'll be back after a short break.
वो कर रहा है बोल रेवन ऐसा नहीं फिर बोलना ही नहीं था एनियस के फ्लिक्स कुछ भी बैठते रहे लेकिन
wrong. It's pulled Snappy to have an off angle as well. There's only one player in the upper bomb site, and that's exactly where ENCE is headed for the moment.
Ready to bust out.
Miss Molotov.
Information now for Falcons as well, where the trajectory of that Molotov was intended for, but it doesn't remove the position of Magisk, who drops down into the back of the site. Falcons up 2 players. 30 seconds left to make this final adjustment for ENCE.
It's toast.
And it's not done yet, Jason. Hades hits the shot inside of the site. Madden's gone, but 20 seconds, yeah, now we're starting to run out of time. That bomb, oh, at the back of the pack. It is absolutely floundered at this point for ENCE. Even if they hit the headshots required, they wouldn't have made it down in time.
Hades has just gone for a little stroll through the upper bomb site. Magisk never saw him on top of the hut, so we're gonna save that AWP, but there's no strength in that hit.
जाना चाहिए था उसको मार के.
Everything right. As weak a defense as you could have wanted at the upper bomb site, and they can't make their way in. Opening kill from Magisk and slides down to allow Snappy to take next contact. A beautiful little switch up. And Falcons now have 4 chances to eliminate ENCE from IEM Katowice to make it into the semifinals where Spirit awaits.
The dream run to be here, and ENCE don't want to go out just like this. They fight for that opening kill. Hades looks outside, but no kill found from his initial attempt. First blood being drawn as the half health taken off Kylar, shaved away. Snappy looking to disallow positioning outside for ENCE. Smoke lands up in the wall. So plenty of space now to play with for ENCE as they move in behind them. But if they want this A split to happen, if they want the position to fight for this round, they've definitely got to get across secret safely, and that's exactly what happens. They make 2 players down without being taken out. And ENCE have a minute to play with now.
It's just Boros in ramp room as well. Nobody's shifted downstairs quite yet. But still, you have the problem of the other prong of this attack having to meet up with you. A little bit of pressure applied out squeak door.
Here comes the utility, the final movements perhaps for ENCE. They don't want it to be, but it could be the reality of the situation. But Diha and Hades sniping 2 kills back into play. And Magisk once again pulled into the fray. He's got a position up on top, but Hades considers it. You can't play that position twice. You don't get away with it. And Boris rotates down to the ramp, spots them coming out. It's only 1 kill. And Snappy's left a 1v3 ahead of him. And he's so far away from this, so he's saving into a spawn. And ENCE do not die. Not yet. They've still got some life left in them.
Hades is such an important part of this team, and we're seeing him on the T side with the AWP find openings and 5 impact kills. While normally it's the AK-47s creating space, it's Hades towards Squeak Door a number of rounds who's provided some critical kills, some important frags to make these tactics work. 9. ENCE just 3 rounds back, cutting into this lead as much as possible. Bomb goes off, and we continue round 22. Falcons gonna buy right back into it. They've got cash, they've got money.
I mean, Hades does everything to keep them in this, doesn't he? Great.
I think CT, of course.
It's better to start off with an
No,
advantage.
depends on the team I'm at. With a certain few people, it's better to start.
Good morning, Suki bhai.
Okay, but Inferno is also C2-sided man.
Not that much.
There's a lot of choke points. Imagine Banana, Apartments, Entrance, and then even if you try to go towards Archers, even that's a big choke point that you have.
There have been pop flashes utility lineups for those positions for ages, man.
I know, but you're speaking about our region.
But that is why this map becomes both easy and difficult to play at the same time. Easy because you know what you have to do. Strategies have been set up for years and years, and you have had time to perfect it. Okay. Players like Defaulter, players like Mikil's, players like Ember, Bhavi, all of them, they've played this map for a long time. They know exactly what they have to do. But
that's where it also becomes the problem. That now the opposition also knows.
I have a better way to put it.
All right.
On CT side, you need teamwork. On D side, you need advanced teamwork, if that makes sense. You would need to set your players up with the pop flashes to entry, on the T side especially. But on the CT side, you can hold off the
Fail
entire
flash.
sequence with just
Pavesh, flash fail!
now. The round's already kicked off, and Defaulter has managed
Oh.
to get a 2K. But then you've
Oh.
got a man like Shox who's feeling
Oh.
himself and just tapping away the skull to the players. He cracks him open like an egg. And
Shox!
falls down in front of him. A 4K inside of this round.
What was that? 2 players pushed up mid, and they just clean up as easily as you could imagine.
I'm not gonna lie, Shox just has some different confidence.
Yeah, it was just single taps until this last kill.
I swear to God, Shox and Kenias, they have one of the longest histories, right?
Yeah.
You've got Titan, you've got Envy, you've got G2, where these guys have played with each other. And because of that, it's also like that friendly banter going on at the same time.
Exactly.
And Shox just wants to defeat Kenias. You know, between friends, there's always that thing going on. And Shox is on another level when it comes to confidence.
I think that is another layer to this match, right?
Yeah.
Along with Marcos Gaming and True Rippers fighting for their survival, fighting for that spot in the finals, they are also right now fighting for the satisfaction of Shox and KDS on either side. The friendly rivalry between the two individuals.
Oh, man. I mean, it just feels like Shox is smurfing at this point. Not gonna lie. Okay. Well, there goes the man towards pit 2. And now you've got the final 3 players. Make that 2. Make that 1. Falter with just a Tech 9. We have seen one incredible clutch from Hiko on Cash with a Tech 9, a 1v5.
I miss Cash.
I too. Why did I say I too? I could have said me too.
Yeah.
English 404 error not found.
Yeah, I don't know what to say to that. Anyways, I mean, finally, I think Marcos Gaming looking extremely comfortable on the CT side to kick things off, at least in the initial stages, but it's Inferno. It can slip out of your hands at any time. Plus, I think True Rippers, if they manage to keep this a 7-5, 8-4 half in the second half, when they come to the CT side, they will have that slight advantage of having the fact that now you have Kenny as one of the legendary oppers of the world and Ghost on the same side. You have that double op option available to you. Marcos Gaming, not necessarily.
This time, going for the banana control. Respectable.
Team players.
Yeah.
CT.
Bringing down variety inside of the
Nice,
Like
Ray.
I said, all you need to do is hold the choke points with a perfect crossfire, and that's what these guys did. A double peek to back it off, beautiful team communication, but the advanced setup from True Rippers did not really come through. The pop flashes weren't exactly on the point, even the team backup wasn't exactly there, and that's why they crumbled down in front of that double peek. Marcos Gaming, they just seem much more better at this point when it comes to True Rippers. Mechanically, yes, they're there, they're connecting those shots, but unfortunately, True Rippers, when it comes to that pinpoint team play, that's where they're lacking.
I don't call it pinpoint team player. I think there's a lot of mistakes from the side of Marcos as well, but True Rippers just failing to realize where the gaps are and just failing to punish. And of course, I think a little bit of a communication error as well, because the kill that we just saw a few moments ago towards A shot, there was a complete dry peek, just moving towards the side. Not even like he's clearing angles. He just pushed in A shot, take control. Gave away an easy kill to Shox. The trade did happen from Defaulter, who was playing apps, but now these two T-side players are stuck. Exactly one on A shot. There goes A shot. There goes balcony. Clean up from B2.
Yeah.
Let's go! Let's go!
Marcos Gaming.
Shox.
This is the difference, right? Marcos Gaming.
कहाँ था बे इतना देर तक?
True
Yeah.
Rippers,
Everyone.
they're
अबे?
suffering with their time in here. That's what
झाड़ू
it
और
feels
पोछा
like.
लगा रहे थे ना भाई तो उड़ गया था पीछे से
I mean,
It's been this is the third map. We
तू
haven't
बोल
seen
क्या रहा था
match
रेवन
9
वो
yet.
बता मेरे को पहले
have you seen one of those clips of Shroud where Mo
बताता हूँ,
Raven.
बताता हूँ.
Shroud like
Yeah, on the happiest day,
This is-
on
yeah,
the saddest day. Yeah.
This is Shroud when he gets a knife.
ये वाला knife
This
देना
is
मेरे को
Shroud when
रेवन
he wins a lot.
शॉक्स के पास है वो
Yeah, that's Ember.
रुक देता हूँ
टॉल मॉली फेल कर दी है भाई
Oh man. Deep control on mid for Rupert this round. 2 CT players waiting for them on short.
Sandwich.
Ember. Oh, can go big.
Ooh. But instead it's the upper who strikes the man down. Shocks. Stealing the food away from the plate.
No wonder Ember isn't smiling.
Okay, Shocks. Missed some
Ooh.
shots, buddy. But at least the return is there from True Rippers.
They move in from arches, take control
ओह
of this A
नाइस
side.
शॉट रे
Elvis with a nice deagle.
यार रॉसी को मारना चाहिए था डिफॉल्टर वैसे भी लो था
अबे उसका हेड आ गया तो अभी क्या करेगा
हाँ क्या करे नहीं नहीं मैं बोल रहा हूँ रे मतलब किल गंदा नहीं था दूसरा प्लेयर होता तो और अच्छा होता था
एक किल क्या उतना ही काफी है बेंचो
CTs.
ओ भाई एल्विस भाई तो एकदम शाइन कर रहा है भाई नाइस वन
Okay.
एल्विस भाई मेरे साथ ऐसा क्यों नहीं खेलते भाई एल्विस भाई
अभी समझा रेवन इज द प्रॉब्लम गाइस
ओ माय गॉड
रेवन इज द प्रॉब्लम
इसलिए
कर रहेगा रेवन तू
हाँ इसलिए तो
आजा तेरा एक व्यूअर बढ़ा देता हूँ
इसलिए तो मैं हट जा रहा हूँ प्रॉब्लम से
And catching, and that is why they've been catching True Rippers off
हट
guard.
रहा है,
If you see
हट
Ember
गया,
and
I mean.
Shox, they were also positioned up very
Team छोड़ रहा
aggressively
है।
and had this been
नहीं मतलब
Uh,
ब्लास्ट नहीं खेल रहा हूँ
True Rippers just
अरे तो
moving in
एक
through mid,
तो
maybe just a
एक
few
ही
players
टूर्नामेंट
moving
जीतेगे
up
तेरे
boiler
बिना
to try and fight
और
out
बाकी तो
cracks,
हारेगी ही
or
ना
maybe,
इस
just bursting
यही
out
तो
through
बात है
abs
भाई
and short.
इसलिए तो
It could have been a different scenario if Ember and Shox
उनको
could have
हराना
pulled
नहीं
it out.
चाहता हूँ मैं
काम कर टीम ही छोड़ दे सब गेम्स जीतेगे याद रख
Yeah.
ठीक है करता हूँ तू जैसा बोले
So far.
Yeah.
We know what he's capable of. We've seen, of course, enough highlights. That's not even a question. But yeah, I mean, off the bat, at least he's able to kickstart things off in a great note. B2 taken out of the contention, so already the man advantage in the hands of True Rippers massively. A 4v5 upcoming. Kenny's is up. It needs to find a little bit more blood. It's not that hungry yet.
Yeah, this is the
तेरे
first skill that he's
मेरे को एक
got.
बात बता सच्ची में भाभी क्या कॉल से क्या पूरे
नहीं नहीं ये
शॉक्स
शॉक्स का ये
I
शॉक्स का
don't
कॉल है
agree with you. I think,
ये शॉक्स का कॉल
and
मैं
one of
वही
the
सोच
reasons
रहा हूँ
for
भाई
that
भाभी
might
क्या
be the fact that
ये
True Rippers was
कैम्बल
one
का
of
कॉल
those
बीच
teams
में
that
आई
कैसा
थिंक
दिया
आई थिंक भावेश का भी हो सकता है
as well that we
क्योंकि
might
भावेश का भी
so,
सेम थॉट
like,
प्रोसेस है
भावेश का होगा ना तो
strategies,
भावेश का
game
एक
plans
like 50 सेकंड्स में आना
specifically
चाहिए
built
थोड़ा
to help
जल्दी
them
आया
win.
तू वो भी देख
And I think they are struggling to incorporate a new player into these game plans, and this might be an eye opener as well. What if the team goes through a roster change in the future? All of their firepower, all of their success can fade away in an instant. But look at this.
माँ
Good
की
aggression
आंख
coming
भाई
in.
जो
Bhavi
कॉल
with
है
two.
भाई
Well, one early kill and Ember with an important frag as well.
नाइस रे एल्विस नाइस पिक
I mean,
They
मार
were
दिया
already pushed up from that
मर गया
smoke,
भाई
though.
yeah. Here, okay, well, first shot missed.
अरे इतना हक मत भाई मत हक भाई इतना
Not even get a chance.
शॉक्स भाई निकालता भी है डुबाता भी है
Missed with the op in the map of Inferno. I'm gonna keep a count of that.
All right. What? McGills!
And then that happens. Overcommitment. I don't understand why it's True Rippers.
विनेबल है नेड खाया
Desperation.
डेढ़
Once again, it's better
EVOFOX
to
डालना था
ओह ये क्या जिगल है भाई
misses the crucial shot.
ओह
Unfortunately, gets caught by Bobby. Perfect timing that was.
Something wrong with the op itself. Both the
वो
ops
देख
missing
केनियस
their
देख
shots.
केनियस देख
भाई
वो जिगल देखा क्या
It was on the body.
जिगल नहीं था वो गलती से हुआ था भाई
Connected as well.
No, I mean, Shock's clearly missed.
He was right there in front of him.
because they are legends are invited to play this event brother
That shot from Kenny, if we are able to see that in the replay.
मैकगिल्स को पता है पीछे जाना चाहिए था
I'm not even kidding. But
हाँ मैगिल्स को पीछे जाना था लेकिन मैगिल्स के एंगल में आया भी नहीं
मतलब
रे वो।
मैकगिल्स का पोजीशन थोड़ा खराब था
खराब था वो बहुत गंदा पोज दिया पता है क्या मैगिल्स को बंदा दिखा नहीं और भावेश ने उसको मार दिया
That is registered on the board.
भाई मेरे को मजा आ रहा है भाई ये अच्छा खेल रहा है बहुत अच्छा खेल रहा है सीएस ये लोग
कौन
कभी कभी बहुत अच्छा सीएस खेलते हैं कभी कभी बहुत लंड खेलते हैं बट खेल तो अच्छा रहा है अभी
वही बोल रहा हूँ ना तेरे साथ तू ही प्रॉब्लम है
ठीक है रे लिंक्स
once again,
नहीं रे भाई दिल पे मत ले रे मैन
नहीं
बहुत
नहीं
अच्छा
नहीं
ऑफर है भाई तू
नहीं नहीं, मैं दिल पे ले लिया
गेम
हूँ
के
मैं।
बाद ही मैं तेरे को पोक करके बोला था उस दिन नाइस ऑपिंग
भाई वो तो टूरी पास के सामने जो हगा हूँ मैं एंशिएंट में, माँ कसम लाइफ का वर्स्ट गेम था मेरा।
Yes, they did.
Elvis taken down.
Shox is there though.
अबे
Interesting smoke. What is this?
आवाज दे दिया
But I mean,
केनी ने।
flip cues have been given away anyways, right? Because Kenny S, he accidentally jumped, or maybe he jumped for a reason, considering he thought that the op can be holding the
क्या लगता है
cross
शॉक्स
as well.
मारेगा स्मोक में
And
हाँ
Shox,
स्मोक
he's
हटेगा तभी
just there.
मारेगा,
He hasn't moved
अगर
his
शॉक्स
pistol.
इधर उधर नहीं देख रहा है तो।
It is an awkward
नहीं
angle.
शॉक
केनी
गांडू ऑपर है ना।
रेवन होता तो
Exactly sure what the enemy's going to be at. Kenny S, he goes huge in this round and manages to squeeze around for True Rippers all the way from A Arches. Now,
ये राउंड केनी की वजह से निकला।
it's because of that
हाँ
heroic
केनी ही
play
निकाला
from
भाई
Kenny S. That's why this round came off. You
विराज
cannot rely
केनी
on
ने
those
ही
heroic
निकाला
plays
है
all the
कुछ भी
time.
बोल क्रूशल
I
राउंड पे जो
100%
लिया है ना
agree with
किल
that. This round
कॉस्ट
has been brought back all
पहले
thanks
चैट
to
को इग्नोर
individual
किया
brilliance.
तूने।
But
मुंबई
Ember
कब आ रहे हो
can
बॉस?
steal it back
मुंबई
in. Has a lot of utility to clear out positions on the
मुंबई
street
इवेंट
side.
होगा तो ही आ सकता हूँ, ऐसे
The first
घूमने के लिए
kill
इतना
in the
पैसा नहीं है
bag
रे,
now has to go up against Kenny S and
गरीब हूँ
Kill.
मैं।
बोलता है रे
Kenny having recovered that off
बहुत
will
पैसा है
definitely look to cause some trouble. The
अरे
ball drop to force the T side player back, but
स्मोक हगा दिया
doesn't know how to fall back, just pushes up front, walks away with the first round for True Rippers in this first half. A good
मैगिंस का
retaliation, but
हंसी बहुत
still
क्यूट है रे।
a good
हाँ
start. They can still bring
कभी
themselves
कभी
back
लगता है
into
मैगिंस
this
को चूम
matchup,
लूं।
but if a few more slip out, then maybe Marcus
भाई तू
Gaming in
पक्का
complete
स्ट्रेट नहीं
control
है
of the first half.
तेरे से
गालों
दूर है
में भाई।
I mean, look at the way Shox is able to find these.
इनियस देखना क्या तीन मार दिए भाग वेंडी सोलोड
Yeah, it's whole other
भाई
story
सब
that
ड्राई
they
ड्यूल्स
still
लेके
won
मारे
the
बंदे
round,
ने
but
भाग
I guess one round sacrifice is fine considering they got so many rounds back to back, 5 rounds back to back.
Yeah.
So yeah, the 6th one just sacrificed up. But True Rippers, all they need is that one single trail and they can
मुझे
keep
जितना
falling
लगता
down
है
once they get the momentum in their hand.
अगर
हाँ
एल्विस
Everything can
उधर
swing back.
आर्च कभी पे नहीं हाइड होके ना
I mean, they've
जिगल
already
करता ना,
torched
ईगल करता मार देता
इन्फो रहता उसके पास तो
marching forward.
पोजीशन कर
हाँ
सकता था अपना उस।
मरता तो अभी भी एटलीस्ट ये होता
मरता
था
नहीं वो, फिर लाइक प्रॉपर फाइट ले सकता था कि हाँ अगर फाइट भी लेना है
हाँ अभी
उसको,
तो सब
या तो
फाइट
इन्फो।
First round. But now I think they've finally taken a step back. We don't see that initial hyper aggression towards Banana.
क्या नाइफ है यार बंदे की
Move in.
ये दिलाना रेवन मेरे को
केनी के हाथ में जब तक है रूबी है,
केनी के हाथ वाले नहीं चाहिए वो नहीं चाहिए मेरे को शॉक्स के हाथ में जो है वही चाहिए
दिला दूंगा। पहले मैं लूंगा फिर तेरे को खेलने के लिए दूंगा,
हाँ चलेगा ले ले भाई
बट टाइम लगेगा।
कितना टाइम लगेगा
दो स्काई का इवेंट जीतने थे फिर करता हूँ।
अरे भोसड़ी के बोलना कभी नहीं देने का
अबे रुक तेरे को एक चीज बताता हूँ। व्हाट्सएप पे बताता हूँ रुक।
बता बता फटाफट बता अभी बता बाद में मत बता अभी अरे एक तो जीत गया अरे तुझे एक ही इवेंट जीतना है रेवन हेलो
अबे लौड़े
हाँ मेरे को अभी रियलाइज हुआ मेरे को लगा तू और दो नए बोल रहे
But then an instant rotate comes out from Shox as well because he realizes the smoke for the cross is there, but we do not hear any footsteps. So that means it is a fake.
क्या बात कर रहा है सच्ची रेवन
It's finally time to call the shots. 25 seconds on the clock, and they pull the trigger. True Rippers looking to move in, but Elvis is going to be the first casualty from the side of Marcos Gaming. And Ember looking to go big, finds 2 kills. Pavi with the third one on the board. There's 2 men left from the side of True Rippers. And even though they have the C4 planted, it's not going to be easy to secure this round. Yes, moving towards shot, but Shox is already there.
Just better.
Quicker, I guess.
Yeah. Kenny S. Oh, his op really isn't able to find that blood. And on the opposite side for Shox, everything's falling into pieces.
Yeah.
In the right way.
He's very happy, B2, today.
Yeah, I mean, he's beating one of the top teams in India. He should be happy. Makes sense. Look at Kenny S. I mean, he just seems frustrated. From the start of the series until now, he just seems frustrated. And I'm going to tell Shox that. I was like, you know what? when you were winning those 2 maps back to back, Kenny's was
no.
frustrated.
Rossi has pulled out some papers, some books are out, some strat books. Can you read that, Necro?
It's blank for now.
We're not seeing the right side.
What is he going to do with those papers, though?
Pull out some secret strats, maybe?
But, I mean...
Mikhail's, it feels like he's just wondering what is going on. What is this man doing?
Will a strat on paper really help you in the upcoming round?
Notes, man. Homework.
I know notes, but we're seeing a lot of changes in these recent 2 days. No matter how many notes you try to bring, the change will always be there.
We will chat after stream.
The one team that's been doing really well is the team where I think the only advice Shox gave to Mousepad Gaming was just like stay calm, relax, and enjoy.
Yeah. It's all about adapting on the fly, and a team that's better to adapt will come out on top. Because so far, the Indian meta of playing CS has changed a lot. You need to agree on this. Inside of the Super 6, the way these players are playing, it has changed drastically.
Yeah, I mean, true, but also, what meta?
Kenny frustrated हो रहा है because उसके
That's what we do.
Yeah, but now
उसको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है Truripus का gameplay.
At least they're thinking their actions through.
All right, so here's the thing, right? The draft, the reason this is like a big deal for us and the community itself, it's kind of a rebirth of the Counter-Strike scene, not just in India, but South Asia in general, right? And I think you are witnessing a lot of new talent, a lot of young talent step up, and with the experience and the exposure that they get from the legends, I think this is what the newer players need to evolve and take their performance to the next level. They've already learned the tricks of the trades, the basic, the fundamentals of competitive pro play from the OGs of the circuit. People like Ember, people like Defaulter and Mikhails. But I think again, right, what went wrong for Marcos this time? We saw that push on A, and all of a sudden Trurippers are on site.
Yeah. Trurippers, they're gaining that momentum, I guess. Big round indeed. Solid round. So, once again, a 6-2 scoreline on the board. I guess the strat book really did work out.
Yeah. Pull it out again, Rossi. You need a few more rounds. But why does Rossi have the strat book if Defaulter is the IGL?
I don't think so. It's the strat. I don't know what it is. I genuinely do not know what it is.
What would that be? His CFG file? Printed out on paper.
Well, I mean, I guess that's the question to ask in the interview. We can ask Kenny if he does win that. But so far, I mean, it's quite a fiery start. A lot of things being exchanged on Banana, utilities, a lot of lead. B2 lost, but Kills lost in the process. 6-2 being the scoreline for Trurippers. They're on the verge of making the comeback. 4 rounds away from equalizing the scoreline. And Pavi is pushed back a little bit. Give those T's what they want is a little bit of space. And Pavi will go back and fall back into his comfort zone.
Yeah, and this round is an important one for the side of Marcos Gaming as well. Their economy almost on the verge of getting shattered completely. But look at the T's. Patience and the brilliant counter rotation towards the A side. They have to dodge the aggression on A. Right, the smoke of arches, the smoke of apps, and a fake. They're trying to sell a fake for A, but the CTs aren't buying anything.
Yeah.
2 players still positioned on. Oh, as soon as I say that, I think there's a counter rotation being called, but this smoke will draw their attention. Shox and Bobby, can they go big? And they do, in fact.
Oh my
3
God.
kills for Bobby. Ghost with a shutdown, but it's a 1v2.
The job's done, my friend. And yeah, I mean, Ghost is going for the plant. Both the players moving in from Banana. I mean, they've already found a lot of
Yeah.
space. Yeah, it's impossible. Considering both of them are playing together, they have got the generic idea on how to counter this op. So yeah, as long as you're going to play together, it'll sort of work as a trade-up. And if you're able to get the traits, it's all good in the hood. The op will be able to find one, and then he needs to pretty much, once again, reload the chamber.
Oh.
Okay, well, isolated duels is something you cannot afford to give out.
Oh,
And
no.
the man's still in the smoke, but he gets
Oh.
knifed at just the nick of time. True Rippers, they barely squeeze another round on the back of that. And Kenny S once again locked inside of the game. Maybe for him as well, the hopes are back. But he's still not that happy.
Yeah. Because they barely won that round, Necro.
Even Kenny S does not want to lose against his own friend, Shocks. He's
Of
like,
course.
I cannot lose. It's all about like the
He doesn't
friendly,
want.
it's friendly ego, you know? Because,
Yeah.
Because maybe Kenny S knows if he does lose, Shocks is probably going to taunt him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Random phone calls like a few days later. Hey man, remember this time?
Remember he got destroyed?
Yeah, we
and,
were in Kuala Lumpur, the craft.
and you got the best team too from that region.
Yeah, I still won.
I still won.
Papa.
Look at the scoreline.
No one wants that conversation.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is for fun, but
चोक कर रहा है यार मार्कोस fuck
4 players just left over from MG. Now this should be
रुकना नहीं चाहिए था उसको पिक कर लेना चाहिए था सोलो बनाना से
TR do not even drop a single body in this round. That's even better. Icing on top of the cake.
True, but I think Marcos. Oh, look at T-Ramp, Necro. Look at T-Ramp.
Oh,
Am I seeing that right?
knife
yeah,
knife
sure
knife
play. Okay, free kill and a gun in the head. Okay, maybe not.
No guns in the hands.
Oh, but there's another man pushing through banana. Watch out, Ghost. He's heard you. Approach him. There's 2 players in the same side. Another player in the front lines will catch you. 2 bodies drop down. Okay, another one should not be dropped, and this Deagle should not find more blood. Shocks the man has been feeling himself, but he still shuts another man down. Shocks with a 2K. The Deagle once again just hunting through. He's on the prowl, but even the T's now are a little bit more scared. So they're going to suppress themselves instead. And Shocks, he gets his hands on that AK.
एंड जो शॉक्स बहुत फार्म कर रहे हैं यार HLTV में
Yeah.
हाँ.
I think save. Go exit.
Lol. अरे.
Few more. But as we started things off, I think True Rippers have still recovered quite nicely, Necro. Because earlier on, Marcos Gaming, they had a massive advantage to work with. Now it's just 2-round deficit that True Rippers have to cover up, and they have 2 more rounds left in the second half. Any more advantage?
मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ एल्विस ने ना इसको काट देना था वेंकिल्स को.
अबे नहीं वो गटर पे जा रहा था ना कूदने.
Marcos Gaming, they need to eye out for that 8-4 swap anyway.
भाई ये ना 10-2 होता स्कोर पता है या तो ऐसा कुछ होता 9-3 बहुत हार के चोक कर.
And ever since True Rippers have slowed things down.
ओहो हो क्या नेड पड़ा है रॉसी को.
Stage is not a lot of aggression on Banana. It's been working on wonders.
I mean, they're getting a series of rounds.
Yeah.
4 rounds back to back.
वेंकिल्स 20 HP. रॉसी 45, डिफॉल्टर 42, अभी भाई 40.
यूटिल यूजेस तो है.
जीत गए चल मार्कोस ये राउंड. आ रहे जीत गए.
Softened up. McKill's got taken down in that duel. It's the
उधर केनियस को देखा क्या?
क्या?
देखा तू प्लेयर स्क्रीन में केनियस को रेवन?
नहीं.
रेज किया वो.
They quickly switch things up, move towards A.
वो तो खेल रहा है अभी.
हाँ हाँ लेकिन उसका हाथ भी था ऐसा ऊपर कुछ तो बोल रहा था रेज करके वो. एल्विस भाई.
माइंड फक हो गया उसका. माइंड फक हो गया उसका. माइंड फक हो गया. केनियस का देख अभी.
देख केनियस का दिखाना चाहिए रे. थोड़ा सा पीछे लेके देख जब वो देख 2 रोटेशन करते देख बनाना से तभी वो देख प्लेयर का स्क्रीन दिखेगा प्लेयर कैम दिखेगा तभी देख केनियस का हाथ देख कैसा कुछ तो बोल रहा था वो रेज करके.
But how is he getting away with kills like that?
You are supposed to check it. It's
भाई
been
भावेश
twice
12
that
किल
Shaz
3
has
डेथ
died,
भाई
and even the
fucking
third time
beast.
to repeat the
अरे
same
मैं वही
mistake.
बोल रहा हूँ, भावेश मारेगा तो मार्कोस हार ही नहीं सकता
I
है.
think what happened the previous round was kind of hilarious because they flashed him and he ran inside apps. And then he came back out.
भावेश
Whatever it
कमीना है रे
is, you're
बहुत,
still
मेरे
supposed
से
to, like,
जलता है वो
check
पता
that
है.
angle. Yeah, it's an off angle, understandable, but does that really give you the authority to not check
बोल
it,
क्यों?
considering you have been
क्यों?
getting taken down
कभी
from that
देखा ही नहीं हूँ
side?
भावेश को पॉजिटिव केडी पे.
हाँ, वही
या
तो मैं
ये
बोल रहा
अल्ट्रा
हूँ.
पॉजिटिव केडी है भावेश का भी. ये देखे देखे दे 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 दे.
Third, I thought it's going to be a lineup, but it's fine. His teammate in the back's got the job done.
There were two of them, not one.
इसका केडी पता कितना है अभी शायद
Go.
14-4 मतलब कितना होगा 4 का केड नहीं और भी ज्यादा.
क्या क्या कितना किल से उसका? रुक,
14 किल 4 डेथ.
14 किल है, 4 डेथ.
हम
3.5 का केडी हो गया फिर.
4 के ऊपर है केडी.
नहीं, 3.5 का हुआ.
Has spotted out one player top of mid, but I think even True Rippers, they realize it's a round loss already. And with that, the first half comes to an end. Marcos Gaming in the driving seat, 8-4, a massive advantage to work with. And
शॉक्स का
like
पीओवी
always,
देख और
like he has
केनियस
been
का देख भाई. शॉक्स
in the
हर बार
second
हंसते रहता है.
in the
केनियस
second
हर बार.
half in this map as well. Smile on his face, he's very happy.
देखो पता है क्या, एक्चुअली ये लोग को शॉक्स मिला, ये भी उनका लक है. मतलब लाइक
हाँ
अच्छा
भाई
प्लेयर
शॉक्स
मिला,
बहुत
मतलब
अच्छा
काम प्लेयर
बहुत
मिला.
बहुत
हाँ,
अच्छा प्लेयर है भाई. पता है
बहुत
क्यों
मतलब
जीत रहे हैं ये लोग मार्कोस मतलब और अच्छा क्यों खेल रहे हैं
Elvis
क्योंकि वो
died.
शॉक्स पहले आईजीएल भी रह चुका है पता है. प्लस ऑपर भी है सेकेंडरी.
प्लस ऑफर भी है. हाँ, लेकिन और उसमें वो देखो बंदा, देखो कोई भी पॉइंट पे कुछ ऐसा बोलते हो देखा है कि देखो रेज में अभी थोड़ा बहुत इंटेंसिटी है भाई, बंदा पूरा चिल है.
Like how he was performing in
Throughout
और
the tournament.
ऑन द अदर हैंड केनियस को देख.
I mean, and I think that might also be one of the key reasons why we have seen a dip in True Rippers' performance. Because Mikils was always that key important early fragger, always finding the opening. But now Kenny SN goes with the second tap. Ouch!
big one needed.
ये गलती से भी भाभी ने निकाला ना.
Yes. Do not go for the repeat, no way. Listen, Glock's got a lot of bullets. He can keep on spraying you down.
मेरे को समझा नहीं ये कॉल.
मिड रश फास्ट
But
विदाउट ड्यूटी.
बट कैसे कर सकते हैं अभी नया वाला इन्फर्नो पे जबकि
नहीं नहीं, वो लोग ने 20 टैक लिया रहेगा तो वो हिसाब में बोला रहेगा. रे कॉल वर्क करता अगर 3v2a रहता
अरे
तो.
एक फ्लैश तो कर ले क्योंकि तू मार ही नहीं सकता वो क्रॉसफायर पे भाई.
नहीं नहीं, मैं वो नहीं बोल
अंटिल
रहा.
अले सामने वाले हगे.
3v खेलते 2a खेलते दोनों ब्रैकेट्स में थोड़ी ना खेलते रेवन, पीछे खेलते. वो हिसाब में कॉल अच्छा था. 3v2a अगर खेलते वो लोग पकड़ना.
They could have showed up
हाँ
to
वो
the
भी
second
है
half much better.
तू
हाँ,
जो
तो
बोल
like
रहा है.
वो सेंस में
7-5
ये
would
कॉल
have
वर्क
been
कर
even
सकता था.
better, 'cause that would mean winning the pistol gets you that equalizer automatically.
Hello?
The other team does not force and just stick to a hard eco. With an 8-4, you still have to put in the little bit of extra effort, but winning the pistol definitely can be the kickstart that Marcos True Rippers are looking for. There it is, a clean round, a clean pistol round for True Rippers. Not drop a single player. The 8-5 is on the board. What do Marcos Gaming do? I think definitely they're not forced.
क्या क्लिप किया भाई तूने जेठालोल.
Go for a
जेठाल
early on.
जेठालोल का कातिल.
True Rippers early in the second half.
जो नाम ऐसा ऐसा रखते हो तुम कि आदमी पढ़ने से पहले 4 बार देखे.
Well, Eco on MG buys on TR. But okay, well Kenny's getting body blocked and he's now
रेज कर रहा है भाई.
He slammed his desk. Oh my god, he is pissed. I can already imagine the comms of True Rippers.
Why you block me?
It's gonna be much more secure. And you know what I'm
भाई
saying. We have
भाई उसको ब्लॉक करे जा रहा है भाई.
देखा ना रेज.
User joined your channel.
अरे लाउडिया लिंक्स
ए ट्रेड.
I
एंड चोद.
भाई तू दिसलास, तुला लगेच पॉवर दिली मी.
अरे मी कधीच कनेक्ट होऊन बसलेलो.
हा तू दिसलास, मी बघितलं तुझ्या पॉवर नाही, बोललो थांब पॉवर द्यायला.
ऑनलाइन सिन्स 8 hours 33 minutes लॉल.
तू
अरे मी पीसी ऑन होता माझा, मला माहित पण नाही कनेक्ट करून ठेवलेलं. काय बोलतो बाकी?
Oh, important kill for Rossi.
काय सीन, तू काय मचवतोय.
काय सीन है ट्रेड काय सीन.
क्या सीन रेवन
मॅच बघतोय का नाही?
कैसा है भाई?
Blastची.
कोण आहे फायनल मध्ये?
फायनल नाही अजून. आता ही जी जिंकेल ती फायनल आहे. ट्रू रिपर वर्सेस मार्कोस चालू आहे.
क्या बात, ट्रू रिपर वर्सेस मार्कोस.
ब्लास्ट टाक ना. ब्लास्टच्या चॅनल वरती होते बघ
अबे
stream.
मेरा चैनल देख भाई.
हाँ रेवन का चैनल देखो जाने तो व्यूअर्स बढ़ाओ.
नहीं,
अरे
रेवन
6
को
ही
व्यू
दिन
नहीं
देख
देना
रहे
है।
रे रेवन.
रेवन को
हेट रेट जलता है रे मेरे से तू.
दो अलग-अलग ब्राउजर से तो
मैं
वही
क्यों
आया हूँ.
जलूं भाई, मेरा क्या संबंध जलने का?
तू
क्या?
बोल रहा है रेवन को व्यू नहीं देना है.
नहीं नहीं देना है मुझे इससे।
तो जलता है ना इसका मतलब.
तेरे से क्यों जलूं?
व्यू नहीं देना है.
अरे
व्यू नहीं देना इसका मतलब जलना होता है, ऐसा नहीं है.
ऐसा ही है.
अबे रेवन जाके देख भोसड़ी के, तेरा चैनल का ना वो सब्सक्राइब घंटी वाला भी ऑन करके रखा हो और लाइक भी मारता हूँ. हमेशा देखता नहीं हूँ फिर भी लाइक मार के जाता हूँ. चूतिए.
उफ भाई
ये
ये
चल मेरे तरफ से भी एक लाइक. रेवन ने 11 लाइक है, अभी 12 हो जाएंगे देख.
भाई तुम लोग भाई
थैंक यू बोल.
ऐसा प्यार दिखाते हो ना, मजा आ जाता है. थैंक यू.
दे बोल.
कितना कितना क्यूटली बोला ना. चूतिया.
अबे
ब्लश कर रहे क्या अभी?
गाली. इनका यूटिलिटी अच्छा खासा है.
टॉपिक चेंज कर रहे
टॉपिक चेंज कर रहे हैं भाई, टॉपिक चेंज कर रहे हैं.
अबे रुको यार, ये लोग निकालने दो ये राउंड बस.
ये राउंड निकालो और
8
बाकी सब
नंबर.
हारेंगे तभी चलेगा.
रेवन भी लाइक मैं शांत रहता हूँ ताकि ये खेलने वाले डिस्टर्ब ना हो जाए.
0 बी कर लो यार, अभी उनका स्मोक तो यूज हो गया. तो
एक रोटेशन हो रहा है.
Not enough time to clear the site completely and plant the C4. They will have to be extremely
नाइस
about
रे,
this
ये रैप
Marcos
का
game.
कॉल नाइस
And
दिया.
I think with the
Oh,
first
Imber.
kill now, even True Ripple
Nice,
is gonna know that
nice.
it will be an AX. 18 seconds left.
Easy,
Kenny
be
has
clear.
caught off guard,
A clear, I mean.
completely off guard. Shocks shooting his former teammate in the back.
चलो भाई मैच आ गई. बाय
बाय.
चल चल. ए लेवल का हेट रेट तुझे आता? लेवल 10 झाला का काय?
1943 इलो बॉय.
हा का मला तू पडलास ते झालंच नाही का परत?
नाही नाही झालेलो 10. आता 2 मॅच हारलो लगेच.
कोणासोबत खेळतोय? सोलो खेळतो की काय आहे?
सोलो सोलो. मोमो मोमो.
चालेल चालेल. ये ना, मॅच झाली काय आम्ही असू टीएस वरच.
I think it is a tech thing.
हो हो इथेच आहे मी. म्यूट डेस्क मेट्रो.
हा हा.
And I think I saw Mikhails with his hands up in the
हीरो
air,
आया है.
like he just doesn't care. He's not partying it.
भाई ये मराठी लैंग्वेज से बहुत
User joined your
क्यूट है भाई,
channel.
मेरे को सीखना है.
Whatever it is. I mean, 3 players left over now going for the save.
दिया भाई, मराठी लड़की भी डेट कर पाएगा.
भाई मराठी लड़की भाई ये सब मत बोला मुझे. हाथ चुप रहे.
क्या मतलब तेरे को काला जादू करने वाली लड़की चाहिए क्या?
नहीं नहीं, ऑफ स्ट्रीम बोलूंगा.
ये तो गार्ड मारते हैं.
ए मेरे को एक
ओए
बात
केनियस मुक्का मार देगा बहनचोद, पक करके मुक्का मार देगा.
क्या चल क्या रहा है बच्चों?
Still alive, and I saw him sitting there with his
Genius in the
hands
Razer.
behind his head.
ना मार रहा है ना बच्चों, ना मारने दे रहा है थोड़े.
Corner. I think at this point they were like, all right, either we save this or they kill us all of us together.
Genius के हाथ में ऑफ चाहिए रे, तभी मार पाएगा. लाइक फ्लिक्स तो उसके लग रहे ऑन.
शॉक्स भाई को लग रहा है अभी भी पुराना फ्लैश होता है इन्फर्नो पे. शॉक्स भाई को कोई बताओ बहनचोद, बड़ा बड़ा बिल्डिंग हो गया अभी. अभी उधर कपड़े सुखाते लोग बोला पे. भाई C4 दे दिया.
User joined your channel.
हेलो.
आजा भाई, ये रेवन की स्ट्रीम पे आजा.
तुम क्या आची पूछी.
मैं तो ब्लास्ट का स्ट्रीम देख रहा था भाई.
नहीं मिस पे यार.
दूसरे टैब में चालू करके रख दे.
इधर रेवन की स्ट्रीम देख देख. मैं लिंक्स और ये रेवन बैठ के कैनियस को जज कर रहा है. आजा
भाई कैनियस तो मस्त रेज कर रहा है, मैं देख रहा हूँ. मजा आ रहा है मुझे तो. मैं तो उसका ही स्ट्रीम देख रहा था पहले.
जज
और फिर उसको देख के मुझे गुस्सा आया. उसको देख के मुझे गुस्सा आ रहा था तो मैंने बंद कर दिया.
अरे रे 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 गोली खत्म.
मार देना था मैगिल्स को इधर. भाई रेवन, अगर भावी ने ये क्लच कर दिया ना,
तो मैं अभी ट्विटर में अपना नेकेड फोटो डालूंगा.
हाँ
देख ले भाई, तू क्या बोल रहा है. हेलो
नहीं नहीं, हो गया.
हाफ नेकेड.
तुझे आई चामो सड़ा.
ये
And as you mentioned, Neko,
मेरे को भी पता था.
गाइस सुनो, तुम क्या आची पूछी.
One man can only do so much. He drew the attention
इसका
towards
मतलब तेरे को पता है ना?
3 kills
तुम क्या आईची पूछी मतलब तुम्हारी माँ की चूत?
2 महीने गॉजरेन के बूट कैंप में मुंबई में था, कुछ भी बकचोदी कर रहा है अभी बैठ के, देख इधर।
सेम एज खांकी चले।
गॉर्जन का बूट कैंप पहली बार तो मुंबई नहीं था।
सॉरी, हाँ बैंगलोर में था, सॉरी।
भाई मेरे को इधर चैट पे एक जन ने बोला है, जो टीएस डीसी पे बैठे उनको बोल तुम क्या आईची पूछी।
ओके
ओके
तुझा आई जावन।
मुझे लगा कैनियस मारेगा, वन साइड वेंचर मर रहा है वहां तक।
कैनियस तो बॉट निकला
भाई
भाई।
शॉक्स मार रहा है।
शॉक्स मार रहा है भाई।
शॉक्स तो
मार रहा है गाइस, फोकस ऑन गुड
भाई
थिंग।
शॉक्स तो फुल टूर्नामेंट क्या मार रहा है, हर एक गेम मार रहा है शॉक्स तो
भाई। और तो
शॉक्स बोला है, शॉक्स बोल रहा है कि भाई यही मौका मिला है, फार्म कर लेता हूँ एचएलटीवी रेटिंग।
भाई उसका पूरा हरा हो गया होगा, पूरा हरा। बहुत दिन के बाद भी शायद एचएलटीवी इवेंट खेल रहा है वो।
तो शॉक्स के एचएलटी इवेंट में हाईएस्ट रेटेड इवेंट में आएगा ब्लास्ट इंडिया। ड्राफ्ट आएगा।
अबे इसका सीजन 2 भी निकलेगा क्या कंचा?
इसके बाद मेरे को तो पता नहीं
भाई सीजन 2 चाहिए भाई, सीजन 2 मेरे को निकालो भाई, मेरे को पासपोर्ट तब तक आ जाएगा मेरा।
तू स्काई स्पोर्ट्स पे भरोसा रखना।
नो कमेंट स्ट्रीम चालू है।
मेरे को क्या?
हेलो रे।
अबे स्काई स्पोर्ट्स करवाएगा भाई, भरोसा है, बट मेरे को सब खेलना है।
लास्ट ईयर तो कोलंबो जाके आए थे
भाई।
यार अभी रहेगा भाई, जो डब्ल्यू नहीं गया था। मैं तो थोड़ा सा तबीयत खराब थी मेरी, तो मैं घर पे रुक गया था।
अरे मेरे को मैं जानबूझ के नहीं गया क्योंकि बहुत गर्मी थी।
अच्छा मैं तो गया था भाई, मैं तो गया था, कुछ दिखा ही नहीं उधर।
What the fuck?
अगर के पुल तेरी चे तेरी मां भजिया तले।
ये क्या बोला बे तू अभी? कौन सा लैंग्वेज बोला?
अगर के पुल के नीचे तेरी मां भजिया तले।
अरे भाई भोजपुरी।
अरे भाई वो उसमें गाना है, क्या बोलते हैं बाबूजी घर पे, उसमें गाता है वो।
Oh man, be fake A-pop.
यस 2 और मार दे बस, 2 और क्या औकात ही नहीं भाई करोड़ों।
क्लच करेगा शॉक्स।
भाई डिफॉल्टर क्या है, कोई टिक सकता है क्या?
चोक कर रही यार मार्कोस, मत कर यार चोक बहनचोद।
जोक नहीं कर रही है भाई, यूजुअल खेल रही है अपना वो।
ये इतना याद रख, थोड़ा बहुत केनियस मार्कोस के लिए खेल रहा है। वो रेज कम करेगा ना, हो जाएगा। ट्रू रिपर थोड़ा अच्छा कर लेगी।
रेज क्या भाई, वो पहले 2 मैच भी बॉटम में ही था, वो दूसरी टीम के लिए खेल रहा था।
हाँ वो तो खेल ही रहा है, लेकिन अभी उसका रेंज देख रहा है क्या? तो उसका कैम देखा करना भाई, मैं केनियस का कैम कभी मिस नहीं करता भाई, कुछ ना कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग दिखता ही है।
पीट रहा होता है ना कुछ ना कुछ।
हाँ
साला वो रेज बहुत करता है रे, नहीं तो बहुत अच्छा
रहता है
भाई वो
पग,
पता
लेकिन
नहीं
पग में भी सेम ही इसका फेसिलिटी
हाँ
सेम ही
भाई फेसिट यू में कितना रेज करता है वो, पता नहीं इतना अच्छा खेलता था, सब करता था, अभी अचानक से इतना रेज करता है।
अरे उसको
टीम में नहीं है ना, सीन वो है।
मेरी टीम में नहीं, उसको नहीं मिल रहा है ना।
ले ले मार्कोस में ले लो।
उसकी सैलरी का बेंचो इधर 10 लोग को साइन कर लेंगे मार्कोस वाली।
मार्कोस तो और बंद करके चली जाएगी फिर तो।
अबे
नहीं बस मार्कोस
1 महीने सैलरी के बाद
करेगी, बाकी कुछ नहीं कर पाएगी।
हाँ 1v5 खेलेगा केनियस।
अरे आपकी सैलरी इतनी है? अरे ये तो स्काई स्पोर्ट का पूरा वो है पैकेज।
क्या टाइमिंग है रे।
ओ केनियस ने छोड़ा।
अरे नहीं मर जाएगा तेरा बंदा।
मर गया।
लौड़िया केनियस लौड़िया।
तू कितना पीछे देख रहा है?
मैं ड्राइवर की स्ट्रीम पे हूँ।
किल दे दिया
पीछे।
मैं लास्ट का चैनल खोल के बैठ।
अबे लौड़े मेरे चैनल पे देख गांडू।
तेरा चैनल को अभी तेरा चैनल अभी रुक, अभी रिपोर्ट करता हूँ तेरे चैनल को पहले।
अरे ब्लास्ट से अच्छा blast.tv पे दिखता है ना, और जल्दी मतलब।
एक काम कर ना, मलेशिया का टिकट निकाल और उधर ही चले जा, डायरेक्ट लाइव देख उनका गेम स्क्रीन के पीछे से।
जाना होता जो जा सकता था वो गया ही नहीं बेंचो।
अरे मैं जानबूझ के नहीं गया भाई, क्योंकि शॉक्स को खेलने देना था मेरे को।
शॉक्स को खेलने देना था। अरे
थोड़ा तो शर्म कर ले भाई, थोड़ा तो शर्म कर ले। बोलने से पहले।
तेरे को पता है ना, अगर मैं जाता तो मैं खेलता, उधर कोई और बैठता।
नहीं
एक साल पहले HLTV प्रोफाइल बनाया, वो 10 साल जब से तू पैदा हुआ है तब से खेल रहा है
भाई मैं पैदा
बकचोदी
बहुत
कर रहा
पहले
है।
हुआ हूँ भाई।
हाँ तब से खेल ही रहा है
वो तब से खेल ही रहा है भाई।
you know anyways
भाई मैं जब पैदा हुआ हूँ ना, तब उसका शायद उम्र होगा 10 साल।
अच्छा, फिर भी वो तेरे से बेटर है तो फिर
अभी
भाई लेकिन वो सही ऑपिंग कर रहा है, परफेक्ट
पैदा
कर
हुआ
रहा
तब से
है।
गांडू
कल
है
तो
कह
ऐसा
रहे
ऑपिंग
अरे अगर मैं रहता ना तो मैं ऑफ करता, उसको राइफल करवाता।
अभी तक तू रहता तो
तू
मार्कोस
रहता तो
बाहर
फिर
बहुत
वो भी केनिया जैसा रेज कर देता।
मैं देखा था सेम गार्डन में हुआ है एक लोग के साथ,
ये
कोई
देख
और ही ऑफ कर गया।
ये देख भाई क्रेजी को लेट रहा है बहनचोद। लेट जा भोसड़ी के, सो जा उधर ही। बड़ा बड़ा पैर देख रहा है क्रेजी का।
रैपर भी गया है, डिवाइन भी गया है क्या?
डिवाइन क्या बात कर रहा है कुछ भी।
अरे उसकी बात कर रहा था, राइडर की।
ओ लॉर्ड
मेरा
अरे
मैं
नाइजीरियन
23 का हूँ।
इंपोर्ट है भाई।
एक्सपर्ट आर रूल्स।
वो तो नसीब अच्छे है भाई इसके गार्डियन के, जो नाइजीरियन इंपोर्ट ने खेलने दिया
भाई।
कहा गार्डियन कहा नाइजीरियन इंपोर्ट।
भाई
गार्डियन ने गेम प्ले नहीं देखा था।
I'm a rider, provider.
इसी पे राइडर है, प्रोवाइडर तो नहीं। इन गेम तो कभी नहीं।
लिंक्स भाई कौन के हो रहा है क्या? हेलो कॉकी हो रहा है भाई।
लिंक्स तो फुल जोश में।
ऐसे ही
कौन तेरा लिंक्स ने पता है क्या जानबूझ के छोड़ दिया अपना मलेशिया का टिकट, पता है क्या? नहीं
हाँ वो
क्वालीफाई
भाई
नहीं हुआ।
एयरफोन्स का टिकट मैंने फाइनल कराया है। अभी एनिग्मा होती है इधर।
ये बेंजी भी हग रहा होता है यहाँ पे।
शॉक्स भी सपना देख रहा है।
भाई गोस्ट जी
गोश्त मार 5-6 किल में बहुत सही है। गोश्त पे उम्मीद है बहन चो लोनावला का लाल है भाई ये। मार बहन चोद को।
अरे
मेरे को समझा नहीं कौन सा एंट्री पैटर्न है यार।
ओ माय गॉड चलो
बोले
जीजी।
बोले वोट चबा रहा है भाई।
क्या थ्रो है
भाई तो अपना खेल मैं अपना खेलूंगा जा।
केनियस बोल रहा है सब गांड मारा।
वो कॉल नहीं दे रहे, तू ऐसा ही करेगा लोड़े, मैं बोल रहा हूँ तेरे को ऐसा बात कर रहा है केनियस।
मैं नहीं मार पा रहा, मतलब ये नहीं है कि मैं अच्छा नहीं प्लेयर हूँ, मैं आइडियल उसने नहीं मार पा रहा, समझे?
शॉक्स तो बोल रहा है मैच चिल हो एकदम, जो होना है होने दे।
होने दे भाई, यहाँ शॉक्स को पड़ी नहीं है भाई, मतलब
शॉक्स बोला मैं अपना फ्रैग निकाल के चले जाऊंगा,
केनियस
बाकी
मारेगा
अपना अपना
किल,
देखो।
केनियस किल मारेगा एलिस वाला खिला गया
ऑफ रहेगा ना,
भाई।
केनियस के हाथ में मारेगा रे बंदा, असॉल्ट नहीं कर पाता इतना अच्छा।
अब कौन जाएगा, अब कौन जाएगा, अब कौन जाएगा? बताओ नेक्स्ट कौन मारेगा गाइस?
नेक्स्ट तो भाई अब तो
ये क्या नाम है इसका?
नेक्स्ट मारेगा भावेश, देन एम्बर, देन डिफॉल्टर,
ऑक्सीजीसस,
देन सॉक्स।
भाई ये मैकगिल्स भाई क्रेजी का पोजीशन फॉलो कर रहा है भाई।
तो इसमें
क्या बात है भाई, केनियस तुमने ही बोला इतना तो हम लोग खेल पा रहे हैं, वरना हम खेल ही नहीं पाते। भाई बहन तो गॉर्डन की ओर से गया है कि मार्कोस की ओर से भाई ये रैपर?
मार्कोस
गॉर्डन।
वापस नाम गलत बोल रहे हैं यार कांचा
तू भी क्यों बोला भाई, उसको रिपीट क्यों किया भाई, रेसिप्रोकेट क्यों किया? गॉर्डन
वोकैबुलरी बढ़ गया रे रेवन का, रेसिप्रोकेट वगैरह क्या क्या शब्द यूज कर रहे हैं भाई, पढ़ रहे हैं
ज्यादा इंग्लिश सीख गया क्या? मीडिया कर दिया क्या? मीडिया ट्रेनिंग दे दिया क्या?
मैं वही सोच रहा हूँ भाई, रेवन कुछ कोर्सेज कर रहा है क्या? वोकैबुलरी बढ़
क्या
रहा
बात है रेवन।
अरे भाई ये वर्ड आया दिमाग में तो बोल दिया।
वही दिमाग में आया कैसे, वही तो पॉइंट है।
बता पहले कौन मरेगा?
अभी देख रॉसी मरेगा पहले।
सबसे पहला किल कौन मरेगा?
सबसे पहला रॉसी मरेगा, अगर एल्विस को आता है एंगल चेक करना तो। अरे बॉट है रे एल्विस, बॉट है भाई एल्विस, बॉट।
एल्विस ने तो स्टॉप किया, फिर अचानक से ऐसा 100 मीटर रेस भागा।
भाई नेक्स्ट गेम तो
गेट सेट
पाकिस्तान
गो बोल
वर्सेस
दिया।
पाकिस्तान है
आई
भाई,
थिंक
क्या सीन।
भावेश ने गो बोल दिया एल्विस को, सीधा भागा।
हार गई भाई मार्कोस।
चलो भाई, मार्कोस 2 लोअर ब्रैकेट और व्हाट?
लोअर
भाई
ब्रैकेट,
कितना
लेट्स गो।
गंदा चोक किया भैंचोद।
एम्बर 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 2 मार दिए।
एम्बर को दिखता है चश्मे के थ्रू भाई, ज्यादा ही दिखता है। एडवांटेज है भाई।
कैसे मारा बे एम्बर ने 2? मैंने देखा ही नहीं भाई।
कैसे
तो
मारा
गलती
मतलब
है।
एके से? चलो भाई, मार्कोस 2 लोअर ब्रैकेट ओनली आई थिंक।
अबे चुप रहे भाई, अभी तो निकाल दिया ये लोग ने राउंड।
पर उसके
बस
बाद
एम्बर को पीक नहीं करना चाहिए, एंगल बेस्ट था भाई वुडन का। क्यों लिया वो?
अब ये बता, इधर ऑडियंस क्यों नहीं है अबे?
बिकॉज इन लोग ने एडवर्टाइज नहीं किया। अबे मैं उस दिन बात कर रहा था इन लोग एनालिसिस और सब, उन लोग ने बोला मलेशिया में किसी को पता ही नहीं इवेंट हो रहा है, किसी को पता ही नहीं इवेंट हो रहा है। बहुत 2-3 लोग को बैरली किसी को पता है कि इवेंट हो रहा है।
ऑडियंस अलाउ नहीं होगी शायद, क्लोज इवेंट होगा फिर ये।
अरे केनियस को कल कर दिया। चलो केनियस रेज, केनियस का चेहरा दिखाओ भाई।
भाई
केनियस का पीओवी देखना, मतलब केनियस का चेहरा देखना भाई, उसमें ही मजा है। क्या क्या रिएक्शन मिलते हैं भाई। शॉक्सी देखो भाई, जीसस।
अगर ये राउंड मार्कोस जीतती है तो गेम जीत जाएगी एज पर द इकोनॉमी।
तूने बोल दिया मतलब अब तो तू जिंक्स कर दिया भाई, अब तो हार गए।
ये रेवेनी पन होती है, उसमें भी एक राउंड बोला था,
वही तो भाई।
एक राउंड निकाल दिया तो इजी है मार्कोस के लिए।
हाँ भाई, ये पनौती यही लगा रहा है भाई, हार
अबे
गया मतलब
पनौती का क्या बात है भैंचोद।
लेकिन ये बता, अगर मार्कोस हार भी गई तो नीचे तो कोई पाकिस्तानी आएगा, तो जीत ही जाएंगे ये लोग।
नहीं नहीं नहीं, वो बात नहीं है भाई, मेरे को मार्कोस को फाइनल पे चाहिए वो।
भाई कल भी ऐसे ही बोला था भाई।
अरे तो वो तो ऑब्वियस था वो हार जाएंगे।
वो तो फक।
वो ऑफर लगा के नहीं रखा था क्या ऑफर?
ओ
ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा गॉर्डन, मतलब ये गॉर्डन क्या बोलते हैं, पूरी टीम है, लेकिन उनका दिन पूरा चल रहा है जब से CS2 लॉन्च हुआ है, तो अभी कुछ भरोसा नहीं उनके पे।
CS2 है ही मादर चौथ की।
अभी सब सही हो जाएगा,
1-2 साल में हो जाएगा, वो मुझे उम्मीद है।
नहीं
हाँ,
नहीं
जब सब छोड़ के चले
ये
जाएंगे।
साल में हो जाएगा।
जब तक किसी के पास पैसे नहीं बचे रहेंगे इंडिया में और कोई, फिर तब तक सब गेम छोड़ देंगे तब तक।
टाइमिंग हो गया रे।
गॉर्डन को क्या पैसा मिलेगा, रुक देखता हूँ, अभी कुछ तो मिलेगा ही ना।
पीछे
बैंक
देख
तक आने तक हो गए थे। ये क्या हो रहा है भाई, पीछे नहीं खड़ा है क्यों? अरे भाई ठीक है,
क्या आ गया है?
मिलेगा गॉजरिन को $2500।
लेट्स गो। 2.5 लाख तक है ना, कितना है, 4 लाख?
घोस्ट पीछे क्यों जा रहा है?
2.5 लाख के आसपास ही, नहीं 2 लाख के आसपास, 2 लाख।
शॉक्स!
भाई शॉक्स मार देता ना घोस्ट को, मजा आ जाता।
भाई घोष के नाम में चश्मा है रैम, तो कोई मार ही नहीं सकता है उसको। इसको शौक बेचारा अभी कोई बात नहीं, गाइस लोअर ब्रैकेट है, फिर से मारेंगे उनको फाइनल में।
ये नॉर्डविन करवा रहा है ना, मतलब 2 लाख में से ठीक है, 2 लाख में से पहले तो 30% टीडीएस काट लेगा, फिर और भी 60% ले लेगी।
अबे 60% ले लेती, 40% लेती। बाय द वे ये क्यों काटेगा भाई, डॉलर में है ना?
उससे क्या हुआ?
उससे क्या हुआ? इंडियन गवर्नमेंट का रहता है टीडीएस रूल भाई।
जब जैसे इंडिया में पैसा ट्रांसफर हुआ ना, गवर्नमेंट बीच में आ जाएगी, वरना तो ब्लैक में ही नहीं हो जाएगा तेरे लिए।
और नॉर्डविन के थ्रू पैसा ट्रांसफर होगा क्योंकि इंडियन रजिस्टर्ड कंपनी है नॉर्डविन। यस, तो टैक्स तो कटेगा।
पहले टैक्स कट के आएगा उधर से, ब्लास्ट के साइड से थोड़ा मोड़ा, उसके बाद फिर तुम्हारे में।
हाँ मतलब 1-2 मैकडॉनल्ड्स मील के लिए तो आ ही जाएगा पैसा।
हाँ
बैठ के बूट कैंप में बैठ के एक हफ्ता रात को खा सकते। हाँ
प्लेयर्स के पास वही आता है।
हाँ मतलब बूट कैंप में बैठ के एक हफ्ते के लिए रात को खा सकते, उतना ही पैसा आएगा।
प्लेयर्स को इंडिया में, प्लेयर्स को पैसे सिर्फ इससे क्या बोलते हैं, क्या नाम है, सैलरी से है। और
बस
अगर तुम
उतने से
अच्छा
ही
और
और
अच्छा अगर
ब्रांडिंग।
तुम स्ट्रीमर हो तो ब्रांड मिल जाता है।
हाँ
पे नहीं रहे, थोड़ा
बेंच
पैसा तो आना चाहिए ना, अच्छा खासा थोड़ा।
अच्छा खासा है
अच्छा
तो देखना सोचना भाई,
एक काम करना,
12,500 कितना है ये?
तू एक
वेट
और
वेट
खोल।
रुक जा
अभी
रुक जा।
देख
मैं
20,000 डॉलर है ना,
रुक 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 $20,000 ठीक है
16,000
इंटू
सॉरी
81।
16,60,000
कितना कितना तूने उसको इंटू किया?
इंटू करना ही क्यों, बस इतना लिख देना बस, $20,000 इन INR, वो तो ऑटोमेटिक कन्वर्ट कर देता है ना
बट
गूगल
वो वही थोड़ा
करेक्ट है।
होता है क्या? वही थोड़ा, ये थोड़ी होता है क्या ओरिजिनल?
अरे भाई
नहीं,
गूगल
करेंसी रेट अलग चलता है जब ट्रांसफर होता है
हाँ
पैसे।
तो 81
बैंक तो
पकड़
कम
लेना।
देता है।
नहीं,
बैंक तो कम
कन्वर्ट
देता
सही
है।
कर रहा है ये, मैं बोल रहा हूँ उतना ही होता है। फ्यूजस क्या बोला है, जब वो ट्रांसफर होगा ना तो चेंज हो जाता है वो
ये जो
टाइम पे।
अरे मतलब बैंक उसका थोड़ा सा जो पकड़ना 10 एक
बहुत
एक
सी
जो
बैंक
चीजें
पैसा
होती
कट
है,
करेगी
बैंक
बैंक
भी
तो
तो
कम देता है भाई।
कन्वर्जन
पर
चार्ज
डॉलर।
लेगा, उसके बाद तेरे अकाउंट में आएगा तो वो भी दो बैंक बीच में आ जाते हैं ना, फिर बीच में अगर ज्यादा बड़ा अमाउंट है तो बैंक भी वो आ जाता है, फिर तेरा
हाँ
क्या
तो
नाम है,
16
बहुत
लाख
चीजें।
पकड़ लो, फिर उसके बाद TDS लगा लो।
हाँ और फिर
TDS
और भी काटेगा।
31.2% TDS होता है ना, या 30 पॉइंट
हाँ
अरे 32% हायर साइड पे पकड़ लेना तू, अभी ज्यादा पकड़, बाद में
हाँ तो
जब पैसा ज्यादा मिलेगा तो
32%,
प्रॉब्लम थोड़ी ना होगा।
32% पकड़ लिया।
16 लाख
0.32
का
5,12,000 तेरा कट रहा है वहां से, ठीक है 16 लाख से
2-2 लाख मिल रहा है। नहीं
माइनस
उसमें
पाँच
और
लाख
गए।
बारह हजार ठीक है। अभी बचा 10,88,000 ठीक है। अभी इसको और 40% कर, तो 4,35,200। चल
लाख 1,25,000 वगैरह मिल रहा है, 1,30,000 वगैरह कुछ।
1,30,000 मिलेगा हर प्लेयर को अगर कोई फर्स्ट आता है तो।
नहीं नहीं फर्स्ट नहीं, सेकंड वाले को कितना मिलेगा बता।
1,30,000 से और कम कर दे, कितना
वो
$12,000 है
साढ़े
ना?
साढ़े साढ़े बारह, साढ़े बारह है, नहीं 12 है ना। हाँ
12 और कम
20
कर दे
20 12 8 5 ढाई ढाई ऐसा कुछ तो।
तो 1,30,000 में से आई थिंक पर प्लेयर को 50,000 मिलना चाहिए।
सेकंड वाले को
50 या तो 55।
हाँ और उसके बाद साल एंड में जब खुद के टैक्सेस फाइल करेगा उसका भी अलग से।
रेवन थोड़ी ना टैक्सेस फाइल करता है।
अबे मेरे को
रेवेंट
करना
फिर
पड़ेगा
ब्लैक मनी
भाई,
और व्हाट?
करना
ब्लैक मनी
पड़ेगा
और
भाई,
व्हाट?
बहुत बहुत अर्निंग हो गया भाई 2023 में।
अर्निंग हो
वही।
गया है साले, दे पैसा दे इधर।
अबे अर्निंग हो गया मतलब पैसा घुसा है सिर्फ, सेविंग कुछ नहीं हुआ है।
बढ़िया, ऐसी ही जिंदगी चलाओ।
तो fuck? ये कौन सी टूर्नामेंट चालू है? ये टूर्नामेंट है ब्लास्ट ड्राफ्ट सीजन
तेरे
1।
जितना बड़ा गधा कोई नहीं रहेगा लेकिन रेवन।
अबे लौड़े सुन रहा है
देखो बूटकैम्प
2024,
शिफ्ट होना ही था तो जीपीयू क्यों लिया था?
2024 में ना। अबे मेरे को क्या पता था कि भाई ऐसा ही होगा, कौन देखता है फ्यूचर भाई।
पता तो रहता है थोड़ा
एस्ट्रोलॉजर
बहुत।
ये फर्स्ट सेशन फ्री है, एस्ट्रोलॉजर ऐप डाउनलोड कर लो। मैं चाल कितना ऐड आ रहा है उसके, हर जगह उसी का ऐड है। भाई ये क्या है भाई, भावेश लंड फकीर भावेश बहन चो, सामने वालों के लिए खेल रहा है जो यहाँ से कैनियस वहां से भावेश।
नाइस।
अरे 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 अरे
यार
जो हगा है भाई उधर मैकगिल्स और एल्विस दोनों मिलके, बट मैक एल्विस का ज्यादा बुलेट था एक का।
रवन ऐसे चिल्ला रहा है तू। अच्छा तू घर पे नहीं है ना?
नहीं अब वो बात नहीं है, इसलिए नहीं चिल्ला रहा, इसकी टीम अच्छा खेल रही है तो जीत जाएगा तो पैसा इसको ही मिलेगा।
पैसा मिलेगा उसको, लेना देना है ही नहीं।
तो क्या लग रहा है
भाई
बहुत बड़ी कर
तेरे
रहा
भाई तू गया ही नहीं भाई, तू खेला ही नहीं, तेरे को क्यों पैसा मिलेगा?
क्वालीफायर था ना।
हाँ, क्वालीफायर का तेरे को 50,000 में से 10,000 दे देंगे।
अबे लौड़े सुनना, वहां पे जो शॉक्स का जो पैसा आएगा ना 1,30,000 वो मेरे पॉकेट पे आएगा।
अरे भोसरी के वो तो शॉक्स को जाएगा मादरचोद।
अबे वो शॉक्स को शॉक्स ऑलरेडी उसको मिल रहा है भाई पैसा खेलने के लिए भाई।
भाई तो इतना मान के चलना, जो प्राइस मनी उसमें से काट के ही तुम लोग को आएगा। शॉक्स को ऑलरेडी काट के ही देंगे तुम्हारे प्राइस मनी से।
अरे पागल है क्या, शॉक्स को क्यों देंगे प्राइस मनी से?
इतना याद है नॉर्डविन है। नहीं भेजेंगे तो बोल देंगे, वो तो गया उसको
गया।
हाँ
फिर तुम लोग क्या करोगे?
तो सबूत मांगे, बोले मांग था।
क्या एक ट्विटर पोस्ट बनाएगा, फिर डस्ट टू भी आर्टिकल डालेगा, फिर कुछ नहीं होगा, नॉर्डविन बोलेगा ओके।
ओके इट्स फाइन।
ओके, अनदर डे इन द ऑफिस, अनदर डे इन द ऑफिस।
कॉमिक को इंडिया बाय बाय कर लिया, कॉमिक कॉन कोलकाता बाय बाय करेगा फिर वो सब बाय कर लेगा
सबको बाय कर लेगा भाई। नॉर्डविन का जो सब्सिडरी कंपनी है बहुत पैसा वाला है भाई, क्या कर सकते हैं।
क्या नाम था उसका?
नजारा
आकाश बोल रहा हूँ भाई तुमने।
आईपीओ कंपनी है भाई, क्या कर सकते हैं, लिस्टेड कंपनी है, कितना पैसा आता होगा
इनके
सोच।
पास कितना कुछ है भाई जो नॉर्डिन ने इंडिया में जितने टीम है सबको बाय कर लेगा भाई, जो कह देगी सब मजेंडर काम करो।
अलग ही मजा है बोल सबको नौकर बना के रखने का।
भाई सोच नहीं कुछ
पर नॉर्डविन है तो मादर चोद भाई।
अरे
अबे ये कौन सा हेट है भाई?
हेट इतना हेट क्यों कर रहा है भाई? ठीक है चलो,
हेट नहीं है भाई, कभी काम क्या रहेगा तो पता रहता है।
नहीं मैं तो नहीं कर तुम। अच्छा तुम इसके एम्प्लॉय थे क्या पहले? ओके
नहीं मैं एम्प्लॉय नहीं था।
अच्छा नहीं मुझे नहीं पता, मैंने कल काम किया ना इसलिए।
करना भी मत।
क्या बात है भाई सॉक्सी भाई। अरे पिला गया बहन चो, रॉसी बुक आ गया। अरे पिला गया डिफॉल्टर भी।
ओ भाई शॉक्स।
नहीं अगर कैनियस इससे मारा ओ भाई ऑफर तो कैनियस ही है ना। आज भाई सॉक्स बहन चो नूब लोग को मार के गिविंग कर रहा है। चल टीवी
कैनियस अगर ये हारता ना अभी उठ के चले जाता वापस घर सीधा यू फ्लाइट टिकट। ये राउंड अगर उन लोग हार जाते ना सीधा उठ के
क्विक स्कोप देखना भाई, ऑफ से मारता ही है बंदा।
इन लोग ने भी मस्त एक एक करके फाइट लिया रे, मजा आ गया।
कहाँ फाइट लिया? खड़े थे अपनी अपनी जगह पे।
एक बंदा स्मॉल पिट में, एक बंदा तो मोटो और इसके बीच में, मतलब मैप के।
मुझे पता नहीं क्यों लोग स्पॉट होने के बाद भी शिफ्ट वर्क करते हैं भाई। उनको लगता है कि वो शिफ्ट वर्क करेंगे तो इनविजिबल हो जाएंगे।
30 किल पे पहुंच गया ऑलमोस्ट शॉक्स अभी।
शॉक्स का तो क्या रेटिंग हो रहा है, मजा आ गया मजा। शॉक्स बोलेगा क्या बात है भाई, बहुत टाइम बाद इतना अच्छा रेटिंग आ गया। क्या ये 2015 शॉक्स है?
अगर वो है तो उसके टीम में इसको स्क्रीन भी चाहिए, उसके बिना अधूरा है बेंचो दिए।
स्क्रीम और कैनियस भी चाहिए उसको फिर।
कैनियस भाई ये जोड़ी अच्छी थी, लेकिन सॉक्स और क्रीम की वजह दोनों पेलते थे भाई।
वो तो भाई बहुत पुराने टीम्स थे।
अरे रॉसी भाई,
रॉसी भाई तो भाग रहे
ऐसा ऐसा लग रहा है डर के खेल रहे हो अबे। रॉसी मतलब पूरी टीम ही इनकी कि मर जाऊंगा तो मेरा कैनियस पेल देगा मैं मेरे को भी जैसे।
कैनियस ने धमका के रखा है।
एक एक भाई कुछ भी करो मरना मत भाई, ये क्या कॉल है?
कैनियस ने बोला रहेगा सबके एक एक करके गान मार दूंगा कभी।
फेक कर रहा है ये ऑब्वियसली।
शॉक्स के पास क्या नाइफ है भाई।
ये कॉल था शॉक्स का।
हाँ वो देख ना उस बीच में रुका भी वो बंदा।
एक ही बंदा है भाई साइड पे, एक बंदा।
User left your channel.
मत करो कांड कैनियस के ऑफ के सामने।
भाई डर के हमारे सब छुपे हुए हैं भाई।
Yes,
User
bro.
left your channel.
कौन सा? Okay.
So the first box was checked off Necro, but the second one
अरे
not really. But
भाई डिफॉल्टर पीछे मार दिया शॉक्स को।
They clean up quite easily on this A side. Another round in the back.
User joined your channel.
The game slipping.
घूम लिया क्या?
Slowly and steadily.
पोस्ट प्लांट।
इंसेन भाई ये तो।
क्यों पिक किया एल्विस ने?
एक काम रुक अभी, एक काम करो, स्टीम मैसेज करना।
भाई मुझे फ्रस्ट्रेशन हो रहा है भाई, ये क्या है भाई? इतना अच्छा मिड राउंड कॉल था भाई। अबे पैसा का बात नहीं है रे गांडू।
पैसा का ही बात है भाई।
अरे वो
तो पैसे का ही है।
बात पैसे का ही है, कितना भी छुपा ले रहे हैं।
अरे पैसा तो सबके लिए बात है, बट वही है कि गंदा सीएस हुआ।
मेरे लिए बिल्कुल भी नहीं है पैसा।
अबे तू
मुझे
चुप
मतलब
रहे भाई।
मैं चाहता हूँ मेरी इंडिया टीम जीते भाई, मैं तो इंडिया के लिए खेल रहा हूँ, ठीक नहीं हो भाई।
तू बेंचो 2000 कम होगा तो बेंचो सर्वर नहीं देता है।
कौन बोला ऐसा भाई? यहाँ फ्री में इवेंट करता हूँ मैं।
भोसड़ी
मैं
के
चाहता मैं पूछ
कितने
नीरज से
इवेंट्स फ्री
पूछ,
में किया है?
फ्री में क्या होता था ताकि तुम जैसे प्लेयर बाहर आ पाओ इंडिया, समझ रहे हो
अच्छा
तुम?
अच्छा।
हाँ, सपोर्ट करता हूँ इंडिया में।
मेरे जैसा प्लेयर भोसड़ी की
बड़े
इज्जत दे,
टीओस को
समझा?
भाई बड़े टीओस को डिस्काउंट क्यों देने का जब उन लोग पे कर सकते हैं?
हाँ,
जो लोग पैसे दे सकते हैं उनको उनको तो 1 रुपए भी कम नहीं करने का भाई।
हाँ
तो
बराबर
सीधा
है।
डस्ट पे आर्टिकल आता नहीं तो।
फिर तो भाई जो छोटे ये उनको दे सकते हैं ना।
हाँ
चलो बढ़िया।
इनसे डबल पैसा लो, मेरे को एक प्रैक्टिस सर्वर दे दो फ्री में।
अरे तू प्रैक्टिस अभी सब कुछ मैंने इतना ये सब सर्वर में हो गया, तू बोल तो क्या लिस्ट बोल तो क्या चाहिए बता।
प्रैक्टिस सर्वर चाहिए
तो
भाई।
अभी देता हूँ भाई।
लिंक्स लिंक्स
मुंबई
लिंक्स
मुंबई
दो
क्या रहता
प्रैक्टिस सर्वर मांग।
दो क्यों
है?
भाई
अच्छा
हम लोग के
अच्छा
पास
तू
पैसा है।
नहीं जाए दे, लिंक्स को नहीं दूंगा, कैंसिल। पूछ क्यों?
क्योंकि
तेरा
रेवेन्यू
टीम में
मांगा
बैन
है।
हो गया।
अरे कुछ भी।
भाई मुझे एनए का चाहिए भाई।
एनए में क्या होता, कंट्री होता मेरे को।
कंट्री क्या बोल रही है? यूएस।
लोकेशन मतलब एग्जैक्ट लोकेशन होता, मतलब जैसे मुंबई
अरे बहुत
होता
सारे
है इंडिया में।
देख फेसिट के पास तो चिकागो डेनवर और डैलस देता है।
अबे
तो
चिकागो
ऐसा
क्या
मतलब
होता है बेंचो? चीकू है क्या लौड़े? शिकागो बोल।
नहीं मेरे को चिकागो बोलना है।
तो चीकू बोल दे।
नहीं बोलना है वो भी।
अरे भावेश गुस्सा कर रहा, देख मार मार भावेश, मार बीटू को।
बैंगलोर।
मजा दे। जस्ट इमेजिन भाभी ने शॉक्स पे रेज किया था। नहीं करेगा नहीं, जस्ट बोल रहा हूँ।
चाहता हूँ उठ के मार टपली बहन चुप किसी को और मजा आ जाए।
भाई मैं केनी का शक्ल देख रहा हूँ तो सिर्फ लग रहा है कि बेचारा रो रहा है भाई सिर्फ।
हाँ
भाई शिकागो का सर्वर दे दे, शिकागो का प्लीज।
तो प्रैक्टिस करना ही किया तो टीम में थोड़ी ना है तू।
मजाक कर रहा मैं बकचोदी कर रहा हूँ भाई। मैं तो भाई जब भी मेरे को नेट्स प्रैक्टिस करना है कंसोल में टाइप करो मैप अंडर स्पेस डी अंडरस्कोर मैप।
अभी तो बहुत सारी चीजें अंदर आ गई है, इतना नहीं करना।
और प्रैक्टिस
नॉर्मल
कॉन्फ़िग लोड कर दो बस, और कुछ नहीं। प्रैक्टिस सर्वर सीएस गो में लगता था भाई, CS2 में आई थिंक जरूरत नहीं इतना, मतलब सोलो के लिए तो।
सबसे बेस्ट है भाई prac.com का सर्वर, पता है सब कुछ है उसमें, सब कुछ।
कुछ नहीं है भाई, मैं देख लिया ना, सिर्फ लूट रहे हैं बहन के लोड़े।
तेरा भी सेम प्लगइन है क्या उसके जैसा?
यस अभी तो देख अभी जो
prac.com।
अरे वो लोग नहीं क्या मैं $90 का वो प्लगइन बहन चो, मतलब सर्वर क्या
लगे
मतलब है इतना भाई।
prac.com कौन सा है उनका वेबसाइट क्या है?
कोई नहीं देख रहा है।
प्रैक PRACC है आई गेस। 12 मतलब DX से 14 मतलब QC।
भाई चाइना में एक चाइना में वेबसाइट आई थिंक TG करके जो सब प्रो टीम्स को देता है सर्वर। उसका सर्वर बहुत महंगा है पर उसका सर्वर मेरे को याद है CSGO के टाइम उसका वेरिएंस मतलब 0.001 के ऊपर जाता ही नहीं था।
तो पर कोई भी कर लेगा भाई डेडिकेटेड, वो तो हमको पता ही था उस टाइम पे ना। फिर अभी तो देखना हम लोग खुद नहीं देते थे,
पर वो सिर्फ प्रो टीम्स अफोर्ड कर पाते थे क्योंकि बहुत महंगा होता था।
मेरे को समझा नहीं ये क्या क्रॉसफायर था, लाइक उनका एप्स कौन देख रहा था फिर? बेंचोद
एप्स देख ही नहीं रहा था ना, वही तो बोला।
फिर से वो चुतिया जैसा सेटअप बनाया बेंचोद विदाउट कॉम्स। सेम चीज हुआ था भाई जब मैं था इधर, सेम सिनेरियो था।
तो खुद को गाली दिया था फिर। क्या कर रहे हैं हम लोग बहन के लोड़े, हम लोग बहन।
इट्स ओके यार, लोअर ब्रैकेट।
और लोअर ब्रैकेट नहीं होता ना अभी, तो रेवन अभी हिल गया रहता पूरा।
नहीं फिर काउंट करता चलो, अभी $20,000 नहीं, अब $2,500 में देखता हूँ कितना आ रहा है।
फिर $5,000 में कैलकुलेट करेगा बैठ के।
ओ घोस्ट टॉक्सिक
भाई B2 क्या कर रहा है? अरे अरे बहन चोद घोस्ट ने टपली मार दी भाई।
हो गया, शॉक्सी ने ट्रेड भी कर लिया। बहुत पीछे देख रहे हो।
अरे भाई मैं स्लो देख रहा हूँ ताकि
भाई असली में तो गेम ही खत्म हो चुका है
भाई। लॉल एलविस नहीं भाभी।
भाभी ने नेट मार के केनियस ने 1v2 निकाल दिया।
construction, just waiting for someone to enter in. But even the CTs are playing this one quite safe, and Kenny S is quick. He's softened up, taken down to 24 HP. But down line, even the last man spotted. And Kenny S, he keeps his team's hopes and dreams alive, and they move.
क्या भावेश को पता ही नहीं है बेंचोद कि कहाँ पे प्लांट है भाई दर्द हो गया भाई अच्छा खेल के सीएस कैसे हारते हैं
User joined your channel.
भाई मैगिस से बच्चा लग रहा था हाइट में केनियस के
अरे अरे अरे
क्या कर रही है ये बॉट बेंचोद
अबे गाली क्यों देता है रेविन मैं गाली देने पे आई ना तेरी बहन चोद ज्यादा हो रहा है
अरे
मत दिया करना मैं 10 बार ही बोला मेरे को नहीं पसंद
मैं बोला ही नहीं हूँ तुमको
इतना अजीब बनता है भाई पता नहीं कहाँ पर क्या बोल रहा होता है कुछ भी बकचोद
अरे मैं बोला ही नहीं हूँ तेरे को
नहीं भाई
तू खुद के ऊपर क्यों ले रहा है
ले रहा है
हाँ एक तो इसको
भाई
जेंडर
डिस्क्रिमिनेशन कर रहा है भाई
वही
ये तो जेंडर डिस्क्रिमिनेशन
हाँ तो ठीक है क्यों खुद के ऊपर क्यों ले रही है फिर
या कोई लड़की है मेरे अलावा और ओ शिट तुम खुद भूल गई थे
हाँ
अरे
सो कूल
अरे
भाई मुझे तो मजा आ रहा है
भाई तुम लोग
इसलिए फाइट करने आ जाती है
मैं तेरी स्ट्रीम को एंटरटेन करने आई हूँ
उफ अरे उसके लिए तो भाई वो तो रेवेन
हाँ जी रेप मेरी हुई थी
बट ये जब कोको खुद गाली देती है ना तब कोई रिकॉर्ड नहीं करता ना इसलिए
अबे कोको जब भी आके बकचोदी करे गाली दे बस एक चीज
बोल दिया ना
तो ना भेड़ के लोड़े पंजाबी तेरी माँ की चूत रंडी है बच्चे लच्छी
भाई ये मुझे चाहिए ये क्लिप मुझे चाहिए भाई मेरे चलाऊंगा हमेशा
मेरे पास तो तेरा भी बजाओ क्या
नहीं मत मेरा नहीं मेरा वाला नहीं मेरा वाला बहुत कैंसर है मत
अरे तो मेरा वाला गाना है
नहीं मत
रेवेन का तो पूरा YouTube पे मेरा सिर्फ क्लिप्स भरा है सिर्फ रेवेन का ही चैनल का
ये बियर मीठा है
अबे सुनना
मीठा है
सुनना अगर मैं बियर पीता भी हूँ तू तो वो भी नहीं पीता तू तो बॉर्नविटा से दूध पीता है ना
एक सेकंड
तो क्या हुआ अच्छी बात है ना नहीं तो अच्छी बात है ना मैं नहीं पीता
अबे तेरे को बोल ही नहीं रहा हो गांडू
नहीं
बोला है तू
भाई तूने लिटरली तू क्या जेंडर पे बात करता है तेरे को समझ आता है पहले तो
हाँ
तूने क्या बोला वापस बता
इतना कैजुअली रिप्लाई किया हाँ
क्या बोला तू बता तू सुन रहा था बता
इतना बोला आदमी तो कोई नहीं हो सकता रेवेन जितना हाँ
अबे भाई मैं इधर बिजी हूँ इधर चैट पे
किसके साथ चैट लौड़े देख के तेरे अभी ये तो झूठ
साले है 4-5 लोग जो स्ट्रीम देख रहे हैं उसमें से हम ही 3-4 बैठे इधर किससे बात कर रहा है चैट पे तू
अरे YouTube चैट थोड़ी भाई
मारदा
170 वॉचिंग नाउ बट कोई चैट नहीं कर रहा है भाई YouTube में इनका
भाई जो भी बोल पर ये कॉमिकॉन वाले हेडफोन्स तो मस्त है
That is true. Even in the group stages, Rossi had impactful performances. Nothing taken away from G.SKILL, even he did. But still, it's more about like that trust that you have for the teammates, if that makes sense. And I'm pretty sure the players are probably going to be much more comfortable around Rossi. But that's just speculations. We do not exactly know what goes on behind the scene. And the average kills you can see per map, it's 16.33 from Rossi. So once again, in general, we're seeing some good stats on the board.
But talk about good stats, and we have the good stats of the previous map. Ghost up against Shocks. KD ratios, I think Shocks taking a massive lead, ADR as well, and in terms of average kills per map as well. But Ghost, I think, huge props to this man, being the primary operator of the team, having to take two responsibilities a few times, switching up with Kenny S, and then Also switching on the op, he has been incredible.
Indeed, he has been incredible. I mean, you can see the KD ratio from Shox 1.53, and then you compare that to Ghost 1.13. Once again, Ghost is one of those players
Microphone
that's
muted.
to sort of live up to the expectations of these legends, right? And somewhere down the line, he's doing quite decent. I'm not really going to be, saying that he can do better. He's doing quite okay. Of course, he himself knows that as a player, he can do even better, and there's still a lot of room for improvement.
And at this point, I think you put any player against Shox and it's going to look different because man just runs around opening the site for his team the entire time. But this, I think, map was for True Rippers this entire series. That first map on Mirage was quite impressive. Then a tough fight on Ancient, and then walking away with a win, an impressive win, a tough fought battle on Inferno. Ladies and gentlemen, let's find out how they made it work.
Wawa versus Park Boys.
Very special interview right now. Kenny, welcome to the broadcast once again. It's a
क्या फायदा देख के
pleasure to
इसके बाद वाला मैच सही रहेगा ना इसका विनर वर्सेस
Sound muted.
I feel a bit tired. Not entirely satisfied because I think we are 10 times better and we should have closed it out 2-0 like really easily. I also think that the issue we have right now is that I'm not able to perform as much as I should. But Rossi was a great addition today. He's really able to. First of all, he's a really great anchor, but also he's able to calm the team down because the active listening is really tough. But yeah, once again, show a lot of resilience. The team has been playing really good. We won a lot of key rounds, lost plenty as well. We have players like Ghost that are playing not their usual positions and jobs in the team, and they're still managing to perform and deliver like important clutches. So no, overall I'm really happy about winning. But I think that if I step up and I play the level I should be playing at, tomorrow we're gonna win the final 3-0 without any issues. We are better than anyone here.
Yeah, I mean, if you compare this True Rippers to what we saw back in the group stage, it's a complete different True Rippers, because this True Rippers, it seems like they're playing much more disciplined, they're playing much more defensive sometimes as well. So I assume you're probably making the main calls over here as well.
I do, and this is one of the reasons why I'm really struggling to play at my level, because I consistently schooling them, I would say. So I need to try for tomorrow's final to detach myself from the game and try to be more focused on myself, which I did a little bit better today compared to the 2 days ago. But I'm definitely telling them a lot of things what to do and stuff. I wish they were a little bit more like autonomous, I would say. But once again, I'm the one that played Tier 1 for 15 years. They are not, so it's normal that I have visions and some in the game sense that is slightly different. But talking to Shox, I know that himself is really not putting as much effort and energy as I do, and you can see it on his on individual performance. And I really need to try to not get into micromanaging too much, because right now I'm literally watching my radar all the time and telling every single player what to do. While I should maybe trust them more, because they're actually doing great things. But I know that like we've been losing a lot of clutches and advantage situations, and that's the kind of things that are frustrating me a lot. So this is the kind of things I'm trying to make them super rigorous with, and I think they're understanding that and they're doing better and better, which can make me rely more on myself, which is something I can't really do right now.
Yeah. I mean, you and Shox, you guys go way long back, right? And Shox, especially when we took an interview with him, he was super excited to face against you. And I think he was pretty confident that he's going to also defeat you as well. So, I mean, you finally proved him wrong, I guess.
Yeah, no, I was also really confident. Like, it's really nice to see that we can be winning without me being super good individually. I do have the input in the team, but honestly, I have the feeling that the team is doing better and better, and I'm once again really happy. It's a great event and it's a great team. They showed like a great mindset, mentality. I'm not the easiest
Sound
guy to play
resumed.
with.
Microphone activated.
I'm
India server
क्या बोला भैया?
250 आता है.
And
they are trying their best, And despite that, they keep a great mindset. They
लगता है इस साल
manage
का
to
मेडल नहीं मिलेगा मुझे, पता
because
है क्या?
the pressure is there. You know,
Yeah.
like it's a tournament.
Sound
It's a
muted.
500 spots. There is cash prize on the line. We all want to win really bad, you know. But yeah, I knew I would win. I just didn't know how I would perform, and I definitely need to find my my fun into this, you know.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Kenny S, for this lovely interview. Best of luck for the preparation for your team for the finals.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, guys.
There's so much effort being put in from Kenny S, I believe from the entirety of True Rippers, and I believe this is going to pay off when they make it to the finals. It is going to be so exciting to see. I think this will help True Rippers evolve to a next level. And one thing that he mentioned, that Rossi, and I do agree with that, the man has a lot of experience. He's been in situations like this again and again. And he knows how to make sure that the team handles the pressure and can be the missing link between Kenny S and the rest of the True Rippers. I think that is one of the reasons to keep Rossi.
Another point we need to focus on is that Kenny has clearly mentioned that he's also schooling the players, he's also IGLing, and at the same time he needs to focus on his own playstyle. And that's why he's unable to perform individually that well.
But also, I mean, I like Shock's strategy as well. Let's have fun. Give me a weapon. I'll find the opening. You guys take care of the rest. That's our plan. And it works out. It works out quite nicely for Marcos Gaming. They back each other up quite nicely. Let's find it out if that is actually the strategy for Marcos Gaming, or have Necro and I miscalculated everything. Let's get the man, the myth, the legend, Ember on the board, ladies and gentlemen, with us, joining us for a special interview. Ember, first of all, welcome to the broadcast. How are you doing? How's the experience for the draft?
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And the experience has been amazing. You know, competing in a different country in the game that you love, it's amazing.
First of all, Ember, I have followed you. I mean, we have known each other for years now. So I know, like, sitting there on the same panel on the desk with Shocks, Kenny S facing off against him, it's a huge deal, man. How are you feeling about that?
I mean, it feels unreal. You know, 2 or 3 years ago, I would have never thought that I would be playing with these guys one day.
One thing is for sure, you guys are learning a lot from Shocks. I mean, I can see much more of a refined and better Marcos Gaming than what I saw in the overall group stage. You guys just seem much more polished. Like, I'm pretty sure Shocks is also helping you guys quite a lot, huh?
Yeah, definitely. He's helping us a lot in mid-rounds and in general, like making the calls, he's helping a lot. And even like the plays, he teaches us a lot of new things. So yeah, we are playing much better with him.
Ember, I want to know from you about Inferno, because normally we see your POV, your player cam, and you aren't that vocal. You always do whatever your team requires to do, whatever they ask you to do, you do that. You are the sacrificial member of the team, willing to do whatever it takes for the win. Today we saw you get extremely vocal on Inferno. Did it get extremely intense against True Rippers today for you guys?
I would say the team atmosphere was normal, but I was getting like heated up because I felt like we were missing out on each other's info and like making mistakes that we should not. So that heated me up a bit and nothing else.
Yeah. Who helped you calm down from your team? Who usually takes that position?
Everyone, I mean, everyone, and me as well. Like, I just told myself, okay, let it go. I'm just going to communicate a bit more, help them, and that's it.
And once again, I mean, I like the fact that you guys are not just having fun inside of the game, even outside of the game. I was looking at some of the stories that Shocks posted. It seems like you guys are having a great time in Malaysia.
Yeah. Yesterday we went for sightseeing. It was nice.
Yeah.
We are having fun.
I like that. I like that. You always just have a good time, and in general, you guys are enjoying the entire experience of the draft. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you so much for joining us, Ember, for this lovely interview. Best of luck to you and your team for your upcoming match. Hopefully, we see you again in the finals.
Thank you.
That was Ember, ladies and gentlemen. And again, as we said earlier, he's a man of few words. He's always been like, I've known him for almost 5 years, and he's always been like that, a man of few words. But
his performance. Like, he speaks on the numbers, the
Yeah.
scoreboard itself. That's what he likes.
He
to
lets
talk.
his performance speak for himself.
Yeah.
And Ember's done quite nice. He's been performing consistently, as you mentioned. He's also providing quite a great support for the team. But let's move on forward and look at the brackets, and let's see what the conditions looking like over there, because quite massive changes have been made. We've found our first ever finalist inside of the brackets too. True Rippers moving on forward. Marcos Gaming moving down in the lower brackets. Now the upcoming matchup's going to be between Pack Boys and Vava. Even Pack Boys, they have been looking super solid. And
Okay, so BO5 finals. Marcos will ban Nuke, and yes, Marcos नहीं ban करेगा Anubis for sure. Marcos will ban Nuke, and True Reapers will ban Vertigo. नहीं, Vertigo नहीं, Vertigo नहीं ban करेगा. Vertigo खेलेंगे वो लोग. True Reapers will ban. I think they will ban नहीं भाई सब. True Reapers Vertigo भी खेलता है, Overpass भी खेलता है, Inferno भी खेलता है, Mirage भी खेलता है, Ancient भी खेलता है. True Reapers को बहुत कम देखा हूँ न्यूक खेलने, और Anubis उनका परमानेंट बैन है. I think they will ban Ancient. Yes, True Reapers will ban Ancient. And एक सेकंड, वर्टिगो पे इनका डॉइस तो केनियस को भी वर्टिगो खेलना आता ही है ऑब्वियसली. वर्टिगो पिक हो सकता है बाय ट्रू रिपर्स कल को, सरप्राइज पिक मान के चलता हूँ. वीटो होगा, न्यूक बैन होगा बाय मार्कोस, एंड एंशिएंट बैन होगा बाय ट्रू रिपर्स. बाकी बचा इन्फर्नो, मिराज, ओवरपास, वर्टिगो, अनुबिस. अनुबिस पिक करेगा तेरा ये मार्कोस. नहीं, क्यों अनुबिस पिक करेगा? क्योंकि अनुबिस तो बैन करेगा तेरा ट्रू रिपर्स. यस, ऑफ कोर्स. क्या गांडू में, फक. अनुबिस बैन करेगा ट्रू रिपर्स एंड न्यूक बैन करेगा मार्कोस. बाकी मैप होगा ऑफ कोर्स. यप.
I mean, Shock still having a smile on his face.
Yeah.
He knows it was a super close game. It could have went any side. But one thing is for sure, Marcos Gaming is going to be looking for a rematch.
You know when the game ended, who had the biggest smile? Defaulter. He was happy it was finally over.
Yeah.
It was such an intense series.
Sometimes when things get too intense, as a human being, you just do not really want to fall into those. You're like, oh man, it's too intense, you know? You just feel like giving up. But True Rippers, they did not give up. They kept on fighting to
well.
With the way this entire game proceeded, it was quite a tight-knit affair, as I mentioned. It could have went anyway. If the game goes if you look at the scoreboard as well, McKill's with 19.
Team, the SC and walking away with how they made it work. Once again, it's a pleasure to have you here. How are you feeling? I mean, it was a tough fight against Marcos Gaming today.
I feel a bit tired. I'm not entirely satisfied because I think we are 10 times better and we should have closed it out 2-0 like really easily. I also think that the issue we have right now is that I'm not able to perform as much as I should. But Rossi was a great addition today. He's really able to. First of all, he's a really great anchor, but also he's able to calm the team down because the active listening is really tough. But yeah, once again, show a lot of resilience. The team has been playing really good. We won a lot of kill rounds, lost plenty as well. We have players like Ghost that are playing not their usual positions and jobs in the team, and they're still managing to perform and deliver like important clutches. So no, overall, I'm really happy about winning. But I think that if I step up and I play the level I should be playing at, tomorrow we're gonna win the final 3-0 without any issues. We are better than anyone here.
Yeah, I mean, if you compare this True Rippers to what we saw back in the group stage, it's a complete different True Rippers, because this True Rippers, it seems like they're playing much more disciplined, they're playing much more defensive sometimes as well. So I assume you're probably making the main calls over here as well.
I do, and this is one of the reasons why I'm really struggling to play on my level, because I consistently schooling them, I would say. So I need to try for tomorrow's final to detach myself from the game and try to be more focused on myself, which I did a little bit better today compared to the 2 days ago. But I'm definitely telling them a lot of things what to do and stuff. I wish they were a little bit more like autonomous, I would say. But once again, I'm the one that played Tier 1 for 15 years. They are not, so it's normal that I have visions and some in the game sense that is slightly different. But talking to Shox, I know that himself is really not putting as much effort and energy as I do, and you can see it on his individual performance. And I really need to try to not get into micromanaging too much, because right now I'm literally watching my radar all the time and telling every single players what to do. While I should maybe trust them more, because they're actually doing great things. But I know that you know, like we've been losing a lot of clutches and advantage situations, and that's the kind of things that are frustrating me a lot. So this is the kind of things I'm trying to make them super rigorous with, you know, and I think they're understanding that and they're doing better and better, which can make me rely more on myself, which is something I can't really do right now.
Yeah. I mean, you and Shox, you guys go way long back, right? And Shox, especially when we took an interview with him, he was super excited to face against you. And I think he was pretty confident that he's going to also defeat you as well. So, I mean, you finally proved him wrong, I guess.
Yeah, no, I was also really confident. Like it's really nice to see that we can be winning without me being super good individually. I do have the input in the team, but honestly, I have the feeling that the team is doing better and better, and I'm once again really happy. It's a great event and it's a great team. They showed like a great mindset, mentality. I'm not the easiest guy to play with. You know, like I'm super exigent towards them, and they are trying their best. You know. And despite that, they keep a great mindset. They manage to, because the pressure is there. You know, like it's a tournament. It's a final spot. There is cash prize on the line. We all want to win really bad, you know. But yeah, I knew I would win. I just didn't know how I would perform. And I
Chalo guys, thank you for staying with me. Thank you for liking my stream. Thank you for subscribing my stream. And thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye bye.